morning, lovely people. It is Thursday, the 22nd of December. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you have amazing hosts of you. I am one of them, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, man.
Yeah?
I'm all right, can't complain.
How are you looking forward to the Christmas
I am, you know.
period? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need a break, man.
Dying
Just need
for
to
it.
chill, just eat good
That's it.
and not think about nothing.
That's exactly what I need. It's funny, I put on my story yesterday, I was saying how it's like my body knows rest is coming and my body is shutting down. It has been hard for me to wake up every day this week. I can't believe it. And I'm an early bird. Like, I would wake up and do what I need to do, even if I've had 2 hours sleep. But I'm having 6 hours sleep and I'm just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I've not had 6 hours sleep in months, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's not, man.
That is not good, no.
The white man is trying to get me.
I guess.
What do you normally do for Christmas?
As well?
What do you normally do for Christmas?
So normally it's like a family thing. It's like family, there's just that family vibe. But this year, my family are going away. However, I've opted out of the trip. So I'm going to have a very quiet Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like I'm really looking forward to my Christmas because it's just me literally watching movies. And The Best Man, is it a sequel, right? That follows the... Yeah. So the new Best Man is out and that is one of my favourite films.
Wait, what, there's a new one?
Yes, but
Oh,
it's a concluding one. But
Okay.
it's not even a film, it's a series.
With the same actors?
And if you see how... E-Man, black does not crack for a second.
It doesn't?
If you see how good they look. And you know the other one, I think someone said it was filmed like, it's over 20 years ago.
Yeah,
And
the
they
first
all,
one, I think.
the first one.
That's mad.
And they all look so good. Like, the men could get it. They all look so good. They look so good. And the women, everyone is just like, it's amazing. They look so good. But yeah, so the last one's coming out and it's a series.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many parts. I'm not sure. But so that's what my Christmas day is looking like.
Okay.
I make some food, I chill, have a nice mimosa. I've got a new recipe I need to try.
Okay.
Like, I just want to have like a very quiet, chill day. I can't, all that cooking, I can't.
What do you all normally prepare for Christmas?
Everything. Nigerian food and
man.
the English version as well. So we don't eat turkey, man. I don't like turkey. So we'll have like roast chicken, have the potatoes, the everything else that comes with it, all that stuff. And then we'll have the Nigerian foods, the jollof, fried rice, the fish,
Moi moi.
the efo, the moi moi, everything. I know you want to say that word. Just say it, Brent. I know you're dying for it. I know you want to say moi moi.
Moi
Go
moi
on.
is nice. I just can't eat a lot of it.
Why?
It just runs through my tummy.
No, because it's beans.
Yeah.
Takes the toilet.
I can't process beans.
It's
like that.
a laxative. It's a delicious laxative.
It's very nice, man.
Very lovely.
Very nice.
So are these special Nigerian dishes that are
Save for
commonly...
Christmas.
Yeah.
No.
No, I wouldn't say so, wouldn't it?
Nah, because we eat good all year round.
Yeah.
We eat luxuriously all year round.
This is it. It's facts.
Yeah,
So-
but is it different for you now, Emmanuel, because you're vegan?
Yeah, man. I can't eat certain
yes.
things, man.
So what would your table look like?
It's gonna be
One dish. You got no options.
Do you know what it is? I'm gonna kind of focus on the jollof rice. Yeah.
Obviously.
Hella rice. Just rice, no. What
Moi moi as
protein
well.
do you... Okay, you can have... Oh, yes, you
Yeah,
can
moi
have
moi.
plantain. You can have plantain.
Like 100%. Asaro, if maybe.
Oh, yes. So
Yeah.
that's yam porridge.
Yeah.
Yam porridge?
Pottage, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Oh, yes, you can have that, actually, yeah.
yeah. What else? Puff.
Always.
Yes. I don't normally have that at Christmas though. But this year,
Yeah, because no one's got time to be... I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In all the hustle of the main dishes, no one's actually got time for pop-off.
I've told them
There's
this year
never-
they have to.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I
I've
suppose you
told
need
them.
the options.
This is it. I want to enjoy, man.
Yeah, you need to. What meat do you
else?
have? Like, what protein? Where's your protein coming from?
This year, I found something
For
in
the moi moi.
Tesco. No.
Have they got like a vegan turkey? They should.
This is what I'm about to say. So
Is
basically,
it?
yeah, I found one in Tesco.
Really?
I want to try it. Yeah. It's called, I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. I just saw it the other day. I thought, let me try it. threw it in my freezer. So on the day, I'm gonna try it in the oven.
Sorry.
No. You need to take it out before the day.
Yeah, I need to see a picture of
What?
this.
What,
Does
the-
it look like a
To
physical
defrost.
turkey?
Is
So
it
you
what?
might want to get Brent to put the light on you. It's a bit. It's
Or do I look a
dark.
bit? Yeah, Brent,
Yeah, it's
please.
a bit dark.
Oh, actually,
Huh?
let me see what I look like. Wait, it's giving hue. it's giving light hue. Well done.
So what you say, man?
What
Yeah.
did I
So
say?
it's not like a turkey with like. It doesn't come with legs and stuff, innit? Like, it's like
I think if it
it's
came with
sliced.
legs, you need to.
it's not like it's do you know what it is?
Let me
You know,
Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
Because
actually.
I need to know what vegan turkey looks like.
I want you to see the exact one I bought.
Does it have breasts?
It basically looks like the breast part, yeah,
That shit is cabbage.
but just chopped like that. So you know how you got the turkey and it does that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yours
got that. I want to find it so you know exactly which one I got.
And do you check to see what it's made out of?
Yeah, so this one's made of.
Oh, so it has no legs.
No. It's made out of
It's scary looking.
wheat protein, and that's the only thing I remember, to be honest with you. I'm gonna find it for you right now. Actually,
I think I'm looking at the wrong one.
I've never had it before, by the way. I literally just saw it.
Okay, I'm gonna type in vegan turkey. Is it Tesco?
It's by Tesco's. The brand's called Wicked.
Wicked.
So Wicked always do like bare, like vegan, plant-based stuff
What is it?
in Tesco.
Wicked spelled like evil.
Like evil?
Yes, it is. I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Tesco
And none of
turkey.
that marketing or branding has dissuaded you from delving into this.
No, not at all, man. Wicked in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Iman brings in a vegan deal, do we get money from that? They probably won't want the rest of us associated with the brand. Because
Especially Brent.
can you no, I think especially Marks. Can you imagine Marks?
Yeah, for real.
You're telling Marks to do a host red ad for vegan food. That's not the foolishness, man. He wouldn't even do it. If they asked us to do it live, that'd be the worst thing.
All right, people. That's what it looks like.
Oh, you found it, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No turkey roast crown.
That's the one. What?
That's
no turkey
the
roast.
title.
Yeah.
Now, Jinan just said you can at least keep up vegan on Christmas Day.
Give up vegan.
Yeah, man. Pause it. I pause it,
Listen,
But then
man.
the thing is that because you've created, I feel like your body will become intolerant to it. And this is why I can't do it, because I don't want my body rejecting chicken. That's wild. Or I have an F1 and vomit. Oh my gosh, that's it.
That won't happen, you know.
I feel like your body can start to reject it. Because you know what it is? Because I stopped. So I can't have chocolate and stuff. Like, I can't have dairy, right? But once in a while, I have a craving.
Okay.
But then I go through like long periods of time where I can't have a piece of chocolate now without my belly. As soon as I taste it, my belly's like,
What do you think it is, though? Do you think it's the milk in it?
yeah, it's definitely dairy.
You should have the vegan ones then.
No, I have oat milk with anything. Vegan chocolate?
Yeah.
No, it's not that deep.
You should try it, though. It's got
Is it-
soya instead of the milk.
I don't like soy.
You might do.
Because whenever no, I really don't. Because whenever I have soy milk, it's nasty.
No, but it's not as... Because that's just pure soy milk, innit? This is like...
Extracts.
I'm going to bring one so you can try it.
No. Is there vegan Ferrero Rocher?
I've never seen one. I don't think
Then,
so.
even I'm not doing it. Because there's only certain that chocolates I like. I love a Malteser. I like Ferrero Rocher. I like Oreos. So if that don't come in, when's Stephen back?
Oreos is vegan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's
I
good.
think that's even got soy. I think you're eating soy in that, man.
It was Oreo though. Is Stephen back, by the way?
No.
Okay, when is he back?
Probably after. I don't know.
Okay, you do.
I don't know.
I knew you didn't know. When you said probably, I said, let's forget it.
I don't know. But the picture's looking wavy though.
Oh, really?
Oh my.
Oh, you can show me after.
Yeah.
What beautiful, beautiful family.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Unless they come out with the vegan alternatives of Ferrero Rocher, but I don't even think it will slap. That is an elite chocolate, you know.
Yeah,
What's
it
your favorite
is.
chocolate, guys?
It is.
No one say Snickers or Mars. Let me childish.
Snickers is in there.
Or
like-
Bounty.
Snickers is in there like all time for sure.
Is Snickers the one with nuts?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like
In
that.
terms of, are you talking about the more regal chocolates? The more like.
You know, I don't know what Regal means.
No, you talking about Christmas. I thought you
Posh
talking about
ones.
Oh no, not because just general.
the.
Because all year round I have a Rocher.
Mm.
All year round. What are you doing? You don't want to know what that
I
looks
think
like.
I think it needs to be a bit higher though. On my head, innit? It's a bit close to my head.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't have to be touch the ceiling. There we go. Yeah, it's perfect. Well done, King. That's as much as you guys ever see of Brennan on the show.
Lint.
Ooh,
Lint's
Yeah,
up
do
there.
you know
this is
it's
nice, you know.
it's so elite. It's the texture. It's just so creamy. It's
Yeah,
just
I don't have to do it.
that's a good
yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Lint's up there. What else? I like a lot of chocolates, man.
Have you guys ever tried Toblerone?
Who?
Toblerone.
Yeah, 100%.
I've tried every
I love Toblerone. You see what they done over the years, though?
It's what?
Yeah, have you seen what they done over the
What they done?
years? Say again?
Make it
Yes.
smaller.
Yeah, man. So you know,
Oh
the,
yeah,
you know
'cause
the gaps.
Yeah,
They weren't that big.
yeah, it's quite gappy actually. Yeah,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
that is true.
Cheapskates.
Listen, it costs a living. What other chocolates
is.
are there? What's your favorite chocolate?
Oh man.
You can only be the vegan one.
No. I'm remembering.
Pre-vegan.
I'm remembering my sinful days.
How long have you been vegan for?
On and off, I'd say about 6 years. Yeah. So basically, there was certain because basically when I first started.
Oh my goodness.
What happened now?
However, Oreo addresses the issue of veganism in their FAQ. Oreo have milk as a cross contact and therefore they are not suitable for you pagans.
Good thing I haven't had any.
I'm so done.
Jeez. Sorry, Manuel.
Nah, it's vegan, man.
Okay.
It's vegan, man.
Yeah, see, Proverbs said, it's true, Esther. My sister eats a vegetarian diet because her husband is vegetarian. Sometimes when she visits me, she tries to eat meat and it runs her belly. You become intolerant to it. That's my fear. I can't be intolerant to chicken wings. That's a bad life.
I think it depends on the person though, because
Yeah.
like I was saying, like when I first started, my whole thing is when I'm in the UK, pure vegan. When I'm back home, I'll
Yeah,
eat meat.
because do you eat suya? Would you have suya? 'Cause that's
As in-
proper meat, you know.
Yeah. No, not now. Definitely not now.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. But before, I would eat meat back home
Okay.
because my whole thing is I just don't like the chemicals, the certain things that they put in the meat in the West.
Yeah.
So my thing is that's the main reason.
Kind of pure diet kind of thing.
Yeah, like I didn't care about the animals and the planet. It was nothing to do. I still don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna come for you. But yeah.
So it was purely about health. But as time went on, yeah. Anyway, so I mentioned all that just to say there were certain times in the year where
Yeah.
I would eat meat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But nothing bad will happen to me. If
Yeah,
I
I
had it
think-
for too long, I may get like a bit sick.
Yeah, I think it depends. Yeah, it definitely is dependent on the person because my belly is sensitive anyway. Like anyway. So I can't imagine if I take a long period. The only chocolate I'm actually not allergic, well, I say I have intolerant to is Rocher's. Any other chocolate I have, I feel in my brain.
What about Kinder Bueno?
I don't like Kinder Bueno. No, I don't know what it is. It's never really been my thing.
Okay, I remember when it first. You remember when the Kinder Bueno first came out?
I don't remember the launch, but
It was a PR event. I don't remember the
I
launch.
remember when it came out. Kind of, yeah. Good was nice. Obviously, you got different variations of Cadbury's, different variations of Galaxy.
Yeah, I like the pure Galaxy. I remember when Galaxy Cookie Crumble came out.
Yeah,
I was in school.
You know, they discontinued Galaxy Hazelnut. That was my favorite back in the day.
I never knew that
Not sure
existed,
why.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good.
They stopped it for some reason.
I think, with nut, I don't know what it is with nut chocolates. They stopped it, but the elite one though, the Lindt, is it Lindor? Lindor and Lindt, same thing, right? Same company.
Just like dog.
Yeah, they must be.
Because what's the round one? The round one is Lindor.
Hold on, let me.
Isn't that Lindt? With the soft inside. With the
Yeah.
that's-
The round circle balls.
I think that's Lindt, you know.
I know there's Lindt and then there's Lindor. Or is Lindor a detergent? Lindor is a detergent.
Hold on, let me Google it.
I can't remember, you know.
Lindor is definitely a detergent.
Someone
Man.
called Eni would like to know,
Give me terms and
I
conditions.
hope I'm pronouncing that right. She or he is trying to transition into
Yeah.
vegan,
Veganism.
but they're Nigerian and they want to know how you did it, Emmanuel.
Sorry, 1 second. It's both. So
Okay.
the box says Lindor.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the one with nuts for them, oh my gosh, good stuff. Very nice. It's just so imagine how nice chocolate is anyway, but with sprinkles of nuts in there, yummy.
I guess it's like Ferrero Rocher, though, isn't it?
No, but it's different. 'Cause I feel like their texture is creamier and it's softer. Make me hungry.
Yeah, Brent. He was talking.
How the trans.
You know the thing is, yeah, I'm not a fussy eater, so I've never struggled with like finishing my meal and feeling like, oh, I need something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So My thing was, as long as I'm full, I'm cool, type of thing.
Okay.
I'm making sure that I kind of had everything I needed to have a proper balanced diet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said yesterday, as a vegan, you have to put in a bit more effort to make sure you've got all your vitamins, minerals from your food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to answer that question, as a Nigerian, do you know what it is? Beans will be one of your main foods. Plantain, carbs, sweet potatoes, rice, stuff like that. Jollof rice as well, of course. Fried rice. Just don't use the stock and don't put in no prawns. Yes, Ginger Gist also said pounded jam, F4. That's still my favourite food. Egusi as well. Serious?
You cannot have F4.
Why?
F4's got stockfish in it.
No, it depends how you make it. Esther.
Spell it for me so I can get some context, please.
So it's EFO.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Depends how you make it.
Do you know what's funny? Anyway, whatever. Because if I'm going to be real with you,
Yeah.
it depends how you make the jollof rice. You can't go to a party and have jollof rice.
Allegedly. Remember, I told them beforehand, and they all make the concessions for me.
You know, no Nigerian aunties.
Let's be positive.
But no, it's what you said to me. Avoid chicken stock.
Mm-hmm.
So Maggie and stuff, is that vegan?
Yeah.
Seasoning?
Yeah. Some of them are not, but
Yeah, like the crayfish one would not be.
yeah. And the beef one and all that stuff. But yeah, Maggie is.
I love food so much, man.
Mm.
I can't wait to show my kids all the food. They're going to wake
There
up in
you
the
go.
morning to the fresh... Do you know, I look forward to, so random, yeah, but in the mornings, on like Saturday morning, I look forward to my kids waking up to the fresh smell of akara.
What's that?
It's basically, it's bean cake. It's
How do
like
you spell
fried
it?
bean, AKARA.
Yeah.
Like, I really look forward to just... I don't know, it's such a random thing to associate with a family, but
No,
I'm
it's
just
a
like,
beautiful
in the
thing, yeah.
morning, like, this will be the smell, and they're like, oh,
When I was back home
It's
as
the
well,
vibe.
with my grandma, every morning.
I love it so much. I might even make some actually over the Christmas period.
It's a beautiful thing.
This kind of wants to look like Polori.
Who's Polori?
It's a Trinidadian pastry. But
Okay.
yeah, this is kind
Chijeka, that was a comeback for you, by the way.
Yeah, I gathered.
No, wait, I don't think he's even here to gather it.
Yeah, he's here.
Chijeka, stop it.
He's here. He's here.
He is? Okay,
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah. Do you have
Lucky-
a dip with this?
What?
Dip?
A dip.
We don't have dips. God damn it.
I said dip, like I said, then you get sweet chili sauce out. No,
Nah,
a
man, just eat
dip,
it.
you know.
Why am I seeing it with dips here then?
Hold on.
This is probably some commercial
Look,
nonsense.
I'm seeing a dip here. I'm seeing a dip here.
That's not a dip bread. That's like a whole
Like just you.
side.
Really?
No, it's oggy.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
Oggy, oggy, oggy. Oi,
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 oi.
You're so annoying. No, it's basically, it's called in English. I think the English word is pap.
Okay.
I don't like it. Though. It smells just like feet.
I love it though. Yeah, it's a serious meal, you know.
I'd rather have akara with Gary. That's more my
Serious?
vibe. Yeah, that slaps. Or with bread. I have it with akara bread.
I was just about to say that
Oh
with
my
bread.
gosh, banging sandwich. That's the best sandwich ever.
What
made.
do they call it in Lagos?
What?
Is
Akara
it-
bread.
No, with the akara as well. Is it street burger or something?
Sort of street. I will see that. I've never heard that though.
Yeah. I think that's what
That
it is,
sounds
you know?
on brand for them
I think that's what it is.
because it is a burger.
Yeah.
So two
serious
pieces,
one, man.
just two ingredients: the bread and the.
And the akara.
That's it.
They just pack it in there. Put
That's it.
Put 3 or 4
I
in
actually did
there.
a reel. I just haven't posted it.
Wait,
Where I made one.
The akra is a thing that you guys just showed me, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you put that between 2 pieces of bread.
Yes,
Okay.
But it's
Hella
thick
carbs.
bread. It's
agege bread. You know what? It's like hard dough bread.
yeah, it looks like harder bread.
With the
But
Nigerian
softer,
version.
but
Yeah,
softer.
softer.
But isn't that dry as hell?
No,
Nah, man.
What do you put for sauce?
there's no sauce
need it.
bread. It's not.
Wait,
it's not a hamburger.
Wait. Do you eat the bread just plain?
Yeah,
All right. And it's you have to
Yeah, because you know
put
it's-
water in your mouth, right?
yeah, because akara is crispy on the outside and then
It's-
soft on the
it's-
inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
soft and still dry, right?
No, it's not dry at all.
It's moist.
Yeah, it's not wet, but like it's not like moist. It's just a fried thing.
hard
Like
to
it's
explain,
it's
man.
hard to explain.
It's not dry though. At most, I guess they might put some margarine in the bread though, innit?
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like you.
Do you know I did
you
one
don't
time?
need to.
I lightly toasted the bread.
What with akara as well?
Yeah,
I'm
How
gonna
is
put
it?
pictures
Sensational.
up. I'll find pictures.
sensational. if I make some and I'm coming to you, I'll bring you some bread.
Always have like a bread like toasted though.
Yes. It's
nice, man.
banging, man.
But I don't
What are
like
you laughing at? Who's being racist in the comments? Sick of y'all.
No, I'm looking at these pictures, man. And they
What
just stuffed these little balls into the bread.
Oh, so you found the burger, yeah?
Yeah. But that
It's
looks
so
dry,
nice.
man.
The more accurate one is the one. If you go from the left,
Yeah.
one to the right and down.
And down. Okay.
Is that lettuce in there?
What? Well,
The
far
one
right.
with the picture of the orange juice behind it. I know you lying. Do you know? Oh my gosh! So I can't wait. Yeah. So one of my other favorite things from Nigeria is ewa going.
Show that.
It's like it's beans, yeah, but it's beans, yeah, but it's not beans like normal beans with like sweet corn. It's like mashed beans and it's got like
Okay.
this peppered sauce with it. That's the best. Like I love that. I love being Nigerian for that. It's my favorite thing. That as well with bread slaps. But there's a place in Nigeria, right? Let me shout them. I think they're called Oni Danfo. I think they're called, and it's a play on like obviously the Danfo bosses, and they have that, yeah. But it's like it's not gentrified, but they basically have like a slab of like agege bread, right? Then they have the beans on top, and then they have the plantain there. It looks sensational. You could actually eat it with like a fork and knife. It looks so good. I can't wait to go to Lagos for that. Oh my gosh. I just cannot
only
wait.
certain dishes that are made in Lagos?
No, because the restaurant that does that.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like to be honest, I feel like they're the first to ever kind of make ewa going outside of how you usually eat it.
Era going.
Ewa. Agoin. Ewa is beans.
EWA.
Yep. And then space AGOIN.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so they like made it into like a different kind of dish. Thinking like a Mayfair dish, to be honest, the way they presented it to act. But their restaurant is in Lagos.
It doesn't look like a Mayfair dish here.
Yeah, because you're not looking at the right place, bro. Let me go on their Instagram.
Okay. This must taste nice.
It's
the
my
presentation
favorite
isn't-
thing.
I remember I had like grilled fish here.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna have for Christmas Day.
I think this might be the best grilled fish I've ever had. Where was that? I think I was in Benin, you know?
Really?
Yeah, so I was going by, remember, I think I mentioned this story on the show before.
Yeah.
I was going by road from Ghana to Nigeria, right,
Yeah.
and back. So one of the stops, I think it was Benin. I don't think it was Togo. One of them anyway.
Yeah.
At the border, they were doing the whole grilling barbecue type thing. innit?
Yeah.
Had this fish, yeah. This was amazing. It was one of those ones where it's like, I wish I could.
Was this in Nigeria?
No, Benin.
Okay, but
Yeah. I think it was Benin or Togo, one of them. It was one of those ones where I'm thinking, I wish I could just go home just for this.
Yeah.
So fresh, man. So
That's the
fresh.
thing. There's certain things I'm just like, I wish I could just go home just for this. I'm trying to find a picture. Sorry, I'm trying to find a picture for you, Brent,
Of what?
of the food.
Oh, I saw it, don't I?
No,
you
from the
didn't.
restaurant.
No, you did not see anything. From the actual restaurant. Oh, they do so much, you know. Just make my mouth water. I'm so hungry. So basically, anyone who wants to go to who wants to look it up, they're called Danfo Bistro on Instagram. DANFO and then Bistro. But no, yeah, there's just certain things. It's like even like there's this place here in Lagos. I can't remember what it is now, but they have the nicest amala. It's the amala. It's the peppered stew that accompanies. Oh my god, I love Nigerian food so much. You know,
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
this is why I'm such a picky eater. I only really only eat Nigerian food. I'm too picky.
Amala is. When I was younger, though, in this country, I hated it. The
it?
smell, I hated it with a passion.
I love it so much.
And then I went back home,
Yeah, go on.
and then I hated it again. No, you know what it is?
What a story gonna
started-
change.
I started to like it a bit, right?
Yeah.
But when I was staying with my grandma, would alternate between the normal brown amala
Yeah.
and the white one.
Oh, lafo. Yeah.
Every other day. I was like, nah, this is too much.
This is a
man.
lot. It's
Yeah,
overload.
and then after, when I came back here, no more. Went back home,
Yeah.
and I thought this thing is splendid. I needed that break.
It's sometimes you need a break.
What's
but
your rank?
It's everything.
Pounded yam for me, number one.
Yeah.
Might be ground rice, you know.
I hate
Ground rice is meaty.
Ground rice is so meaty.
It's meaty.
Ground rice,
Emma is the
semolina,
meaty
Meaty,
one.
and you know the texture as well.
It's just so childish.
it's too flimsy.
Do you know what the Hausas do though? They have I think it's called tuwo. Basically, it's like rice, but it's like rice balls.
Yeah.
That for me, that should be what's called ground
Ground
rice
rice.
because they actually use actual rice and then they like do it. They pound it like you do eba and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's just so banging. That should have been called because whenever I hear ground rice, I used to think it was that.
Okay.
Then I'd order and I'm like, what in there?
Yeah.
What kind of setup is it? Ground rice is so meaty. Ground rice, semolina.
I think my ranking
Worst.
is Eba.
What, number one?
Yeah, I love it.
No, you're childish.
Serious?
Ever? Nah, man.
Eba.
Never found a jam.
Eba's one. For me, personally.
I don't like it that much, you know.
I prefer
Same,
Eba.
man.
I like Eba
I
a
have
lot.
to
you know.
crave it to have it.
Yeah, I like Eba.
Is it
What's your favorite
cornmeal?
thing to have it?
Which one?
Is what?
Is Eba cornmeal?
No, it's
No. That's
cornmeal.
it's cassava.
Cassava, yeah.
It's Gary basically, but with hot
okay.
water.
And it's easier to make than pounded yam. That's
It's quicker.
why.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quicker.
Quicker. Eba, pounded yam. Then we'll go amala. Then ground rice, semolina.
Yeah, semolina I think is down there.
Semolina is meaty
The
as
last,
well.
yeah.
I didn't even eat that.
Same, I'm not
I
having
think I had
it.
it once when I was a kid and I said, never, don't you ever serve this again.
Might as well eat rice pudding and stew.
Mate, it's horrible. And it's just the texture. I feel like it kind of like tears away. Like,
it's bitty.
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Mine is pounded jam, but I don't like the pounded jam. I make pounded jam from like actual
the
yam.
proper, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pounded jam for me, and that's the thing, it's a long process, man.
Yeah, it's long.
It's a long, but it's worth it every damn time. So I have pounded jam, amala, eba. That's it. Semolina and fufu and all of them, they don't even come into my ranking.
Yeah. I don't think I've even had fufu in my life, bro.
There's a different type of fufu. You know,
I don't
there's
think so.
there's a fufu that's like kind of like cold.
Okay.
It's like harder. No, that's the only fufu there is actually. Yeah, because then the white one would then what some people call fufu sometimes is lafu, which is the white amala.
Amala. Oh.
But I don't like the white amala. I don't know what it is, but the black one, it's
Yeah,
got
that,
Genesis
yeah,
quite
that
to it.
one's
I
better.
haven't had white amala before.
Yeah, it's more like
I never had it in this country, you know.
Really?
I always had it back home. Yeah.
okay.
I always had the brown one, the normal.
I don't know there was a white
Okay.
amala.
Yeah, there's a white
Yeah.
one. But no, man, amala slaps heavier.
So apparently Chijoke,
Yeah,
that's it, right?
yeah.
All right. Apparently ground rice slaps.
Yeah, I like ground rice, man.
And
I'm not
you're
for
you're
yes,
Yoruba,
to be fair.
are you Emmanuel?
Yeah, but Chijioke is
100%.
Igbo.
Okay.
Because some cultures, they eat something more than others.
Yeah.
So like Igbos, for example, they eat yellow gari
Yeah.
for the eba.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, my Igbo friends, they would always have yellow
Yellow
eba.
version, yeah.
So some cultures eat more, like it's more of a staple in their culture than somewhere else. I remember the first time I had, this is one good thing that came from my dad's family, right? Is my sperm donor's family, is that my my grandma, my paternal grandma, she's the one who got me who I had pounded jam with for the first time when I was 10 years old. Because I went to visit her, like my first time meeting her, and she's like, they live in Ife. And when I tell you, like, it was a whole thing of like, oh, like our daughter, blah, blah.
Yep.
And they literally pounded it from the shoulders. I tasted it in my life, has never been the same. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It was so banging.
I have to shout out the Ghana for
I'm shouting out. What are you doing here? Did someone put in the comments or something?
No, it literally just came to me. Because I remember my first time going to Ghana,
Yeah.
I was chilling with my uncle, innit? You know, men are a bit more, they may not eat the whole day, innit? So I was just with him doing a bunch of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
End of the day now, he's paid someone to get all the ingredients to make the pounded jam, yeah. This thing was serious. One of the best experiences I ever had.
Pounded jam?
Sorry, fufu.
I thought, okay.
Yeah. Like the Ghana one.
Is that with the peanut soup?
No, this was what was the soup? It wasn't with peanut soup though. It was with the normal light soup. So it had like fish in it. It had.
Was that the one
meat
that looks
in it.
brown?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I've never tried Ghanaian food. I've got Ghanaian family. I just never.
I don't understand.
Too picky.
I thought fufu didn't taste like anything too tough.
Do you know what? I feel like it kind of does, but it's not a taste that holds its own.
Yeah.
There's whatever soup you
what
have
you
with
have
it
it
is
with.
what really carries the taste.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you say that Ghanaian soup, fufu was wavy, it's because of the things that came with it, Emmanuel.
No, but also the fufu as well.
Yeah.
Because the Ghana one is different.
It's different,
They
yeah.
add other things. It's not just yam.
Yeah, because even was it gin and gist? She said Ijebu Gari for life. Yes, because there's different types of Gari as well.
Exactly.
Ijebu Gari slaps. So I feel like the way the texture will be, the taste you might get from it will depend on what type, where your flour is from, where the gari is from, that where the cassava is from, that kind of stuff.
And you nom that on your own in the Ghanaian fufu.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you have to eat something.
Yeah, you need
You're
to have
psycho.
it.
They will be
Oh, you
worried
tell
about
people that they're crazy for doing that.
Yeah, they'll send you to the asylum somewhere
They'll take you to church for deliverance.
immediately.
You know what? Nigerian food, I can't stand this. I never had it before because the smell puts me off so much.
What?
Oogie.
Yes, okay.
I like it, though.
I've never tasted it because
That's what you
it's
saw.
stinks.
When that's what you thought was a dip.
Yeah.
Is
I don't know how to
OGI
put it.
OGI.
or
Well,
tapping pap.
My mum makes it for herself when I lived at home. And
It smells like
oh
feet.
my God, it stinks.
So much.
What is this, mayonnaise?
Fam, it might as well be mayonnaise. I've called it whatever you want to call it, but it's nasty.
Sometimes you need to put enough sugar in it. Yeah,
Nah,
put
I've
more
never,
sugar.
I've never even tried it.
Serious.
But you know, is that for
nice.
me?
I was
Yeah,
put off since a kid.
yeah. Since a kid, I've never
stinks,
tried it.
bruv.
I think
Never-
once I
never
was
tried
like,
it.
okay, I'll try a little bit, and I was like, nah, man. But I've always been a funny kid with textures anyway. That's why I can't have like oats and wheat. I don't like that kind of texture.
Yeah.
But ogi just smells.
Oh my
do you know
God.
what? Do you know the worst part? Is when they get it out of the bag before they start cooking
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God.
like feet.
It's rank. Rank is the word. Is the proper word.
Have you seen what it's like in the bag as well? Just wet.
Yeah, wet.
Like how
a
is it wet and solid at the
wet
same time?
lump of just whiteness.
Just whiteness.
It's just weird juicy juice dripping from
Just
it.
yeah.
Like semen. It's like semen. Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't want to say it.
No, you would have said it.
But it's vegan, Emmanuel. That's why you like it?
No, it just tastes good, man. I like it. Innit?
Do you know what? Oh, I might try it. I might try it with akara.
Yeah, you have to have it like that,
You
man.
know what else stinks?
What?
Panla.
Panla is the worst.
Panla will ruin your whole house.
Brent, tap in stockfish.
Stockfish.
Ruin your house,
it's-
ruin your clothes.
Ruin every. Do you know the worst is when they bring it from Nigeria? So
Yes.
the suitcase
Oh
now
my gosh.
stinks.
What?
Why?
Oh my god.
You have to do this.
So
Panla.
you didn't say stockfish. You said Pamla.
Yeah, tap in Panla.
So
Panla.
P-A-N-L-A. Panla.
Yeah.
All right.
You're about to say the
That
P
was a
like
nice
that.
one.
Yeah.
That was really good there.
Ooh.
That was your best pronunciation, Brent.
Good. This looks like
It's hard as well.
saltfish.
It might
What
be.
fish?
Saltfish.
Swordfish.
Saltfish.
Oh,
saltfish.
saltfish. Oh no.
How it's dried up like this.
Yeah.
It's dried though, yeah.
It's very,
dried, yeah.
very dry. They throw that at your head, mate. You're not making it alive.
Wow.
So what, Maggie Sky? Are you Nigerian? Yeah. I don't know why,
Panla
I
is
never thought.
something else, man.
But this
It's
looks like it
rubber-
might taste nice.
It does. When it's cooked up, it's nice, yeah, but
It's the smell, bro.
it's the process. Because you know,
smells
when
crazy.
it's dry as well, you can get the smell and whatever. It's not too bad. But when they soak in the hot water, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort for that. Like Panla stinks, man.
Oh, this is nice.
They need it. Now Nigerian food is lit, man.
That's lit though.
You're gonna go Inish today, boy. Get some amala down my system.
When I went to Innis, let me not even
What did you have there?
annoy myself.
Myself. What did you have?
Now when I go there, I just get jollof or something.
You can't even have fish.
Yeah, you're making me tell the story.
Please tell the story.
So basically, yeah,
But that's silly.
it's a combination of different things.
Okay.
So one time I asked for egusi, yeah,
Yeah.
and they made it perfect for me.
Yeah.
No, nothing that I didn't need in it.
Yeah.
Right? Next time now, the guy makes it, and I'm like, make sure there's no fish, you know, da-da-da-da. He's like, okay, cool. So he makes it, but he leaves out like a big piece of fish, but he makes it with
With fish.
With fish.
Like pieces of fish.
exactly.
Then
I'm
didn't
like-
you think of allergy?
Huh?
What? You could have been allergic.
This is what I'm saying to you.
That's why I said leave the fish out.
This guy's like, oh no, this is how we make it. I said, don't tell me that's how you make it.
'Cause I've had it
Because
before
I've
where
had-
you didn't make it like
Thank
this.
you very much.
I hear him
He's
put
like,
it
oh, sometimes we make it differently. I said, what? What do you mean?
Well, how about you did it this time? Because that's what I requested.
Do you know what he said? The reason why they make it differently sometimes.
Why?
He said sometimes when we go to the market,
There's no fish.
if the fish is not available, this is what he said.
But you're not in Nigeria. What does that mean?
This guy's insane. If the fish is not available, then we can't make it with the fish. So that's why sometimes we don't have it with the fish. They sell it at the same price, you know. Everything's the same, but because of what's available at the market, and it made sense. And he just
You know, so it
said
reminded
it.
me of Neptizo, yeah. He's currently in Ghana, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said how he went to a restaurant and they're like, oh, sorry, like we don't have fries. And it turns out,
Fries.
yeah, as in chips.
Oh,
And then they said it because it ran out 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago. We could buy potatoes or something. Chop it yourself.
That's what that reminds me of. Like, what do you mean when there's no fish? You should have different ones you make.
These people are.
Do you know what it is with Enish? Like, they're so Nigerian. Like, they remind me that you can take the people out of Nigeria, you can't take Nigeria out of them.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So when I went with Grace, so that day it was proper raining, we're cold. So we're like, I think Grace was asked like, have you got tea? Because obviously a lot of restaurants have tea, right? This is the guy. Tea. Wait, I need to say the full thing. He said, wait, okay, let me do it again. So Grace is like, have you got tea? Like, do you serve tea? This is him. Tea. This is exactly what he did in a Nigerian restaurant.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what he did. He kissed.
I like that though. I like that.
No. Excuse me. What's the customer service? He looked at us. He said,
Because I would laugh at that, and I find it funny.
he did.
Yeah, but
No, I get it. It's bad customer service.
Completely.
But I'd laugh in the moment and be like, "This fucking joker."
That's basically what he did. He looked at. He said, tea.
oh man,
In a Nigerian restaurant.
Yeah.
He basically said, listen, be fucking for real.
for real.
Ain't no tea up in here. It was ridiculous.
Oh gosh.
Nah, they are something. I remember even when I went with my cousin recently, so we ordered pepper soup to start off. Because I've had pepper soup in years, but I've been wanting it, and then at 9:00 they do it. I thought, let me just have it. Because I can't have goat meat, but I've had to face that because that's the closest I'm going to get to pepper soup. So anyways, I ordered it now. So we ordered that as a starter because obviously it's in the starter side, right? But this is how you know a Nigerian restaurant's got a Nigerian. Because we ordered a starter, we ordered mains, yeah? Why did my jollof rice come for the pepper soup? Then we were like, if it's okay. And then her food didn't come. It was just my jollof rice. So this is what's ready, my food. The person I'm with hasn't got anything. I said, no, we wanted to have the pepper soup to start with, as a starter, and then we'd have the main. Do you mind just taking this back? And no, they just took that plate, put it back, and then brought it back out to me.
That's all.
I thought I just put a microwave cover over it when they got to the kitchen.
What happened. I remember you
Very
just
funny
reminded me.
place.
I went to bloody what's the name of this restaurant called? Tasty.
Oh, yes.
So you know they got bare different ones, right?
Yes.
I don't want to say where this one is because I like them typically, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so I've gone there now. I want jollof rice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, can I have some jollof rice? And the woman who's serving, she's like from somewhere in the Middle East, right? So
Okay, so that's different.
diversity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't mind
So it's
them.
equal opportunities when you hire, so that's cute.
Don't mind them. But anyway, so this woman was like, okay, cool. So she's about to put it in a container.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want that one. That's just oil. I can see just
I
oil
can
there.
see the oil, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Go and get some new thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Takes the tray, goes to the back, comes back, more jollof rice. I'm like, what did you just do to the old one? And she's like, she added the bag of jollof rice.
Yeah, into the new one, into the old one.
But that
mixed it.
bag,
Yeah.
she mixed it.
Yeah.
That bag as well, it's got bare oil in it because that bag wasn't full.
Okay. So
you know how
I'm having oily rice either way.
Exactly. I was like, what are you doing? So, yeah, we just mix it. I was like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Over there, there's no, the food standards. You take it as you will. You
I
hope
was
your
like,
belly.
just give me my
your
puff
stomach.
puff and let me get out of here. Man.
They have Polish people cooking in
I have to
Tasty.
get my puff puff.
British people.
That's what Jinan just said.
Is it cooking or serving the food? That's mad.
No, definitely can't be cooking. This one was in the front. And this one was like Middle Eastern
Who knows?
looking.
Did the jollof rice taste Nigerian? Did the jollof rice taste Nigerian?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe she wasn't cooking it then.
No,
Can
there
you-
definitely wasn't there.
Can you all tell the taste?
Oh, it's jollof rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it
Sorry, the
differently.
difference.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
I know when it's Nigerian cooked. I know when it's Ghanaian cooked, and I know when it's badly Nigerian cooked and badly Ghanaian cooked. And you can just tell by the flavor of the food. The person behind this meal had no idea what they were doing.
I'm gonna cook jollof for you guys, and I'm gonna see if it passes the taste test.
I hope you can cook.
We'll
I
be
feel like
making
I've done
her-
it bare times before.
I don't know about better.
What are you talking about? I used
Actually,
to
do
do
you
it all the time.
Okay, do you know what? You can do whatever you want to do. It's about whether or not
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
nice.
No, it's nice for my stomach, but I don't know if it passes the taste test. Obviously, I ran it past Stephen and then Susan.
Stephen is the same from the same place you are.
No, but I'm saying Stephen because he normally eats it from his
In-laws.
and it's proper.
And he said, what? Stephen
To
loves
be
you.
honest, I don't know why I mentioned Stephen's name.
Yeah, because Stephen is not a credible
No, what I'm saying is I don't
Nigerian
need
food
to go
critic.
past me, right? Because I've
Okay.
tasted a lot of rice dishes that
Okay.
call themselves jollof, right?
Yeah.
From different countries and whatnot.
Okay.
I've even tasted the Sierra Leonean one. Anyway,
Well, I heard that. Nice, actually.
and so I know, and I've eaten it from his mother's house and Moses' mother's house. So I know
Is Moses Nigerian?
what passes. Yeah,
Okay.
I know what passes, man. And
Okay.
mine's wavy.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah,
What,
yeah.
what are you gonna serve it with? Chicken.
I used to do it with grilled chicken.
Okay, I would like some grilled chicken. I was gonna
because-
say I don't want stew.
Yeah, I did it every single time I did barbecue. Instead of just the regular stir fry.
It's making me
I would
hungry.
normally, thing.
I'm so hungry. Okay, yes, I would like to try that bread.
I was
Bread-
so happy
bread-
when I found the recipe that was wavy. Huh?
Yeah,
I was gonna say Brent makes good
grilled chicken.
pale
What's pale out?
Yeah, it's one pot rice, peas, and meat.
Yeah,
All in one pot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what's called one pot?
it's a one pot. You know, do realize every single country has a one pot.
No, Nigerian doesn't.
Serious?
Yeah.
We don't have a one pot.
What's that one pot?
Several pots. We ain't doing that.
All
So
right.
one pot is basically like the rice,
Let me
the
show
meat.
you what. Let me show you what pilau
Yeah, but
is.
Brent, you don't make it from scratch like that. Obviously.
I
No,
would like
no,
to
I
some
can't
sauce.
imagine raw meat cooking with the rice.
No. You add it as like
No,
later on,
you
innit?
with the pilau, I would put the meat into brown first, but it doesn't cook fully. It just does the outside,
Okay.
right? Just to get that brown thing in it. And then you
I can
put
imagine you being a really good cook.
you put the rice in. You put the rice in, and
Yeah.
then you leave it for a long time. And then
Okay.
obviously for that long time, cooking the rice,
Yeah.
it cooks the meat also.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's wavy.
Yeah,
Mine-
I would like some.
I put coconut milk in mine.
I would
as
like
a
some meal
standard.
prep food, Brent.
Ooh.
You're really selling this to me. You're making me so hungry. We're going.
This
have to
might
deliver
turn you
with
off.
this food,
Might
by the
turn
way.
you off. Pigfoot. Do you guys like
No.
Pigfoot, pigtail? Anything
No.
to do? All right, cool.
It's giving slavery.
Come
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
that's diabolical, man.
Serious.
You need to move away from that one, Brent.
Nigerians,
Not pig, obviously, but cow foot.
Nigerians eat cow foot.
I love cow foot.
I can't have cow foot.
Yeah,
I love cow foot. Like,
Serious?
yeah.
I never liked it, you know.
Cow foot
Never.
is
Pisses
busted,
me
man.
out.
The texture,
Cow foot,
everything.
chicken feet.
Yeah.
Chicken feet is just skin. You're eating skin and bone.
Yeah, I
I
can't
would
have
love it.
Cow foot is top tier to me.
Yeah, I can't have cow foot.
Shaki.
I don't eat shaki. You know?
Serious?
I don't
Shaki's
eat anything
buff,
that's
but
not
it has to be
outside
soft.
of beef.
How do you spell shaki?
If it's tough and I'm
SHAKI.
splashing stew over my top,
You know the stew splashes back in your eye.
yeah,
so
it's jarring, bro.
big.
It has to be really soft. Soft enough that I can put the whole thing in my mouth. Fold
Yeah,
it,
and
Yeah,
just put it in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and you don't choke on it.
chewing it for
You're
5 minutes.
chewing for time, and then you know when you get to that, you're like, I have to make a decision. Do I spit this out or do I just swallow it in one? And then you swallow, you're like, it's
All
crazy.
right, shaki. S
HAKI.
A K I.
We've been talking about food for 45 minutes, and we need to move on.
Yeah, for real, man.
Pick up Nigerians though.
Oh, what is this? Tripe?
Yeah, basically, yeah. The only time I've had shaki, I only had shaki recently because I got the pepper soup and it was in there. But I don't mind that because that's right. That's nice.
Doesn't it taste like rubber?
No.
No, that's nice, man. Yeah, not like
If it's not cooked well enough, it's kind of tough,
It's tough.
right?
But it has to be
There's nothing
soft. Like, it's just so nice. When it's soft and your teeth just bite into it and it's just
else.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have this in Trinidad.
I like pomo as well.
Oh, and I like big gizzards,
the big one.
the big ones.
Serious?
Do you know, I used
I
to
like
like,
the big one,
I used to
big
like grilled, you know the peppered gizzard?
Yeah.
Not with like plantain or anything, just on its own. When I was younger, but I haven't had it yet. My grandma used to do it, but
Yeah,
guess I'm never
with the
gonna have that again.
plantain, without the plantain, I love gizzard,
yeah.
man. Or used
Smoke
to.
is so
anyway.
hungry.
So, the benefit of the hard meat.
Is your jaw.
All right, is that
But
why
that
you're
jar
a little bit
work.
like that?
I'm not for the hard meat. I'm not for the.
I'm not for the jaw work.
The hard meat is annoying, bruv.
Yeah, I don't like hard meat. I
Like
hate
one,
hard
there's
meat.
barely any meat on it anyway.
For starters.
For starters, two, why are you frying something where there's no meat on it and now it's tough? I think it's ridiculous.
Do you know, there's a way to fry it where that it comes, because my mum fries, if it's like jollof rice, for example,
Yeah,
she fries the meat,
yeah,
but it's always so like soft. So you have to boil it to the right texture.
yeah.
Then when you fry it, it's like more like a nice crispy,
You know,
but not like crunch.
if I go to a party and I see hard meat, I look and I think I just think hard work.
Yes.
This is hard work.
Do you know, that's why I always have fish. I always have fish, fried fish at parties.
Like from
I'm not
trying
dealing
to,
with this.
from trying to eat it, keeping your clothes
Keeping
clean,
your clothes clean.
the aftermath.
And try to look decent while you're eating it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's hard work.
hard
I'd rather
work.
stay away from it.
That's why I never have chicken either. 'Cause you know they have the
Yeah,
broiler
hard-
chicken.
Yeah.
I always have just fish.
Oh, boiler chicken is jarring. That's what I'm talking about.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
No flesh on it.
But
man.
you can make boiler chicken because there's a particular chicken my mum uses, and it's just when I say it's off the bone, it's off the bone. I'm hungry, man.
Yeah, I find it so funny when he's going to the butcher, right? As in the Nigerian one.
Yeah.
and you see the chicken, and then you see the chicken that looks like it's just cardboard.
Yeah.
And people just buy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's annoying because they don't. If you cook it properly, there's a certain brand my mum buys which is not. It's basically just normal chicken, to be honest. But you gotta cook it properly. You gotta make it soft enough. Whenever I go to buy, I just always have fish because the meat is gonna be a lot. I haven't got, and then it's stuck in my teeth. This is very uncute. And I just always just have the fish because it's just the easiest thing. Even sometimes as well, some of that fish, if I do cook, I can hear it. It's ridiculous, man. Anyway, well, that's that on Nigerian foods. Try it when you can. And let's get into our first headlines. Believe that. We're only the first headline.
All right. So, President Joe Biden has told President Volodymyr Zelensky the US will stick by Ukraine for as long as it takes in its war with Russia. Mr. Biden told Zelensky as he visited the White House on his first overseas trip since the Russian invasion began that you will never stand alone. Mr. Biden confirmed a new package of more than $2 billion in assistance for Ukraine and promised another $45 billion. Mr. Zelensky expressed his gratitude for Washington's backing. At Wednesday's joint news conference, Mr. Biden told reporters he was not at all worried about holding the international coalition together. Amid concerns that some allies may be feeling the strain of the conflict's cost and disruption to global food and energy supplies, the US president said he felt very good about the solidarity of support for Ukraine. Mr. Biden said the Russian President, Vladimir Putin, had no intention of stopping this cruel war. As Ukraine's most important ally, the US has already committed $50 billion of humanitarian, financial and security assistance, far more than any other country. Mr. Zelensky, wearing his trademark combat green sweatshirt and boots, expressed hope that Congress would pass the extra $45 billion in aid to Ukraine to help us defend our values and independence. Republicans who will take control of the House of Representatives in January have warned they will not write a blank check for Ukraine. But Mr. Zelensky, who travelled on a US Air Force jet from the Polish city of Reynolds, said that regardless of changes in the Congress, he believed there would be bipartisan support for his country. And the next headline, pretty much a follow-up to that. And Vladimir Putin has pretty much come out to say that Russia's not to blame for this war. So he basically said that Russia is not to blame for the war in Ukraine, adding both countries are sharing a tragedy. During a televised address with senior military officials, the Russian president said he continued to see Ukraine as a brotherly nation. In February, Putin sent up to 200,000 troops into Ukraine, sparking a war which has led to thousands of deaths. He claimed the conflict was the result of the policy of third world countries. The theory, which implies Western expansion is the cause, has been repeatedly dismissed outside Russia. During his address, President Putin claimed the West had brainwashed post-Soviet republics, starting with Ukraine. He said, for years, we tried to build good neighborly relations with Ukraine, offering loans and cheap energy, but it did not work. President Putin's long-standing concerns appear to stem from NATO's growth since the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. NATO's original goal was to challenge Russian expansion after World War II, but the Kremlin has long argued NATO's acceptance of former Soviet allies as members threatens its security. Tensions between the Kremlin and the West increased after the overthrow of the pro-Kremlin Ukrainian president Viktor Yanukovych in 2014, following months of street protests. In his address, Putin continued, "There's nothing to accuse us of. We've always seen Ukrainians as a brotherly people, and I still think so. What's happening now is a tragedy, but it's not our fault." And the last headline is about China. And hospitals in China appear to be filling up amid concerns about a fresh COVID-19 wave hitting the country. And this was stated by the World Health Organization. Dr. Michael Ryan says intensive care units are busy despite officials saying numbers are relatively low. China's figures show no one died of COVID on Wednesday, but there's skepticism about the disease's real impact. In recent days, hospitals in Beijing and other cities have been filling up as the latest COVID surge hits China. Since 2020, China has imposed strict health restrictions as part of its zero COVID policy, but the government ended most of these measures 2 weeks ago after landmark protests against the strict controls. The number of cases has since soared, raising fears of a high mortality rate amongst the elderly who are particularly vulnerable. Despite the rise, the official figures show only 5 people died from COVID on Tuesday and 2 on Monday. It has led to the World Health Organization Emergencies Chief, Dr. Ryan, urging China to provide more information about the latest spread of the virus. He said, in China, what's being reported is relatively low numbers of cases in ICUs, but anecdotally, ICUs are filling up. We've been saying this for weeks, that this highly infectious virus was always going to be very hard to stop completely with this, with just public health and social measures. Speaking during a weekly news conference in Geneva, the World Health Organization chief said he's very concerned over the evolving situation in China. And that's the end of the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into our topic of the day. What you saying?
All right, so topic of the day is pretty much a continuation of yesterday, but just gonna touch on some different topics, right? And this is what I love and hate most about. So the first one I wanted to touch on today is, I'm gonna start very, very light. Kevin Samuels.
That's not light. What I love
And hate most about Kevin Samuels.
I don't know if I love anything about Kevin Samuels. I like his name.
Okay.
It's a nice, very powerful name. I liked his image and that he always wore a suit every time I saw him. I like when people take care of themselves. That's about it. I hate the fact that though, that he kind of went viral for certain types of clips because that put me off ever listening to anything he had to say. So whether he was speaking sense, not speaking sense, I will honestly never know because I have no interest in checking because the clips I saw of him were very hostile. And I think that he loved the virality of everything. And for me, in a way, that proves that I don't know. I don't think he was doing things necessarily for the message because I feel like he made no attempts to try and clean up the image that was out there about him. And one could say, why should he? You shouldn't care, blah, blah. But I think that if you're someone who you're actually if you're saying you're trying to better this and something you're doing, blah, blah, then I would expect that you would try and clean up that image. But the image of him out there, I feel like he liked the whole idea of being viral and stuff. So unfortunately, yeah, I hate the fact that he went viral in the ways he went because it never made me want to get to know what his content was really about. And I think a lot of people feel like that. Like I would never ever sit down any of my spare time to sit down and listen to what this man had to say. I don't care. Because the ones that I saw were bad enough for me to even think that maybe there's another side to the story. I don't care.
How are you?
Yeah.
I never liked or disliked him, to be fair.
Okay.
So he's not someone of interest for me. I guess if I had to force an answer, I would say I liked that he was brutally honest with people. And he probably said things that people thought but were afraid to say.
Do you feel as though, like, even if the woman he was talking to directly, right, didn't really gain anything,
Yeah.
the other women secretly were like, you know what, this guy's talking the truth, you know?
Yeah,
maybe not the masses, but
yeah, the thing is, Kevin Samuel says things that essentially society has told you that you shouldn't say. Like, you know, be kind, you know, treat people with care. And, you know, sometimes the truth hurts, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel Kevin Samuels sometimes said those truths, the truths that hurt and people kind of shy away from talking about because they know that it will hurt the person's feelings. I mean, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, brutal honesty is sometimes it's required, isn't it? And I feel like that was his lane, was brutal honesty, in his opinion. I mean,
do you feel like that same kind of sentiment with someone like Andrew Tate?
I ain't listened to no white man.
I don't know.
I don't know what this
I don't
man
know
is doing.
what his narrative is. I don't really pay
Okay.
attention to him, so I don't know what his rhetoric is really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the same. I don't have a clue
Yeah.
what that man's talking about.
That was similar with me as well.
But he's not someone I would even go and see what he's talking about because, again, he strikes me as someone, like, I feel like there's this surge of people just going online, and this is not just men, but just people going online, saying wild stuff, going viral for the wild stuff, and then just really, really loving that. I'm not here for all that foolishness. I don't like people that just want to, I'm not here for that.
Is there equivalent? Is there an equivalent for women? A woman that comes out and just talks, and bare women just love her.
I don't know. No, because it's the women that do that. It's not the women. Women don't love them. It's the men that love them because again, they're playing into what the men are doing, and what they're doing is passing on whatever ideas and ideologies that these men believe about women. They're honestly, they're the society's respectfully rejects.
No, but I mean in terms of like, is there a woman that most women like? So maybe saying certain things that you would want to hear, for example. So you know what I'm saying?
I can't. I think to be honest, that kind of content I don't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Maybe there is somewhere, but I don't know any woman that's like she's like the speaker for a lot of women. Like in the way that Andrew Tate and them trend and stuff. There's a woman version that's trending like that.
Okay.
Because when I've seen the women with the mics as well, gosh, put the mics down, man.
All right. What do you love and hate most about female rappers?
Sorry, Manuel.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to.
Chime in.
Yeah.
What's he done?
Okay.
I don't want to chime. I never heard what the question was.
We are here whispering to Brent.
Huh?
We are here whispering to Brent.
I was saying maybe it's because the women ain't saying anything of any substance. That's why they're not got no followings like that. You get me? Like the men are saying stuff of importance. Look, she's not. She's over it already. She said, "Yeah." She said,
It's Christmas.
she said,
Yeah.
Oh, someone said city girls. I don't know if they're being sarcastic.
As in, what they love about them, what they hate
Yeah,
them.
as in someone that kind of like a spokesperson for bare women.
You must be on crack. Who said that? Block them. Who's got a spanner? What is it called? A wrench? Get them out of the comments.
Wait,
City girls.
Are you saying so? There ain't a woman that represents like? Because I don't think
No, I can't.
just
think.
because they got big following, they don't mean they represent all.
Yeah.
They don't
Andrew
represent
Tate and
nothing.
them man, they don't represent.
Lil Sims.
Yeah.
Huh?
Lil Sims.
You already start. We're never gonna get her on this show.
No, I'm for Lil Sims.
But it's different over there. There's no woman, but the thing is, it's not that you represent everybody, but you see how like they have Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, they have a following. I can't think of a woman who, in the same way, has a following like that. But again, I'm detached from stuff like that. I don't consume content like that. So maybe there is someone out there, but I can't think of anyone who can speak and it's like, you know.
Who's Kiara from TikTok?
I have no clue. Is that because women's
You
got
followed
it
up and
good?
said TikTok. I don't have a clue.
What's that?
Is it because women got it good? Like there's no real plight to speak of.
No, there is. There
I
are.
think that's why the men unify behind maybe like the Kevin Samuels or the Andrew Tates because they're speaking about men's plights and a lot of us
Nah,
can
I
relate
think
'cause
people don't take a.
men are down. Men are down bad.
No, I think people just think. I think it's different messages. So with the men stuff, from what I saw of Kevin Samuels, what I've seen of Andrew Tate, I think he recently did a video, something to do with Meg, I think. It tends to be, it's not in the favor of women. Whatever conversations they have, whatever things they say, it's always in a way, it's basically in conflict with what it is women are fighting for. Do you get what I mean? So this is why I feel like they go viral and whatever, because they're saying the shock things. And obviously the women are the ones who respond to it and be like, what the hell were you talking about, blah, blah. So I think with women, the things that women are fighting, because there's so much that women are trying to champion it. Even when you look at the female rappers, they're doing that in terms of like sexuality, in terms of your body, all that kind of stuff. They're absolutely doing that. But again, those things are not, they're not bait. It's not clickbait. I feel like a lot of men make clickbait content. They really do. But the women are not making clickbait content. So it's not going viral in the same way.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because when you think about the men's content, the reason why girls are saying men should stop podcasting and stuff is because the men are constantly talking about stuff to do with women. But when it's women, of course, women talk about men and whatever, but women also talk about themselves.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Do you feel as though in society there's more groups, more movements that kind of push the agenda of females? So feminism's there. There's all of this, you know what I'm saying? Women should get this type of right and equal pay and bare things.
I think
for
now,
women. Do you think maybe that's contributing to why men have a particular spokesperson being like, you know what? No, men actually need this because you guys, in trying to get this, sometimes you're taking away something from men.
No, I think men have always been talking about women, because when you think about the reason why the things that women are fighting against for now was put in place by men.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So men have been talking and been adding their 2 pence to women's business from the beginning, from literally when the world was created. Do you get what I mean? I think that, again, I don't know, I just think sometimes guys, I really feel like there's a gender disconnect. I feel like if everyone actually sat down with an open heart, open mind, and actually listened to stuff, both parties, I think we'd get on so much better. But there's so much friction where, like, you can just start a room and I would just assume it's some bullshit, and I will come there on account and just be like, this is bullshit. But the thing is, I don't know what he's talking about. And then I think it's the same with men as well. When men are seeing women saying this and saying that, you don't understand the reasoning behind. I think it's just conversations. It's just conversations and listening to each other, and that's it. I even saw a tweet yesterday, and the girl was saying how basically some woman did an experiment in New York where she basically pretended to be drunk. She pretended to be drunk, and just it was like an experiment to see how women do. You know, yesterday we talked about the whole boundaries and men not understanding boundaries. Yeah. It was just to show, like a social experiment, to show other men what women mean by when we don't feel safe about stuff. Yeah. And she was saying how it ended in. It was just crazy, like the different types of men that were talking to her and like approach, and she'd be like, oh, like even in the drunk, she'd be like, no, thank you. Oh, she wasn't drunk, she was pretending, and she was acting, sorry. And then it got to the point where like some guys would try and touch her, like even when she said, don't touch me. One guy even, she said, oh no, like leave me alone. He ended up in a hotel room. They had to stop the experiment early because that's what it was like. Like it showed so much realities of what it was. And then when they showed it to like a room of men, like a focus group, that type of thing, they said how like all the men were like, you know what, we get it. We finally understand. And again, this is something where women have been talking about it for time and time and time again. But again, I feel like this friction between the genders, no one's trying to listen to anyone. So you have to kind of see, it has to come close to him. You have to see your friend crying to you about how she was assaulted or how she was nearly assaulted for you to be like, oh, I get it now. Like, it's a thing. But I just feel like right now there's just so much, there's so much disengagement and no communication and no togetherness in trying to understand each other's plights. And I think that is the root of a lot of problems. Because even when guys cuss like city girls and whatever, what these girls are talking about, like, it's not bad. They're not asking girls to be sleeping around. They're not asking, like, I think sometimes what we label, there's this label of, oh, they're only saying this, like, take men's money. But no, it's beyond that. But again, people would hear, or sometimes you hear from another person, which happened to me with the Kevin Samuels. I'm never going to watch his content because I heard from other people. And for me, that's enough to just be like, I don't even care enough to want to figure out myself kind of thing. Dr. Umar, I did myself because I cared enough to see what the man was about. Kevin Samuels, don't give two shits. But that's what happens with the whole female rapper stuff, where people are like, oh, all they do is shake their bum and twerk and blah, blah. That's all they're promoting. That you don't sit down to actually listen to more than what they've got to offer.
Do you feel like they got to offer?
They're offering a lot.
So let me say some of the City Girls' key points.
Some of the bullet points.
Yeah, just a few points.
No, but with female rappers, yeah, they're encouraging women to own that, like to just own their sexuality and be comfortable in their own bodies, in their bodies. Yes, a lot of them are having BBL or whatever, but even to be comfortable in your own BBL body, that takes a lot. A lot of women are so detached from our bodies because from when we were young, we've been told that our body is not there for us to serve us. It's there to literally serve another person. And so with the female rappers, yes, I might not subscribe to the way they live their lives and whatever, but I like the idea that a lot of women feel confident. Like when I go to the gym and I feel like, oh, I'm not really feeling this or whatever it is, I'd like to listen to music where the women are telling me I'm a bad bitch. I love it. Because again, it just instills confidence in women, and that's something that a lot of women struggle with. And that again stems from patriarchy. So yeah, men is the cause of
what was the original question, sorry?
And female rappers, what we love and hate about female rappers.
You know what it is for me? I feel like there might be a void for me, right? Because if I look at male rappers, you had your Nas, your Jay-Z's and your Biggs, whatever.
Yeah.
And in that generation, you had Kim, you had Foxy, you had Lauryn Hill, you had Missy Elliott. And I feel like if I'm to equate it to these days, you know, you've got your old school guys, you know, then you've got your Drakes, your Kendricks, your J. Coles, then you've got your Futures, Lil Babies and Guns and them lot, right? I feel like in female rap, there's just those lot.
Yeah.
There's the old school, the Kim, Foxes and Missy, then there's just these new cats. There's no one in between.
In between, yeah.
For me, like I don't see apart from Nicki, really.
I feel like she kind of falls
I
in
don't
between.
see where is the group of the female equivalent to the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, the you know what I mean, that gen. It's only Nicki for me. Then you've just got Cardi, Meg, Glorilla.
Do you think
City
though?
Girls. That crop of female rappers don't really speak to the type of music I want to listen to, innit? So for me, there's a
Yeah.
void.
Do you think that maybe like I would say like girl groups fall into that middle bit, like Destiny's Child, for example?
Yeah, that's R&B.
Okay, you mean rap? Okay, rap.
I mean
rap.
rap. I
That's
mean rap. I mean like
That's true, actually.
if you look at most of the female rappers who are popping now, I'm not saying that Kim and Foxy never really sold sex. That was kind of like their whole MO.
Yeah.
No, they did.
But
Even though
it felt like there was a lot more to it, though.
Foxy was a bit more greasy than it, weren't
yeah, there was a bit of street there, a bit of
But women are always gonna, because that's. I'll be honest with you, not about being rude or whatever, but like, obviously, like men glorify some things that could be like that are negative, that could be the wrong things and stuff like that. Yeah, but obviously, like that's just like culturally the things that we do in it. There's only so much things like women can glorify. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so that's why men don't really listen to female rappers, because you don't want to hear like there's only so much. There's only so much that they can really like brag about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even like
To
okay,
certain
cool.
things, because talking about like how good your pussy is and this and that and that. That's I can't. I don't know. What
Can't relate.
No, but
what do
if you look at okay, what about Eve? Eve
Yeah.
came out talking about Love Is Blind, Got a Man. Like she carved out a niche which wasn't just about selling sex. You know what I'm trying to say? If you think of Eve,
that's
if you think of
true.
Eve, you don't think of sex really.
No.
Not
You think
in her artistry, but in the way she protects herself. Like it's always that it's the tattoos, the low cuts, the fire high boots and things. It's
but
sex
it
appeal.
wasn't- it wasn't fully in your
No, it
face,
was
like-
sex appeal, but Eve's content wasn't about sex.
music wise, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So where's
She had musical substance.
So where's the Eve? Where's Missy Elliott? Someone who's very artistic, fun, got the crazy videos. Obviously later on down the career, she was selling sex, but it wasn't in that traditional way.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say, like 1 Minute Man, all them songs there, get your freak on, but it was playful, it was fun. It wasn't overtly.
It's like what you're saying for real. It's the generation has just gone down the pan, innit? It's just city girls up, and that's
City
it.
Girls Up, ratchet shit,
popping the pussy.
like sweetie type. It's just for me, there's just a void, innit? Like I don't really, apart from
So
Nicki.
where's the Lauren Hills and that?
Well, where's the Lauren Hill? I think Little Sims is the closest thing. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Or even like Rhapsody.
Yeah.
In terms of street rappers, female rappers, I guess Remy Ma is the only person I can think of who's
Yeah,
like
Queen Latifah.
street.
Someone in the comments said Queen Latifah.
Queen
In the
Latifah?
90s.
Ain't she an actor now?
Talk about Grandmaster Flash and them, man. Man said Queen Latifah. No, I ain't talking about that's far back though.
Oh, okay.
Queen Latifah is not active in music. For
Remy Ma.
time.
I think you said that.
I just don't know. I think because the way the
Trina?
times have changed, the way social
Trina's
media's
not about really.
the way social media is set up is
Yeah, love and
like
hip hop.
for the females to advance. If they're not doing that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
there's not really.
That's the thing, because
there's
sex
not really
sells.
a lane for them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't knock it.
Because the
I don't
girls who
knock
are
it,
not doing that,
No one ain't
no one's
about
caring
that.
for them.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing. That's one thing I hate about female rappers is that they have to kind of sell sex
Yeah.
to do that. Like, and I don't think that your body, because you know what, it's for me personally, but I'm very aware this is just me. So no feminists come for me, please. Let's be guided. But I think that I don't want to have to sell my body to do things, because for me, I feel like that, it feels like it's ironic, because I'm talking about respecting my body, blah, blah. Granted, I'm the one selling it, so that's fine. I guess it's people judging your body for you. I get that. But I don't know, I just feel like I personally never want to put myself in a position where I'm objectified. And unfortunately, the girls are objectified. But the thing is, when they're not selling sex, they're not taken seriously, because a lot of them, if that's one of the things that Aubrey was talking about in that interview, where she was saying how Diddy was like to her, listen, essentially
But
get your tits out.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, be sexy. And even Escape talk about that. How when they did the documentary, they're talking about like how their talent is really what helped them, because rappers, male rappers used to call them ugly. He's like, oh, that's how they used to refer to them. Like, oh, those ugly girls.
Right.
That was because
Do
of
you know what I mean?
Biggie. Because Biggie had a lyric where
Yeah.
he said that the girls from Escape were ugly.
Yeah, but even then, that's still a
That's-
rapper. That's still a male
that's
rapper
what
doing
came
it. And then that's passed on, because clearly the other ones believed it, because they could have been like, no, they're not ugly. But again, like, a lot of women always talk about that. When you come in the industry, you have to show body.
But the thing is, my only pushback on that is with R&B,
Yeah.
R&B is built on love, sex, and relationships. So in R&B, I get the whole premise of you need to sell sex, love, heartbreak, relationships. That's kind of what the ethos is.
Yeah.
In rap, you can speak up. I think there's a lot more scope to speak about many different things in it.
But not for women though, because look at. Do you remember when Nikki said how she was always in the room? That's why she got a bum done, because she was always in the room with Wayne and them. They always had like, and they used to like mock, like do like brotherly jokes or whatever. But all these things were planted in her head. Since got her body done, what happened then?
No, I agree with you.
Good.
I agree with you on the hip hop side, but I'm just saying R&B. I feel like there's less room for the artist to complain if the label is saying we need you to sell XYZ, because that's what R&B is really. With hip hop, I can see why someone might have a pushback. Like, no, I don't want to rap about this. I can rap about anything I want, because hip hop is way broader than R&B.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And you know, with like female rap and stuff, why? This may be a stupid question, but why does female empowerment, freedom and whatever have to come with being like mad sexy? Why can't it be something else that you talk about? And that be freeing? Because
again, remember what I said, how from when women are literally brought up, we are brought up to not believe our body is our own. When you think of the fact that you live in your body, a lot of things that you do is about your body. Like the body is so important to how it is that you see yourself, how it is you navigate the world in terms of your confidence, all that stuff. We have been stripped of that from when we were being raised. Like things have been said to me directly about my body not being for me. It is there to cater to a man. It is there for your husband. It is there for these things. So I feel like knowing who you are in yourself, like your body is one of the biggest things that you can know. So I think that's why they tap into that, because that confidence comes from that. When I look good, I feel good, and I walk in confidence. When I feel very shit, and like when I feel like, I feel a bit chubby, I feel fat today, I feel ugly today, it shows in the way that I interact with everybody.
The thing is, so if you look at Lauryn Hill is probably regarded as the best female rapper ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she didn't sell sex at all.
Yeah.
So is she just an anomaly? Like, why was Lauryn Hill able to be labelled the best female rapper ever without ever selling sex?
Yeah.
So it can be done.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know if I don't agree with that, because I think everyone's story is different.
You don't agree with that? She's the best, or that?
No, not the best, as in like not that it can be done.
Okay.
I think everyone's story and everyone's story is different. I would say to meet a woman, if I met a woman who's always been body confident all her life, she's an anomaly. She is definitely an anomaly. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying Lauryn London is confident. Lauryn Hill is confident with. Why is it Lauryn London? Lauryn Hill is confident with her body or whatever. But I do think that would depend on her experiences, because there are women as well who they have been told you have to sell sex, and they said no, I haven't, and they've either kept the journey to being successful has been longer for them, but they've gotten there eventually. But then some women, they were like, okay, do you know, I'll give in. I think it just depends on each person. Like each person is their own individual.
It's true. I think it comes down to the music. I think with Lauryn Hill, her music was undeniable.
Yeah.
So you couldn't. There's no pushback. Yeah, I'm not selling sex, but guess what? I'm about to give you these slaps.
Yeah.
And people are gonna take it in. I think certain artists who sell sex, they're not that great anyway.
Yeah.
Like so they have to resort to this because they're not. Yeah. If you take away the image, actual rapping ability, they might not be that great anyway.
No, but but there's some women as well, like some artists who are actually very talented. Everyone says they're talented. Consensus they're talented. I can't think of anyone right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about like from interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And even they would talk about like how they were told to do this.
No, I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's as easy as just coming down to one person could do it. So really and truly, more people can do it, or even just the talent route. The people who do have talent, and it's different experiences, and you just never know who like you meet. Like obviously with Cardi, I like Cardi. I think Cardi's a really good rapper. But with Cardi, like when she was on Love and Hip Hop, the reason why Self didn't help her is because he wanted her to sleep with him, and she refused. That's why he never helped her.
How was that?
That's why everyone always says he took the biggest L ever, because he wanted more than a professional relationship with her, and she was like, I'm not going to do that. And then she ended up doing that. But then that's because with Cardi, like Bodak Yellow did what it did, and it's like, oh, like this blah blah. Do you get what I mean? So everyone, I just think it's just very different. Some people will have good luck on their side, some people have prayers on their side, some people will just, it just really depends. Because even the girls that you would think and see that, oh, you're not physically what the industry says you should be, be surprised they've had advances as well. Where people have said to them, you should do this if you really want to get ahead in your career.
The thing about Cardi, right? That Self definitely took an L in hindsight. Obviously,
Yeah.
at the time he was trying to sleep with her, and that was his loss in it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching Love and Hip Hop, I didn't take Cardi B seriously as well. Like her music to me wasn't the
Wasn't
music
good
she
at
was
the time.
presenting on the show. I thought was trash.
Yeah.
And even attach that to her personality and her persona, I took her as a joke. So I think Self was looking at her in that way and looking at her as someone that he wanted to sleep with. And obviously in hindsight, he took a massive loss there because he
really
could have
did,
been the
boy.
person who put her on.
Because he was working
But
with some people that I don't know.
I'm
you
not
should
gonna
be
lie.
working with.
Both that Yellow came out of nowhere and just went off. But before that,
Yeah.
I won't lie. I looked at Cardi like this
Yeah, I think everyone did.
yappy, loud mouth. Like I never took her seriously.
Yeah, but the girls that Self. This is why I say he took an L because the girls that he was working with anyway.
Yeah, but
Well,
Self ain't.
talented.
Yeah, but Self ain't put out no one of it. Or no
Exactly.
anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course, exactly. So why
So-
he basically just missed on Cardi because. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like as the viewer, you're watching and like, okay, yeah, her music's not that great, blah, blah. But he wasn't working with people that had great music anyway. So really for him, it was really about the sex thing.
The thing is,
It's so pathetic.
I'll give him grace though, because I've heard a lot of stories about execs who
Yeah.
missed out on actually signing people because for whatever reason, and you can't knock them for it. Like they didn't see the
Yeah,
vision.
at the time,
and that's
yeah.
fair.
Like,
Yeah.
I saw Jermaine Dupri the other day talking about how he could have signed Chris, Ludacris.
Oh, was it?
Really?
Yeah, he could have signed Ludacris at a certain point. Obviously, he didn't sign Usher. Obviously, he worked with Usher throughout his career, but he didn't sign him to a label, which he could have done. Sometimes these things just happen, innit?
That's being a
Certain
human.
artists just slip through your hands.
Yeah.
At that time, you didn't see the vision, and it just didn't go that way.
Who do you think is okay? You know what? The top 5 biggest female rappers in the world right now. Who's their biggest audience? Men or women?
Women.
Women.
Women. Do you feel as though if they were to change their topic,
Yeah.
like the majority of the topic anyway,
Yeah.
from the whole sex thing
Yeah.
to I don't know, wanting to settle down, wanting to how it is to be a mother.
Yeah.
So you know basically the transition Jay-Z made
Yeah.
from just being cash holes and whatever it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
money cash holes,
Yeah.
to being an entrepreneur, talking
Yeah.
about paintings and investments and stuff in his records,
Yeah.
If those women were to do that, do you think the fan base will still remain?
So if, for example, if Nicki transitioned into more of a grown
Yeah, because she's a mum now
content,
as well,
I think-
right?
Yeah, of course, because I think because we've seen Nicki's journey, we'll be more aligned to take in her new music because we've seen her go from A
Yeah,
to B in it. So we've seen her journey. So we know, okay, cool. She's progressed in her life, hence why her music has progressed.
yes,
So I'm coming along for the journey. But if someone came out the gate
yeah,
with that kind of music, I don't reckon it will be as well received as someone who started off doing what Nicki done and ended up at a different point.
So if that's the case, why do you think some? I'm not saying these women should do it. It's up
Yeah.
to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why do you think a lot of these women don't start talking about? Obviously, if they do, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But don't start talking about their new, I don't know, their marriages, their children.
Because I'm guessing that's not what they feel like their fans want to hear, and that's not what the labels are telling them to put out. And if you look at, just the history of music, substance, obviously you've got people who are anomalies, right? But as a whole, ratchetness and salaciousness outsell substance, and it always has. You know what I mean? Conscious rappers don't sell as much as gangster rappers or street rappers or whatever rappers who make club songs. Conscious rappers don't sell as much.
Typically, but remember, didn't that kind of change with Kendrick and J. Cole and
Yeah,
Drake?
no, you've got anomalies.
Let's
but,
do the anomalies,
But
yeah.
Kendrick,
Are they anomalies though?
Jake,
The top 3
I
rappers.
keep calling him Jake.
Drake.
Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole are not conscious rappers.
Yeah, but they're not like street
But
rappers.
They're not street rappers. Yeah, no. There's definitely been a shift. I think Kanye and Lupe Fiasco were the ones who were the fathers of that shift.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and to me, they birthed the Wale's, Drake's, J. Cole's, and all that. Them guys are able to do what they do because of people like Kanye and Lupe Fiasco, who kind of came in without having to be street rappers, essentially.
man,
Innit? I feel like there isn't really a female equivalent. You know what I'm trying to say? Female conscious rappers are female rappers who don't really sell sex, don't sell as much. If you look at, I don't know, Ra Digga, Rhapsody, whoever, going back, even back in the day, Lady of Rage, people like that, Queen Latifah, they hadn't sold as much as Kim, Foxy,
Yeah, that's true.
even Missy to a certain degree as well. So there really hasn't been that.
Okay. Let me switch it up a bit, yeah? What do you love and hate most about male rappers?
Why are you looking at that? You're looking so puzzled.
What's the
Sorry,
What's the hate?
just answer the previous question about why is that women don't talk about like settling down and blah blah.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't feel like that's not where the interest lies. I feel like, yeah, of course, like I don't think it would sell as much and stuff. But again, I don't think that's where the interest lies. When you think about how like women are coming into their own and defining how they want to be as women and blah blah, all that stuff, all those topics that seen as are conscious, that's all the ways we've been raised, and that mindset is what a lot of us are trying to unlearn. Not that it's bad to like settle down or anything like that, but we've literally been told that our existence and we should carry this on our head.
Just for that.
So I'm not trying to listen to a female rapper who is basically repeating the same thing that society has been repeating over through time, and my parents and my family have been repeating, and culture and tradition have been repeating. Girl, nobody cares about that.
But the reason why I say that is because some of these female rappers are in that. So is this not a case of a 19-year-old or 21-year-old girl who's just talking about living her life?
Yeah.
Nicki or whoever, Cardi, 30. Cardi,
Yeah, they're married. No,
Yeah.
Cardi, I don't think.
No,
Oh, yes, I
No,
think
not
she
Cardi,
might
but
be, actually.
I don't know about Cardi, but Nicki's definitely in her 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're married, they got
Yeah,
kids.
but I think but for me, I see it as that's their job.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's their job, but I don't think what I do has to then come into my, like the fact that I have a family, have kids or whatever, has to come into my life. Like in here and there, you do hear about the children, you hear about the husband here and there, whatever. But I don't think that should be. I don't think that what you work should be a direct influence as to what you do. Because I'm sorry, even when I get married and stuff, I'm not going to come on this platform and be like, oh, I can't.
Course,
it doesn't make sense. Do you get me? So I think with them not doing that, honestly, a lot of women don't want to hear that, and I think that's even why. Because when you go to like the rap shows and stuff, they always say, even though they're married and stuff, they always put the message out of like, don't let guys take you for a fool. Get your own money. Work for yourself. Be able to have your own. Be able to provide for yourself. Because again, these are things that we need to step away from. We were not told to provide for ourselves. We're told to depend on a man to provide for us. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like if women start doing that whole tapping into motherhood, of course you can talk about motherhood in different spaces, but in terms of look to settle down and be a wife and be clean, blah blah, they wouldn't sell 2 records.
Do you know what the thing is? The issue, it's not really an issue that I have, but the observation that I have is that with male rappers, we know bare these rappers are not living a gangster life. Not anymore anyway, right? They talk about shooting like 20 people in every album.
Yeah.
They ain't doing that, right? And we know how
we don't know that because they've been caught. When the police goes on, and then now I'm hearing word on road telling you got recently arrested.
Apart from them Chicago.
No, but for the most part, we know the ones that are still.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing it, if that makes sense.
And we can compartmentalize and say we know that's entertainment.
Yeah.
And us men don't go around thinking I need to go shoot a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with women, these women are going home to their husbands who they love, have kids, making investments, doing certain things that they want to do with their lives, right? And I don't think a lot of the women think the whole sex thing, the whole WAP image and stuff is just entertainment, because they go and live that life and they don't end up with the same. I'm not saying like it's good or bad. I'm just saying they go out there and pursue that, and the end result isn't what these rappers actually have. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't lived long enough to see the end results of these things.
No, but you see it because a lot of them.
You see what you assume is the end result, but until someone is, for me, the end result will be someone on their deathbed saying, "Do you know what? I shouldn't have listened to Cardi when she told me to have a wet ass pussy," and I regret that. That will be the end result. But the thing is, again, that's not the only message that the women are sending. They're not sending the only message being put out there. Female rappers are not putting out a singular message of be free, have a hot girl summer.
Yeah, of course.
It's not about that. And again, even I feel like men don't even understand what these things are.
Yeah.
Hot girl summer and stuff like that, it's not about sleeping around.
Yeah, you
It's
educated
literally
us
about
that
having
time.
fun.
Yeah,
It's just about having fun. It's about being free and just enjoying things because you want to enjoy things. Is having your own life. Again, like I said, in these shows, the girls are telling you that, do you know what? Make your own money. Don't rely on a man who is an independent woman. All that stuff. So the end result is not...
I get what you're saying, right? And granted, I don't listen to female rappers, right? But from the lack of listening to them, the image I get though is that this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I see women out there that listen to this and kind of hold them high esteem, they live their lives typically in a particular way, right? And what I'm trying to say is that particular way, the end result doesn't. You don't find out the end result.
Sorry, 1 second, please.
You don't find out the end result when they're 70 and 80 on the deathbed. You find out the end result around 30, 35,
30
40.
is too young. That's silliness.
I'm saying that because a lot of the time, that's the age a lot of women want to get married. They
That we've been
want to have
told that we
children.
should get married. The women are getting married later. I read a study the other day and saying women are getting married. Women are choosing to get married and have kids even later.
I know,
because
it's
again,
facts,
that 25. Me and Gina talked about it. How we were like, oh, when we're 25, we want to be married and have kids.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Having kids at the age of 25, 26, 27.
No,
Because again, this is how we've been socialized. So for me, that's not even the end result.
No, but it's the reason. Like, you get the reason why I'm saying it, though, right? What I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not saying this is what they should do. It's up to everybody to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you want to have kids before you're 35, typically, because just for health reasons, just because biology teaches you that's the best thing to do. And so my thing is, if typically you want to have those kids in a partnership, in a marriage, you would typically do that by that time, or just after, or just before, whatever it may be, right? It's not when you're 70. So you find out in your 30s. And what I'm trying to say is, a lot of these women who are rapping like this are living that life, that settled life.
Yeah, but then two things can be true at once. Like
true.
I can still identify as a city girl and have a hot girl summer and do whatever I want to do for identify.
No, I'm laughing at identify as a sea girl.
Yeah, I can still do all that stuff and still have the kids by 35. I want to have kids by 35.
Yes.
Because I could have a partner. I could have a partner at home, but I still go out to brunch and still clink with my friends and still have fun. But I feel like two things can be true at once. I don't think that subscribing and listening to female rappers and enjoying whatever they say, and it's like, I want to be a city girl, I want guys to take me out. I don't think all of that stuff means that you would then necessarily be deprived of like a home and family and kids if that's what you want. Do you get me? So it can still, two things can be true at once.
Question though, why don't you want to hear?
Bear in mind, we have a caller on the line.
Oh yes.
1 second. Why don't you want to hear the more mature, I guess, content? Like you said, girls don't want to hear that. So I want to find out what the girls want to hear. What do you want to hear from female rappers?
I don't mind hearing anything from female. I'll be honest, from anything from female rappers. Because I choose the content. Sometimes I don't mind listening to pussy talk. Sometimes I do mind listening to pussy talk. Yeah. But I think that the reason why I say that I personally don't want to hear that. Again, is because that is traditions and cultures and the way I've been socialized and conditioned to believe to what my worth is tied to. So I don't want to listen to anything that reminds me of what patriarchy has told me my worth is tied to. Okay. It's kind of like PTSD, because I'm working right now currently to unlearn so many things that have been placed on me. I want to have a husband because I want to have a husband. I want to have children because I want to have children, not because that is what I'm here on earth as a woman to do. So I think if I'm hearing rap that is instilling that in me, all it's doing is just carrying on what I classify as bad vibes. Okay. Was like as like message that I don't want to push on. Yeah, basically.
All right, I hear that.
Hi, caller. Morning.
Morning, how's it going?
Good, thank you. What's your name, please?
Good. Roy.
Oh, morning, Roy.
Morning.
I was gonna say, Esther, to go off your sentiments, I think is right about. I think people. What I don't like is how people like balance, because the same way is like, let's be real. A lot of us don't want to hear conscious rap. Let's cut the crap. We don't want to hear conscious rap, but at the same time, as someone that grew up in ends, I also want to hear people like the Wretch or the Kanos, where it's just like, I grew up in ends, I'm trying to do good in my life, but I'm not a bad boy at the same time. The same way girls are like, listen, I'm doing good in my life, but I still want to listen to pussy rap. I don't understand why people make it sound like you have to be one or the other. And I think that's the problem a lot of the time in the music, is that there is no balance. Because guess what? I don't want a girl that's a prune that's like, rah, Cardi B and Megan comes on, they start scrunching up their face. Oh my gosh, I could never. No, I want my girl to be a hot girl as well.
Listen, the correct one.
Everyone's lying. No, it's true. Everyone's lying. Everyone's lying like they don't want their girl to have some sort of personality. Like, you don't want to, head out and then dance hall comes on you and you don't want your girl whining on you. Like, you do. Stop acting like you don't like that stuff. Now, however, if she internalizes it too much and that's all your personality, or you're overtly sexual, then it's a bad thing. But when people keep on going on that, there's no balance, I think a lot of the time what happens with like mainstream stuff is that people don't realize they dictate more than they realize. But if you only give your energy to the negative stuff, that's what you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because I know plenty of people, the same way people are, R&B is dead, this, that, and a third. And they'll be like, you'll be like, who you listen to? And they'll be like, I listen to the 90s people. And then they're like, I don't even, all this rubbish that's out now is not good. Then you give them R&B guys of now, they're like, oh wow, when did this person come out? I'm like, they've been out, like, whether it's Ari Lennox, Summer Walker, her, it's like, they got good R&B acts, but everyone acts like it's not there because you don't want to pay attention. So sometimes it's like, if you want to be a casual listener of music, then just say that, but then don't complain and say the good music isn't out there if you're actively looking to hear what you want to hear. Because there's a lot of mainstream bullcrap that I don't listen to, but I actively go out and listen to what I want to listen to because I want balance. Listen, I was young when 50 Cent came out. I was screaming, I was shouting out Many Men with my lungs. I've never had ops in my life. Whenever I hear that song, listen, Many Men wish death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I've never been shot. I've never had ops. None of that. But I still want to listen. It's true, but I still want to listen to that music.
Yeah.
And I feel like what's missing today is balance. And I feel like you said it earlier on, or my bad, E-Man, I think the medicine has to be in the candy, as they say. Is like, you need people like Drake's, the Kendrick, the Coles. And I think that's where the right balance is.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So I don't know. I think maybe the thing might be, is there a woman version of that where it's like there's balance of, yeah, I want to give you pussy talks, but at the same time, I'll also give you real stuff. I don't know if there is one.
I think right now I can't think of anyone. Off
Yeah,
the top of my head
I can't think of
who
anyone.
fits that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, who has that right balance.
Yeah, I can't think, but I think what you have to kind of, I feel like your balance has to be personal. So my balance is me like listening to Megan and the City Girls and Cardi and whatever, but then I balance it with Ashake. Do you know what I mean? That's balance. Or I balance it with R&B. Do you get what I mean? I think
your more
everyone
balance
has to-
would be your gospel stuff, no?
that definitely tips the scale back in my
I
favor.
think
Exactly.
that-
Yeah. Exactly that. Because sometimes when I go to the gym, I'm not listening to like secular music. Because again, I need to, because I'll be honest with you, as much as I love the City Girls and I love everything, and I love what they stand for, whatever, I can't take too much of that. It's what Roy was saying. I don't ever want to get to a place where I'm internalizing this. And honestly, I feel like with every kind of music, even like if I'm listening to like male rappers and stuff, I don't want to internalize all that violent talk. If I'm listening to like R&B, I don't want to internalize all that sex talk. You're right. My gospel is my balance. Do you get what I mean? But I think every person has to do that. And it's true, Roy, you are preaching the right words, because a lot of guys will be doing, we're talking about, City Girls, blah, 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 blah. You want your girl to be a city girl. You want your girl to get dressed and look good and, do you know what I mean? Just feel good, because the guys that have the girls that are not that, they be cheating with the girls that are that. But that's a story for another day. I'll take it easy with you guys, because it's
everything is, my main point before I go is that everyone needs to stop acting like balance ain't a thing, man. I think balance is the key. I think what should be pointed out more is less about what music isn't there. Or no, what should be pointed out more is why isn't there a balance of different types of music? Because yes, there are going to be people that aren't good and just talk crud, and there are going to be women that aren't good but sex sell.
Yeah.
And guess what? And you can enjoy their music for what it is. Like someone like Sweetie, for example. Ain't no one want to hear a project from her, but we're also not going to deny that she makes bangers of singles.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's okay. But that's me anyway. But people have a lovely one.
All right, have a nice day,
Thanks
hon.
for the call, Roy.
Yeah, no, obviously, yeah, balance is definitely key.
Yeah.
I just feel like there isn't that female artist right now who has that balance.
But you know what it is? I don't think.
I'm not saying they have to, because like you said, as a consumer,
Yeah.
you can have your balance.
Create your own balance.
Create your own balance. You can create what you listen to, but where's the artist who's giving you that balance? So where's the all-in-one? There isn't an all-in-one.
Yeah, I don't think there can ever be an all-in-one, you know.
No.
Have we ever had one, actually?
You talking about across the board? You're talking about just
Like
girls?
an all-in-one?
What, girls?
Yeah.
In one
Conscious,
person.
sexy.
Okay, who's
Everything.
who's the closest, you think? They don't have to be all the way there, but who kind of is...
Actually, do you know what? I think Nicki gave us all-in-one.
You think so?
When I think of all Nicki's albums,
Yeah.
because she even gave us like Pop and Starships Flying. And then when she the Pink Friday Reloaded, whichever one it was, the pink print. That's the pink print. That was very different to what Nicki usually is, because that was very solemn and very like sad and down. You need to put your neck down, put your head right down, take it down 2 centimeters. Don't try it. Are you looking at me like this?
Nicki, you sure?
No, I'm talking about like in terms of not just doing full on sexy. She gave other things outside of sexy.
You know what? I think it might be Missy low key. You know,
Yeah, but see, I
like,
was
as in well rounded.
But she didn't have the sex appeal though.
No, but I'm not talking about her sex appeal. I'm talking about her music. Like Missy spoke about sex. I'm not talking.
Okay, just
yeah.
in the music.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Missy spoke about sex a lot.
Okay.
But because Missy never looked the way, people wanted to look,
Yeah.
it wasn't taken in that way.
That way, yeah, okay.
Like men weren't lusting over Missy Elliott, but
Okay,
Missy Elliott was
yeah.
talking about sex.
Okay, I get what you mean.
You know what I
I've
mean?
actually never listened to Missy Elliott like
Yeah, Missy
album or
Elliott's
anything.
Yeah, I can't really think of
You never
anyone.
listened to Missy?
Do you know how old I am?
No, I don't actually.
I'm a baby girl.
No, I mean Missy Elliott not that far removed from you.
I was a young babe.
But have you ever gone back in the archives? Like not listen to music, not listen to an artist who's not active.
Some artists I do, if it's like someone I like,
Okay.
but not typically. I don't typically do that.
Okay. So you just listen to who's currently active and who's out.
No, not necessarily. Because if it's someone, say for example, like some of Monica and Brandy's albums
Yeah.
came out when I wasn't listening to music then.
Yeah.
That I would go back. So if you're an
Yeah.
artist that I like,
Yeah.
even today or whatever, I would go back to like whatever
Okay.
your archive, but
Yeah.
not like I don't listen to Miss. I randomly I don't listen to Missy. to
But
be
if
honest.
an artist is really, really, really big though, they transcend that time for you. So for example, Michael Jackson is obviously came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
But he transcends time. So you still listen to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, hi guys.
Who are
Hi.
we speaking to,
Nat.
please?
Nat.
Oh, hi, Nat. You okay?
I'm good. Yeah, enjoying the show. I've been really think about like sort of like female rappers that have evolved in that way. I think it's really, really hard to sort of like pinpoint anyone. Obviously, we talked about Lauryn Hill. I think she was the one to kind of, do that from the start. But then I was kind of thinking, bringing it closer to home, don't you guys think that Stormzy has sort of done that in terms of like putting the medicine in the music? If you think about where Stormzy started, and then now there's clearly like a lot of gospel influence in his music, and it's still sort of, it's he'll have an album, but he'll have 1 or 2 songs that are heavily gospel and biblical, and I think that's very interesting because I've always been like a gospel fan and was sort of into like the UK gospel scene when it was popping a few years ago, and it's just sort of interesting to sort of see that. But I just wondered what you guys thought about Stormzy, just as an example. I think what I'll say the last that I think with sort of like female rappers, if we can say it that way, they perhaps evolve in their life. So if you look at like Queen Latifah then getting into acting, if you look at like Eve getting into talk shows, MC Light doing presenting. So I think there's something about rap, the genre, that perhaps doesn't necessarily allow for the female sound to evolve further. But hopefully maybe someone will sort of break that. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Lovely.
Thank you very much for the call.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Stormzy definitely, he's moving the goalposts in terms of what his content, the theme of his music, for sure. Started off a bit more roads, a bit more street, a bit more grime. Now he's moving into
It's kind of moving a bit into conscious.
music, a bit more substance conscious. Even the instrumentals he chooses and just the tempo. Yeah, he's definitely moved. He's definitely shifted his own needle. I think.
Sick, yeah.
All right, before we move on, just want to do a light-hearted one. What do you...
Sure, like how to do.
I don't think you answered the question with the males, though. Male rappers.
Oh, what do we like?
Oh.
This like.
There's nothing to hate about male rappers, man. Apart from the ones that are shit.
That's that.
That's
What about you guys?
Dislike about male rappers.
What I dislike about male rappers...
I also want you to answer that question because you touched on this before, Emmanuel. Doing like certain types of rap that's been amplified because of the effect it has on the community.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I don't think there's nothing I dislike because it's like it's the saying about being a consumer and finding your own balance. What I don't get from someone else, I'll find it in another artist.
Yeah.
So I don't really have... I have just personal gripes. So like for example, I might like Jadakiss. I think he has terrible beats on some of his albums. Like, why don't you have better beats? Like for good as rapper you are, you should have better beats. For example, I have those type of gripes. As opposed to, I know he's alluding to the content. I don't necessarily care if a certain artist is preaching a certain rhetoric in terms of guns or violence, because I'll just tune out and listen to someone else, because everyone's got their own thing that they want to talk about in it. So it is what it is. That's basically it. I don't dislike much.
Okay.
I think I just don't like. I think I don't like the violence, the real life violence, because I think with men, some of them do live in their raps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that all of that stuff has sadly led to some like passings. I think that's the only thing. That's the only thing I would say I don't like about it. Because some men don't just. Some people don't, and that's the thing with consumers, because everyone takes things in different ways.
Yeah.
Some people just take it and just that's it. It has no influence on them. But some people take it and it does more for them. And I think with like rap music, whether it's about killing, whether it's about pussy, whatever it could be about, you never know what is gonna fall on. And I think that from honestly, I think for me, when male rappers, I just hate the violence that sometimes comes from the music, because it really has led to people losing their lives, and that's just way wild to me.
I think that's similar to me. I think when it's too violent, heavy, especially when I think certain guys, especially when I don't believe them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I can't really stand that. I also basically the opposite side of the spectrum as well, I don't really like as well when it's too soft. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't listen to soft rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Like who? Give me an example.
I knew he was going to say that. Do you know what it is? Certain times, some Drake tunes, man.
Okay.
It's too soft for me. Yeah, man, I can't. Sometimes, honestly, like I'll need to like listen to Mobb Deep afterwards, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too
balance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Do you listen to R&B then?
Not as much as I used to. But the things with R&B is, it's R&B. You know what I'm saying? So you're listening to R&B for R&B.
But Drake has always marketed himself as a singer, rapper, R&B, hip hop. So I know that I'm gonna get softness from Drake. So I go in expecting that. So I'm not surprised.
That's true. That is true. But I think overall, I still like, to me, Drake isn't a singer. He's not an R&B singer. He's a rapper. He can hold notes. He can do certain things. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's not what he is. He's a rapper to me. So I kind of judge him as a rapper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I hear too much of that, especially I think back in the day, I think it's less so now. Is he doing less singing now?
Singing now, I guess you can say that.
I think he's kind of
to a certain degree
getting back into it.
Into the singing?
Yeah, I think he took a little break from it. And it's kind of...
And what's the last album where he sang heavy on?
Hotline Bling. That should never
what I'm
happened.
saying?
That was what album was that? That was
Thingy. What's the one before?
Views. That was Views, right?
Yeah, Views. Yeah. That was not it.
Yeah, man. So I think it's when.
Oh, sorry. Just answer. The last one was Nothing Was the Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was last time. I feel like that's the last time he kind of. It wasn't all singing.
But it was
There's a lot of
But
singing.
it was it was a nice mix.
But yeah, I think for me, like I was saying, I think when the violence is too much, right, especially when they don't live that life and stuff like that, and also when it's a bit too soft. But what I like about male rap, I think, is a similar thing I like about female rap, just rap in general. Like it's just pure art. You know what I'm saying? It's skill, it's talent. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to kind of like reading a book or watching a show. Like the brilliance you get and the enjoyment that you get from those particular art forms, same thing you get from rap. And I don't think there's been a genre of music as pure and as real as rap music for decades. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I would say. So yeah, my likes for male rap I think is kind of across the board with female rap. Just that it has to be good, man. That's it pretty much. So, yeah.
What about the 40 to 50 plus male rappers, unmarried or not settling down and making families? Are they not leading sex first lifestyle?
Like who?
So again, the 40 plus male rappers who haven't settled down.
Yeah.
Who are they?
Like Jim Jones. Jim Jones been promising to marry Chrissy for 15 years. I like her still.
I don't know why Sis is still there. I don't know. Women have to put a shift in for work.
Jim Jones ain't marrying Chrissy.
He's not.
I
He's
think didn't they get engaged like the first season of Love and Hip Hop,
Yes.
and they still ain't married.
He was engaged for 15 years.
Basically, that question's from Maggie Sky. Maggie Sky is making basically a few points in the chat, and basically it's because of what I said earlier, right? And I said to her, well, she said to me that I'm basically speaking for how women think, and so obviously the argument is I'm biased. So I said, oh, what am I saying that's wrong?
Yeah.
Right? She said something along the line. Where is it? She said, because I basically said, do you not think that a lot of the music that women are listening to, that's kind of translating to real life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's like in terms of like how women, a lot of women now have more of a sex first approach.
Yeah.
Right? She said, no. Basically, women are adopting a woman first lifestyle.
Okay.
They prioritize themselves
Yeah.
and don't limit themselves to just being mothers, which is not the path for all.
Yeah.
I don't think I have an issue with that point at all. But I do think that at the end of the day, again, this is just my view.
But is she saying who are the males who are doing that?
No, yeah. So basically, she follows on to then say, what about with guys? Are the guys who are basically living a certain lifestyle, are they making more guys live that type of lifestyle?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So as it pertains to, I guess, being unmarried, potentially, yeah. But my point was the whole thing about male rap, the main thing you hear, typically anyway, is the violence. And I'm saying the violence isn't making random guys pick up guns and go and shoot people. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the younger ones who talk about violence more though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if you think of the older rappers, like for example, people say that Jay-Z's 444 was the first time he kind of shifted and made contemporary adult grown hip hop. And Nas's Life is Good is the same, where they're talking about money, businesses, finance, marriage, divorce, dropping a lot of gems in it. But the generation before that, after that, they're still in that middle ground. Then you've got the younger ones, the drill artists, who are more so talking about violence. So I think the violence in music comes from the young rappers. Yeah. Like if you look at the UK scene, the drill rappers are mainly young, like they're in their 20s or they're teenagers. They're the ones making the violent music. The grown-up rappers, the ones who are in their mid-30s, they're not really talking about violence. It's mainly, I feel like violence has always been more of a young thing. I think the older you get,
you kind of move out of it.
The more you get out of it in your real life, your music reflects that. Obviously, you've got some artists who, like for example, this is not about violence, but Pusha T hasn't sold coke for years, but still raps about coke today. That's his USP is coke.
No, his USP.
No, it is his USP. Sorry, go on. But he don't sell coke no more.
Hello. You know how funny that is?
Hi, good morning, caller.
Good
What's your name?
Morning, it's Christy.
Morning, Christy.
Morning. E-man, I want to back you.
Okay.
I want to back you. But sorry, E-man, sorry. On this one, I'm not backing you.
How can you start it like that?
I'm not backing you.
You gave me false hope.
I'm not backing you. I'm sorry.
All right.
No.
Tell me why.
I can't, because you're saying random guys are not going out and shooting. E-man.
Yeah.
The state of the community is based on such. Yes, there's other factors. Yeah. There's other factors, but I'm so not to sound rude, but we're down bad. We are down bad, and you can't. The women can contribute on I guess the other aspect, but men or the generation that raised these guys now, they are running wild. So what you can't say they're not running. There is a big influence, and I think to answer, Maggie's point about the guys, there are guys in 40 plus, 50 plus who are rapping still want to rap about certain things, and they ain't changed up the format. You lot have only just said Jay-Z. Name me another rapper, apart from Jay-Z, who's married with kids, who has changed up their format. I can't think of anybody.
Because Diddy's out here kissing girls in alleyways.
Nas has always
Nas has kind of always been this way, but Nas and Jay are the only ones I can say who've shifted.
I'm not even. But I'm talking about who, apart from Jay-Z, who are the male rappers who have changed up, who have been, obviously they've gotten married, have kids, settled down, and have actually changed up their content. I can't name them. I cannot name them. So I feel like it's a bit biased for you lot to say
on the women's side, like Iman, you said, is more pushing women are is pushing sex and all this kind of stuff. I saw it in the comments.
Yeah.
And I think it's very true, because again, I'm not a city girl. I don't listen to all of that, to be honest. I listen to the old school stuff. I think it's true. However, on balance, the way the drill scene and all of that, it's promoting violence also. It's not like the drug use. No offense. Future is, how old is Future? What Future promotes? What?
Too old.
He's like late 30s. He doesn't promote a very, I would say, anything that's
positive.
He hasn't shifted.
Yeah.
He hasn't shifted his content. But I feel like it just speaks to the time anyway. Like, I feel like with the women, I feel like there's not really given much space to shift the content, because I feel like there's someone mentioned it in the chat, Rhapsody. But I feel like you man are not going to go out and listen to Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Marcus has blatantly said, I don't even listen to Little Sims. So so you're not going to go out and listen to Rhapsody either. So there are people, but I feel like the time that we're in, unfortunately, the way society is now, I feel like on across all genders, the gender, is promoting nonsense anyway.
Yeah.
It's promoting nonsense. And I think you obviously have to do a deep dive to find, I guess, the balance. But I think you can find it. It's not that you can't find it. But again, I feel like we're at an all-time high where all of this, I feel like extremism is being practiced on both sides.
Yeah.
So once you're on that side, it's like city girl. That's the extreme.
Yeah.
That's the extreme. The men is just in this, and to be honest, I don't listen to the male rappers. I don't of this days. I couldn't tell you on the extreme, like, them little boys running around, little this, little that. I don't like. It's too much promoting on the extremes anyway. There's nothing that no one's even trying to do balance. Even just in the conversation with the male, women and female, there's not even a balance. There's never any balance. It's always to the extreme, and I feel like it's been a thing of, with how society is kind of like, everything is a reaction or it's coming off a defense. So I say this and then you say this to counteract it. It's never like, there's never like a meeting of the mind of just in the middle kind of thing. But I feel like that's just where we're at, right? How where we're at. I don't know how it's going to change, but in terms of our community, come on, the way they promote is so detrimental. Like the men that are promoting certain things is very detrimental. I feel like you lot were not given that same energy. And again, I'm not hyping up the Megs and the Cardis, because I don't rate them anyway. Like I don't listen to them. That's not obviously if we're out and they're on, fair enough, but that's not something I listen to. I don't take that kind of music in anyway.
Yeah.
But in terms of the way you lot were not giving the same energy to these, like, they are very detrimental. And if for the people who are very, the men are the leaders. If the men are the leaders of the community and this is what they're promoting destructiveness.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what the thing is,
if you want us to follow your lead, why is it that the top is what is promoted so heavy? And I don't even back in the day, hip hop and all that kind of stuff, how they viewed the women gaze, and now women jumped on it. That's why the likes of Kim and all that jumped on it. It's like, you lot promoted that. And then when now women now doing it, you now want to complain. I don't understand. But when you was promoting it in your rap, having those kind of women in your videos and stuff, what did you expect society was going to become with that? Like, I don't like. So I just feel like there needs to be. The energy wasn't really the same. Again, no one can tell me any other male rapper who's 40 plus, or in that category.
Christy, you know what I want to say quickly? You know what it is? I feel like female rappers are at a disadvantage because there's not that many of you in it. So with male rappers, right, the reason why people are not onto certain rappers about changing their content, because we've always had the other side. There's always been the Commons, the Mos Defs, the Talib Kweli's, the Pharoah Monches, the Black Thoughts, they've always existed, innit?
Yep.
So we know if we want that type of shit, we can just go to it. I'm not saying that that's what people want. They don't. They want more the Rosses and the Meeks, whatever, right? But because they've always been there, there's less onus on these niggas, the street rappers, the gangsters, to change. Whereas the female rappers, because there isn't that pool of conscious female rappers, it's like, oh, why haven't these ones who talk about sex, evolved their sound? Because there's nobody else. Like you said, no one wants to listen to Rhapsody. It's numbers, isn't it? If there was more Rhapsodies, then there'd be a higher propensity for women to listen to that type of music. But because there isn't anyone apart from Rhapsody and a few others, it's like the microscope is on the Nicki, the Kim, the Foxy, the Cardis, or whatever, to give you that, which is unfair. So I'm on your side. It's unfair. It's because it's numbers, isn't it? We've always had that. We've always had conscious rappers.
But then that just speaks to
Prez, whoever.
Just speaks to the industry, though.
Yeah, no, for sure it does. It does.
That's what I'm saying. So obviously the industry has an agenda to promote certain things.
Yeah,
let's come on.
for
Let's
sure.
not go on.
No. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Age-old conversation of how not letting all these women in. Hence why it's like, oh, it's all catty. Is this because they want to let women in and stuff like that? And again, I'm not trying to fly the flag for the feminist whatever, especially not this modern day feminism nonsense. I don't subscribe to that. But I'm just saying in what has been pushed in certain things, they will do like because how is it in 2022 we're still getting conversations about, oh, he held my record because I wouldn't sleep with him, or I wouldn't do this in the studio. There's still them kind of conversations happening.
Yeah,
so
because
to me,
Christy, no, it is the industry has always been unfair to women, and I get it, and that's
exactly.
that's the problem.
I feel like people, they're not, you lot haven't really touched on that. Like it was like just. It's not a woman. Like, men does not represent me. Cardi don't represent me. I feel like social media has definitely made it a thing where it's warped a lot of things. Where every day, certain women are not living that life that you lot think they are. So I feel like people think that's what is pushing, but it's really not. Like there are actually women who don't even subscribe to that factor at all. But because again, the industry shed a light on those things, and that's what's promoted, and that's what's making money and revenue and all that kind of stuff. It seems like, oh yeah, the majority of women, this is all we all want. This is that. There are certain aspects of social media that's not real. People just come on Twitter and talk nonsense, but in real life, they're not even doing that, and that's even celebrities, all of that. So I just think we need to just please, like, just not make it seem like that is the majority, because it actually isn't. I feel like in everyday life there are certain things that's not getting promoted, or that's not. I feel like again it's the agenda. There's certain things that will get highlighted. Like, right now, negativity is at all-time high. I even think it's an agenda to where there's this whole conversation about male female. I think it's an agenda personally.
I believe.
I think it's an agenda, especially in the black
especially
community,
on blacks. Yeah,
because it's way too much, and I think people have cottoned onto the fact that if I say certain things, this is what's going to get me this or other attention. Social currency is going to make me some type of money. It's going to do something. Like it's definitely being pushed more, because yes, if I do that, I know I'm going to get this amount of attention. It just speaks to where society is, and I think it's a shame, because I feel like black people, I can't lie, I feel like we've lost our way. So all these kind of things, we're just piling on top. And I'm thinking there's other things to be worrying about. There's so much more things to be worrying about, but yet we want to be online talking about having the same conversations 5 million times. Like, I don't understand how many times we're going to have the same conversation about women this, women that, men this, men that. I don't understand.
They're not tired.
I don't get it.
But the thing is, no, but I'm going to say, within entertainment though, it's always been separate, innit?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got male athletes, female athletes. So within entertainment, it's always segregated. And that's why there's, you know, female rappers, male rappers. I don't think it's anything to really gripe at, to be fair. That's just the way entertainment is. Like we all like when you got awards, like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I feel like it's more in real life. The separation is just...
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Right now, are we talking about real life, or are we talking about entertainment now? Because that's if we're going to shift the conversation.
No, but it kind of goes into entertainment a bit as well, though. In terms of, like, the women always talk about the politics within... Like, female rappers are constantly talking about the politics within the industry. Yeah. So it goes... I feel like it spills... Entertainment, in a way, is a reflection of the realities of life.
I think music... Okay, let me just remove sports from it. Music, I think has a better reflection on real life. I agree with you. Yeah. And that's why I started my sentiment by saying, like, women have always been at a disadvantage in music, because everything's about sex. You've got men who want to make advances and use you and get sexual favors for, you know,
their career
business reasons. So it's sad and it's unfair, and things do need to change. It's just, you know what I mean? Ashanti's coming out the other day saying how a producer was like, let's take a shower together, and I'll give you these beats for free. And if you don't take the shower together,
this is my point.
It's 10K a beat or whatever the number was. It's ridiculous.
Even some of my female friends who do music, that I know how hard they've had to try and find a producer that's actually not trying to, like, sleep with them or move into them. in the studio session and whatever.
Anyway,
like,
guys,
it's ridiculous.
I'll
thank
leave
you,
to
darling.
carry on, but
Thank you.
Alright.
those are my
Thank
2
you.
points.
Interesting.
Thanks.
No, that's
Thank you.
that's a really good point. It reminded me of when, you know, in WAP, Cardi says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this ring. And then one time she was at home, in her robe, cleaning the floors, and then Offset took a picture.
Esther.
And he was like, look at this liar.
Esther.
I was like, look how men always ruin things, man.
Obviously, it was a joke. It was said in jest, right? But this is what I'm talking about. This is
No,
what
but
I'm talking
that's
about.
what Chrissy is saying is that
Yeah.
it doesn't like that. I mean, first, that's not the only message that they're putting out
Yeah, of
there
course, of
anyway.
course,
But then
yeah.
again, like it's not everything that is put out there is a reflection of people's lives. I always throw the shade at the girls who are on the timeline saying this, and
Yeah,
that. But then I
yeah.
know the reality of the life they live in. I know them. Their boyfriends are kept men.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But like you rightly said, sometimes you say something different in your job
Yeah.
to your thingy. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my thing is, and Maggie Sky and Christy, I think they made brilliant points as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I do think there is some hypocrisy, even on my own part as well, right? In how I'm maybe don't highlight some of the issues with the male rappers.
Sonna's about to fall out of her seat. Sonna's about to fall out of her seat because you said that. What?
Hey, there's a lot
Say
of
again.
there's a lot of flying pigs outside. No, but the thing is, the reality is it's true.
Yeah.
But I think my approach is just because something's bad here doesn't mean we need to add another bad thing to it. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is, yes, we've always had to deal with male rappers rapping about guns and drugs and having kids with 28 different women and not being there for the kids. And we've always dealt with that. It doesn't mean we need to hear that from you too. It doesn't make it better. It makes it worse. And on top of that is, my thing is this. I think I just genuinely care about the black community.
Yeah.
And my thing is, with black women, your the things you deal with are different to men.
Yeah.
And I think we live in a society where people are trying to make it the same.
Yeah.
And when we do that, we're going to fail miserably. Because the reality is, there's certain things men can do that women can't. It may sound bad, but it's the reality. If you don't face it, you're going to suffer for it. It's just facts. And so my thing is, like I was saying, if it's a case of men, of course, some men are getting carried away, and violence in music is obviously influencing some negativity in the community. I've said that before, right? But my thing is, if women are adopting a particular approach that you're getting from some of these female rappers and really taking it on board, right? You could potentially be wasting your life. And there's certain things that have time limit for women. That's all I'm trying to
Do you know
say.
what it is? I'll be honest with you. I think I hear you, but I do think that in conversations, I don't think that the same energy is given to address men's issues as it is with women's issues. I think that there's a lot more onus on women all the time.
Yeah.
And some of these things are not even, they don't even start with us. That we're not even the root of some of the problems. And if the problem was addressed from the roots, it wouldn't even get to a point where you have to then address women because it would have stopped before it got to us. And
That's true.
I think a lot of onus is always put on women. I think this is exactly why, this is where the disconnect comes in with conversations like this as well, where the conversation starts and people already go in defense mode because what you're used to is the onus and accountability and this and that. Women need to do better is draining, but also men are not addressing the same issues because even like I was saying, even with like podcasts and when the girls say guys need to put the podcast mic down, because men talk about, they go through mental health issues and they have this and the suicide rates amongst black men is mad. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's too mad for people to have mics on their pod and talk about girls who are doing 60 girl lifestyle.
Do you know,
it's way too mad
Yeah.
for that to be what you're concerned about. And this is the problem that women have, is that every time is that women are at the topic of the subject, but you guys say you're going through stuff and you never ever address that. You never ever want to address the situations. Like you want to talk about single women, single mothers.
Yeah.
How did they become single? If the man didn't leave them. Let's address the issues
It's not
at
just
the
men
roots.
leaving them. But I get your point.
Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. I think, just to kind of wrap up, I think it's more so a case of, yes, and funny enough, I was having the same conversation with Mark yesterday about increased suicide rates for men and stuff, That's definitely going to be a topic of the day, one of these days coming soon, right? So, yeah.
I think we should get a qualified person to come
Yes,
and speak about it because
again, this is what we're talking about.
because it comes down to
professional suicide.
Like,
get out of here. I'm done with you. Go back to the
Yeah,
mic.
good thing
No,
you
it's
wasn't
good
on
thing
the
you
mic,
weren't in the mic. It's a great thing you were not in the mic. But no, it's
Yeah, but
no, don't repeat it.
Man's prompted him to speak into the mic to say it again, you know?
You cannot repeat it. No, but I think it has to be something because again, a lot of that comes from understanding emotions and all that stuff, and I
Yeah.
think that is one of the things that men don't really rate.
but that's
Because even even when we talk about like rap and you were like, I don't like soft rap.
It's facts.
Soft rap is them putting out their emotions. So
Esther.
we definitely need to get professionals.
I'll
up
be
in
the
here.
first one to tell you
Yeah.
that that's one of my issues.
Yeah, we know you told
But
us.
I don't see it as an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
But
you need to. But yeah. Yeah, we need to have a professional
Yeah, 100%.
in here to talk about that.
Yeah, so basically it stemmed from someone in the community mentioning that as a potential idea for topic of the day.
Yeah.
And she said, did she say she might? Anyway, yeah. Long story
I think
short.
also though, a black male therapist.
I don't
or
know if this,
psychotherapist or something.
I don't know if this guy's a therapist, but she recommended someone, by the way,
Okay.
to holler at as well. And yeah, basically recently she lost her male cousin to suicide.
Yeah.
So like she's really super passionate about it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something I
Sorry
want
for your
us
loss, if you're
to
listening, babes.
yeah, 100% RIP, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I want us to discuss. But I think, like I said, as much as male suicide rates are going up, right? The issue is still not as big as the issue that we face, I guess, like with some of the relationship things and like in our community with men and women.
You know
and so
what?
I think that's why that always remains at the forefront of certain discussions. And also, this may not sound good, but I'm just going to tell you. I think a lot of the time men just see women as the better of the two of us. And so I think as much as that's not the best
In the
way...
same earth that me and you're living in.
No, I'm being honest. Like, men sometimes can just expect better from the woman than us. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that's common knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. I'm telling you.
Men
We may not say it.
No,
We may
you
not say it.
definitely don't say it.
Yeah.
Because anything that men have never ever said, the reason why we're having this conversation or the reason why we're
Yeah.
pushing this agenda is because we see you as being the better sex. Men have never said, do you see how shocked I am?
I'm not gonna lie.
I bet you every single woman in the comments is shocked too. I've never,
I've said
ever heard that.
Quite a lot. I feel like men expect better from women.
From women,
Well,
yeah. than us.
do you guys tell the women this?
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
I
know
thought
if
it was
we do.
common knowledge.
Yeah,
Why would it, no,
yeah.
it's common knowledge maybe in your
Maybe
groups.
to us, yeah, maybe.
Amongst the men's community, I don't know, you guys group
Like,
chat.
for example,
but
right? I
I've,
guarantee
as a woman, I've never heard that.
if you ask maybe the men in this room,
Yeah.
think about the people in their life. And if they had to write a list of people that they trust,
Yeah.
that they can confide in,
Yeah.
Rely
that
on.
they expect,
Yeah,
rely on,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it might be majority women on that list.
Wouldn't know
I actually
anything.
think it's weaponized though. The notion is weaponized.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I was
it
getting
has,
there, bro.
it has become it. It has
Go on,
become.
explain.
Basically, situations where a man does something bad
Yeah.
and then we look to flip it and say, what if it is a woman did this and next? We would then say, yeah, but we expect better from you.
Oh, okay.
You guys aren't supposed to be
Yeah.
as animalistic as
which
men.
that isn't right.
Yeah, 100% it isn't right, and that's why I don't like that aspect of it.
Okay.
I know what you don't mean bad intent. or
Yeah.
ill
Yes,
intent,
exactly.
but it's taken and it's weaponized.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was definitely gonna get there too. Don't want better from me. Want better from yourself.
Yeah, no, for sure.
true.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to give women that grace, like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you're a woman.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. I just mean, like, and it might be bad, but when women do bad, it surprises me way more
Yeah.
than when a man does bad.
Yeah.
But women have the right to do bad and make mistakes.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
human,
you
beings,
see-
they're human
yeah.
beings too.
Yeah.
I just see women as being better. I just always have.
But you see what you said, yeah? How you said that you wouldn't, that's because you got sense.
Yeah.
There are men who will be like, oh, you shouldn't do this because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And this is what women are tired of. Honestly, I can't explain how tired women are of hearing, doing this because you're a woman. Don't like when I tell you,
Women say it too, and I know you just said this before as well, innit?
yeah,
About
but
themselves.
like I'm talking about like from this is how we're literally raised. I don't think when I say that women's existence, women are raised just for the purposes of serving men.
Yeah.
I will never be able to do it justice. How much our identity as women is tied to our usefulness for a man.
Yeah.
So when women are like, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of them, it might seem like, oh, but the girls are tired. The girls are absolutely tired. And I think, sorry, just to go back to suicide. Sorry, trigger warning. Damn it, trigger warning. Sorry, guys. But that suicide thing and the relationship thing, and men focusing more on relationships because that might not be as big as it. In all honesty, I think it's the roots. The roots is still the roots. I think suicide is definitely very important in men, but you will find that the reason why men act the way they do in relationships and all that stuff, and they would treat the women the way they do in their family life and all that stuff, it all links to the same things that eventually can cause this suicide. Because when you hate to bring him up, but even the DJ Twitch that died the other day, he had a loving, beautiful family. Everything was right, career, family, wife, children, everything. Yet he was still dealing with what he was dealing with. I think, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I really think men, for a while, maybe for the next few years, need to focus on issues that affects them. Let everybody focus on their own focus. Men should focus on the issues that affect them and stop worrying about what women's pussies is doing or not doing. And I think we can get closer to getting better as a community than what's currently going on. Because right now it's just a gender war. And boy, I'm unsubscribed, man.
I think the only thing I'll disagree with is just the whole thing about men. Don't worry about what women are doing, because I think we need to worry about what each other are doing.
But that's the thing, though. Men don't worry about what each other are doing. Men worry about what women are doing more. So unless you're able to give the same energy, or do you know what? Worry about yourself like 75% and women 25, or 60% for men and then 40% for women. Unless the men are able to do that, I want the extreme of don't worry about us, because at the moment what we're getting is 95% worrying about women and 5% worrying about men. I do not see as many platforms that talk about women and what their pussies are doing as I do talking about mental health within the black community for men. And you guys are down bad in that area. It's so horrible.
But we'll end up
like when you get a podcast that talks about stuff like that, their USP is different. Spotify is ready to sign because this doesn't happen. Because the majority of content you get is the other kind of content. I honestly think that, because really and truly at the moment, I don't think men worry about women and themselves equally. They don't. They do not. That ratio right now, the percentages, very, very skewed. So maybe we need to then tip it back the opposite way, and then we'll see how we get on with that. And if that doesn't work, we're like, okay, let's try and create a balance then. But I'll be honest, as a woman, I'm tired of hearing what men think about women and what they think about this. I don't really want to hear it. It's giving the ick. I hate to have to bring the ick card up.
I think, you know what?
You lot in the comments are angry.
Nah, they're going at it.
You lot are angry.
Just be liking the video, Sha. That's my own.
Yeah, innit, man?
Like the video.
Don't
take your anger out on the likes.
Yeah, just bear in mind, when people be telling me to move on, I am more anxious to not move on because of that. I'm going to double down and not move on till we're ready to go.
You know, bro, you can't tell a man what to do. Actually, daddy and man what to do.
Damn right.
But we've got to move on there because I've got things to do. Let's get to the next headlines.
Cool.
Can't you hear what you're saying?
No, you can.
Wait, what? What's that?
Headlines. All right, so
I asked for you to read the headlines, but don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
yes.
So, E-Man, they're saying that you need to be holding
laugh,
seminars for men.
Hey, eventually,
And
man.
what?
Teaching them how to be men, better men. You need to take your leadership role seriously.
Hey,
Well, damn.
I'm saying.
I'm working on it. Trust me,
They're
it's part of a
saying
plan.
put your, money where your mouth is.
100%.
Damn.
100%. I'm willing to do whatever's necessary for the black people, man, for the black community. 100%.
There's your answer.
That's right.
So, the former Labour deputy leader, Tom Watson, has used his first speech in the Lords to formally apologise for highlighting allegations of historical abuse levelled by Carl Beach, who was later revealed to be a serial fantasist. I believe there's a trigger warning here as well. Lord Watson, who was also a minister during 18 years as an MP, left Parliament before the 2019 election and had been expected to join the upper house swiftly. However, his peerage was initially turned down by the commission that vets new members of Lords, seemingly because of his role in seeking action over the claims by Beach of a supposed murderous VIP paedophile ring in Westminster. Police had raided the homes of the late Tory minister Leon Britton, the late military chief Lord Bramall, as well as the former Tory MP Harvey Proctor, based on the allegations. Beach was later jailed for 18 years after a court found he had fabricated the allegations. Britton died in 2015 because he was publicly exonerated. Before he was publicly exonerated. Speaking in the Lords for the first time on Wednesday, after being confirmed as a peer, Watson apologised to Britain's widow, saying, "The first area where I think consensus is always better than disagreement is police reform. I apologise unreservedly to Lady Britton for the role that I played in the investigation of historic child sexual abuse. Her experiences led to several recommendations about how the police conduct themselves. I'm sorry, and I owe it to her to work to achieve those aims in the House in the months and years ahead." Next headline, the UK's scheme to settle millions of EU citizens risks creating illegal immigrants overnight and is unlawful. This is what the High Court has ruled. In a highly critical judgment, the court said the scheme breached the UK's Brexit withdrawal agreement. The watchdog for EU's citizens' rights argued the scheme could strip people of rights if they don't register in time. The Home Office said EU citizens are friends with clear protections and it will challenge the ruling. But since 2018, the Home Office has run a two-stage process for EU citizens who wanted to remain in the UK. The scheme was set up because the EU's freedom of movement principle had meant many people from within the bloc had never needed permission to be in the UK under immigration laws that apply to other parts of the world. Under the scheme, at least 2.2 million people currently have pre-settled status. This is a limited right to live and work in the UK, and it expires if they don't reapply for full settled status after 5 years. But some 200,000 people who were part of the scheme's pilot in 2018 must register for full settled status by August of 2023, or they could lose their legal rights. The Independent Monitoring Authority, the IMA, the post-Brexit watchdog for EU citizens' rights, they challenged the arrangement in the High Court, saying ministers were breaking the legal promises they had made to the European Union. They argued that huge numbers of people could become illegal immigrants overnight if they did not apply for the second stage in time. That would mean they will lose their right to live, work or study and their access to health services. And the last headline is about Scottish gender reform. They had a vote. Well, they were due to have a vote yesterday, but it got delayed by a day, so hopefully it should be done today. And so the final vote on the controversial proposals to make it easier for people in Scotland to change their legally recognised gender will not be held until today, like I just said. MSPs, members of the Scottish Parliament, still debating proposed changes to the bill, and that's what basically caused it to be delayed by a day. The reforms are still expected to be backed by a majority of MSPs when the vote does happen. A marathon debate on more than 150 proposed amendments to the legislation ran until midnight on Tuesday, and only ended after the lights in that particular chamber went out because they're on a timer. They resumed on Wednesday afternoon, with MSP still debating and voting on the amendments at 8 o'clock in the evening. So a decision was then taken by parliamentary authorities to schedule the final debate and vote for later on Thursday, rather than risk having a session run into the early hours of the morning. There has been anger from some MSPs over attempts by the Conservatives to delay the process in the chamber by raising repeated points of order and pushing every amendment to a vote. The Tories, however, have accused the Scottish Government of attempting to avoid proper scrutiny of the legislation by rushing it through Parliament before Christmas. I just wanted to give a bit of context about what they're basically about to vote for. So what it is and we touched on this before on the show, right? But people in Scotland, they've already been able to change their legal gender, right? From male to female, from female to male since 2005, right? But the new rules will lower the minimum age from 18 to 16. Also, this new rule will also remove the requirement for a medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria. So those are the two things that's basically going to be changing. And that's the end of the headlines.
Thank you very much. Let's get into the No, what are we doing? Word on road. Let's get into word on road.
You know what, I read it. I was saying for you, not for them though.
Oh, okay. No, say after then.
No, I could say it on
Okay, go
camera.
on.
Okay.
You never done Wellness Wednesday?
Yeah, I know, man.
So like Jupiter is off tilt.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, the retrograde.
I get the connection.
Oh, I get you. Okay, all right.
You see, that's what it is.
The balance been
The chakra was messed up.
Yeah, we didn't put any sage in the room.
Yeah, we do, man. It's hot in there, boy. You're like hot and bothered. But so I was gonna say Wellness Wednesday. Word on road. So you guys remember in September I talked about how Leonardo Dicaprio broke up with his 25-year-old girlfriend. Then he had a 27-year-old. What were we in December? Well, he's broken up with that 27-year-old and now he's got a 23-year-old. I don't know if this is... How old is the man? He's 48 years old.
More power to him, man.
I don't know. Do you know what? I think all the best all parties involved, as I always say. But I just find it very, very interesting that he's literally going through the young girls in Hollywood like it's
If it's within your means, man.
clear. It's definitely within his means.
Can't knock it, man.
100%.
These girls are adults.
100%.
And they know what's going on. And maybe the ones in the beginning wasn't sure, but the ones at the end now,
They
definitely know that there's a pattern and they know what's going on. So they want to be wrapped up in it.
I do think though, like Hollywood dating is very different though to like normal life dating. Because you always get like, who was it? Was it Lionel Richie's daughter, Sophia? That's it. And she was going out with Scott Disick at one point.
Yes, that's crazy.
I mean, it's a bit weird.
Leonardo DiCaprio's dating pool and dating options are always going to be different to everybody else's, isn't it?
It's literally between the ages of 23 to 27.
Yeah, no,
I remember the old girl,
madman.
she turned 27 and he said, yeah, you're done. 27 is his cut-off point.
I hear him though, because I've said it before, people can cuss me for it, they can say what they want. Unless this is how old is he?
He's 48.
48. Unless this is childhood sweetheart or a gal that he grew with, been putting down her roots with, As a 40-year-old single man, why is he going to go and get a 40-year-old woman for? I don't understand.
She's only 40. She could be in her 30s.
Huh?
She could be in her 30s.
35.
Yeah, she could be, but she could also be 26.
Or she could be in her late 20s, early 30s.
Mid-20s or early 20s. He could do what he wants, though, basically, because it's not illegal. What I'm trying to say is, like, they don't
It's not illegal, so they could do it once.
Yeah.
No, it is. Obviously, you're judged by two things, isn't it? You're judged if it's when people deem the moral court of law and then the legal court of law.
Morals ain't linear. Everybody's morals
No,
are different.
That's what I'm saying.
So people try and judge me off their morals. Like, there you go. It's like, who gives a fuck
That's
about
what I'm
your
saying.
morals? They're not
That's what I'm
mine.
saying. The moral court of law is going to exist regardless. You just got it comes with the territory.
Yeah, you're going to deal with it.
So it is what it is, isn't it? You just have to ignore it and carry on.
Yeah, of course. But that's why I always say it's like people put more value in it than it really has, because they can kick up a fuss.
Yeah.
But it's not changing nothing, because it's not changing Leo's mind and it's not changing these young
changing the
girls from
girls
lining
either.
up
The girls are
to
loving
link
it.
him.
Yeah.
So all the fake outrage, just like let's just leave it
Do-
alone.
do
Let
you
the
know
man do what he's
I
doing.
I don't care who he dates.
Yeah,
As long as you
I
don't
think
date no
what
one
is...
under the legal age, you can do what the fuck he wants.
That's it. And I think it's what you said about the moral court. It's just like the moral, and then people project their morals on that. Because even I've had to step away from that with Caresha, for example. And people are like, oh, you're dating Diddy, he's had this girl. But but sis understands the terms of what she's in. She's in that. She's fine. I actually cannot carry this on my head because what's it got to do with me?
Exactly.
And I think that's what it is with Leo, but I just wanted to report on that. I'm going to keep...
No, he's sick though.
I want to keep telling you guys. Yeah, I'm going to keep telling you guys when this girl gets fired and the next one comes in.
Because he's like,
I don't mind talking about him.
He's not gonna stop.
He's sick because it's so intentional.
Yeah, like, he's not gonna stop.
It's
That the
super
girl
intentional,
turned 27
And she was
and
gone.
she was gone.
Like every girl's on the clock.
Yes, you're on
And
the clock.
your alarm goes off. That alarm goes off.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
That's it.
Run them up, boys.
Now that it's wild.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's like you're saying, because it's so intentional
Yeah.
and it's so much. When you look at it, you just got such a huge sample size.
Yeah.
You do question it and be like, brother.
What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
But if he's happy,
Yeah, man, more power to him, man.
that's right. And then my next is a man in women's business, Joe Budden.
Oh God.
Joe Budden, yep. So he basically on his pod was talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Obviously, this whole case thing going on, blah blah. But Joe, he likes to talk like he knows, he's in the know by everything and everything. He just anyway, whatever. So he was basically talking about how he doesn't like Megan Thee Stallion, and he made it clear that it's not because of the whole, what's it called?
I really hope you're going to where I think you're going.
Yeah, I hope so, because there's been too many things about Joe at the moment.
The person he was cooking yesterday.
Okay, let me land it. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me land it. So basically, he was talking about Meg, and he was saying how he doesn't really like her, and he said, "I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have a long-standing relationship with here in the industry. So I'm biased. You just can't treat my friends and people I fuck with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way." Now, I felt like, you know what, that's your business. I don't like when people try and come out with the in the know. If we're talking about the trial or whatever, and you're out here telling me you don't like her on a personal note because of how she's treated your friends, that's fair. You're entitled to that. That's fair enough. But my thing is, you're not going to tell people how it is that she's treated said friends, or at least be like, oh, do you know what, she's rude, or she worked with somebody, this is what, let us know more. But he didn't anyway. Anyways, the next day he came back to apologize. And this is how I knew that what he initially said was bullshit, in my opinion. I feel like it was just BS, because he's even sat down with her and had a whole interview with her, talking about how, like, you know, people come for her and the hate train and all that kind of stuff. And she talked about how, you know, she doesn't understand when grown men are just talking about her and bitching about her, only for him to be the grown man that's bitching about her. But anyways, he then said on his pod as well, he said, I'm apologizing to Meg. He said to Meg, the people that love her, her handlers, her team, the people that have to support her through what has to be an exhausting trial. I listened back. I got a few phone calls from women that I love and appreciate and admire. He says, I'm apologizing for the careless manner in which I joked about her mental health. That didn't sit right with my soul and my spirit. That's not funny, because whether you believe her or not, or don't believe her, can you afford to be wrong? And the answer is no. He says basically he doesn't want to pile on all the things that, all the hate she's currently getting and all the pressure that she's currently under. And he said how he couldn't sleep. He just was thinking, what if something happens to her? He doesn't want that on his conscience. Exactly. But this is why I call bullshit, because you said you're not liking her was not to do with the trial. It wasn't to do with the trial. It wasn't to do with anything like that. So for your apology to be, because we can't afford to be wrong, I don't want to, like, almost like you're standing up for a victim kind of thing.
That's true though, in the sense of,
what are you talking about?
That's why I see all these debates and why I think it's all funny, people giving their opinions, because obviously once it comes out, then we're going to see and you're going to know where you stand, because they drew a line in the sand and everybody's picked a side kind of thing, innit? But it's true though, even though we're giving our opinions on, like, in this situation with what's going on, just like, you can't really afford to be wrong.
Yeah, you can't afford to be wrong. But my thing is, my apology, and I 100% believe you. And this is why, to be honest, I believe Megan until if whatever comes out, then I'll deal with that. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But my thing was, he said his reason for not liking her was nothing to do with the court case. Was nothing to do with Tory. So why is your apology centered around that? Anyway, Jay been talking too much, to be fair. What was it you were talking about?
No, it's nothing even important. He was just, I think Vivica A. Fox had some pushback on him.
Oh, yes.
For his Meg comments, and he just cooked her on the pod yesterday, innit?
He cooked Vivica?
Cooked her up nicely, bro. So,
not nicely.
I've got nothing against Vivica A. Fox, but the way he cooked her, like, the way they collectively cook people.
Oh, yeah.
That
Like,
bad.
But
really?
he went to her IMDb page and was running through all her movies, like, just.
No, but he needs to sit down, because...
He was cooking her.
Why did he do that?
Because I think she was...
Did she go in on him though?
I didn't see what she said about him, to be fair.
She looked like she went in on him.
She went in on him about
Vivica
what he
goes
said
in on
about Meg.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, so she pushed back on his Meg comments.
Yeah, so exactly. So if you're sorry because of the way you talked about Meg, it makes sense why Vivica pushed back on you, because Vivica obviously is one step ahead of you. What he's had to apologize for is what Vivica was doing in the first place. But I'm going to listen to that part and see. But I know Vivica's going to push him, cook him right back, because she's on a show with Lisa Ray. I love Lisa Ray. Is it Lisa Ray?
It's on Fox, isn't it? I think.
Yes. And Claudia as well. And when I tell you, when it's time to roast a person, they go in. Like, they really do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch that, and I hope she responds to him as well. But you can't be out here cooking somebody who's helping you see what you need to see, and you can't be going on IMDb pages and comparing careers when, if not for the what's it called? If not for Spotify, you still be on Love and Hip Hop. Anyway, but yeah, that being said. And then also still on Meg, goodness me. So basically the girls were dragging certain people yesterday that needed to be dragged. So her ex-stylist, her former stylist, EJ King, he used to be doing up besties with her. That's why sometimes you have to just keep people as an employee and just leave it at that and not get too familiar. But basically he was called as a witness of sorts to the court. He made sure he dressed like his life depended on it. He went there and then he started posting up pictures. He started posting articles that said about him going to court. Then he started posting like his outfit pictures and like all the fashion blogs that posted his outfit. He was reposting them. And then where he went really stupid with it was that on his Instagram, he has a video of him when he's talking to the reporters outside. Looks like a scene out of... Do you ever watch... what was it? How to Get a Murder?
Nah.
No, okay.
Something like that.
But you know the scene where, like, when she and Olivia won with the Supreme Court? Spoiler alert. But if you haven't watched it, it's been 10 years, sorry. But do you know what I mean?
That's a spoiler.
Yeah,
10-year show.
Go. But basically, there's a scene where she and Olivia Pope, it was a crossover episode. Obviously, Shonda Rhimes, the greatest. And it was a crossover, right? And they won the court case. And then, you know when someone's outside a court case and then they've got the reporters? So that's a shot of him, yeah? Someone, whoever it is recording him talking to the reporters as if it's like a whole OJ, as if he's the one on trial. Yeah. And then do you know what he does? He puts a Law and Order music over it on his Instagram. And people are like, you're such a snake. Like, why would you do that? This is someone you said was your friend or whatever. But anyways, everyone who was commenting on it was the ones who got cooked. Joe Budden was in there. So for someone who's apologizing, he was in there doing a lot of kikiing and laughing. Such a phony. And then he responded to her. And then Winnie Harlow was in there as well. They cussed her out. They said, man, you need to focus on your career because you're out here selling serums that's not even banging. Jessie Wu was under there. And then Emily B was under there too. And people came for her because they're like, first of all, you're a domestic. You have some situations you need to sort out in your life for you to be under someone's pictures, kikiing and laughing. Hazel E as well, she got cooked as well because these are women who've publicly spoken. Eva as well, she pisses me off. These are women that have publicly spoken about how they've been victims of domestic violence and men have done this and blah, blah. And then you're under a video that's mocking this woman. We're again going back to the whole no one can afford to be wrong about this. You're on the video mocking that. And it was just sad because sometimes women be the weakest link, and that does include Jay Budden because sometimes men talk more than women. Men really be the biggest bitches sometimes. So there's that, and then my last bit of news is that Herbo is going to be on Caresha Please.
I just saw the thumbnail for the trailer.
Yeah, so he's going to be on to the trailer. Yeah, trailer came out last night.
Yeah.
He's going to be on there, and she's obviously asking him what she needs to know. Why did you cheat on Ari Fletcher? What was that situation? Was there a crossover? Did you tell her blah blah? But the bit that I'm going to care for, and I'm going to, hopefully if it's juicy enough, I'll come back and talk about it next week, is that he asked her, did you know about Diddy's baby before the rest of the world did? And that's the juicy part that I really want to, that's the part that everyone's like, okay, let's see.
She must have though.
I think she did. I think that's when she broke up with him. When me and Gina were talking about how they broke up, I think that's when she broke up. She knew then, and that's when she broke up with him. Yeah. And then he got her back with the mountain of flowers, the garden that he planted in her living room.
Oh, well, that's it.
I reckon so. That's what I reckon that's when she knew. I reckon she knew before, but obviously they're putting the teaser to.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Obviously, you don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean. But what's your best guess? Like, why do you think she's with Diddy?
She's having fun. She's just because you know it's basically both of them. Yeah, I think it's trauma bonding. Diddy lost Kim Porter, which obviously is love of his life and all that stuff, and then also Cassie. I feel like maybe he was grieving a bit too much. Cassie left him for whatever reason. I think she just wanted more for herself and he wasn't able to give her that. He left. So whatever he might say about Cassie, he definitely misses Cassie and loved Cassie. Do you get me? Actually, I reported on this. He did. But so he suffered loss twice. So Young Miami, she also broke up with Southside. That's her baby father. And they've been together for like years or whatever. They got a child together. But also her son's dad got shot. No, not Southside. So she's got 2 kids. Her firstborn is a boy, and that was with some other guy, like a childhood sweetheart. And then she ended up being with Southside, and that's who she's got summer with.
Okay.
And the father of the first child, her first baby father, he got killed.
Is this recent or back in the day?
No, this is like
serious.
Last year maybe.
Oh man.
So so I think they're both trauma bonding because I think it's the same year where he lost Kim as well. Because when he went on Caresha, he did say that they started talking because they both lost people. Okay. So I think this thing they're doing, but to be fair, though, obviously Diddy's one. Anyway, yeah, I feel like it's kind of trauma bonding in a way. That's what I believe, and because they relate on that losing people, and they did talk about that on the interview. But I also think as well, they were both people that were in long-term relationships, and sometimes you just come out of a relationship and you just want to date, because really what they're doing is dating. The only issue is that the people that they're dating, they're both as high profile. I believe that Diddy's been doing what he's been doing for years. But no one has ever been on his level of fame. Do you get what I mean? So it's never come out because it doesn't need to. Even the other girls that's come up, they're all IG models. They're not girls, they're influencers. They're not girls we know. But it's Caresha, so that's more difficult. So I really feel like this is something that they've both been doing. They've both been dating, which normal human beings do. But the issue is the high profileness of it. And that's why it's out there. And that's, unfortunately, is why people then get to add their 2 cents and be like, oh, you should settle down and blah, blah. Because really and truly, these two people keep saying to us that they're not in a relationship.
They're just doing.
They're just seeing each other. And this is the normal way things should really go. You see someone until you say, "Do you know what, actually, I want to be with you." Or if you don't want that, that's fine. You just continue doing that. But again, I think people are projecting what it is that their idea of what a relationship should be, their idea of that pedestal you put them on because they're celebrities, that's being projected on them heavily. I don't think it's an issue. I feel like even the baby would have happened before she and Diddy started dating, and it did. The baby would have been conceived, or the semen would have been planted in the egg way before they started dating. Do you get what I mean? But I think when things go out there, when things are public now, it's a whole different thing. Because even when he was dating Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mum, you heard that here and there. It wasn't really a thing. Do you get what I mean? But she's not as high. Yeah, he dated her, but she's not as high profile as Diddy is, or as Young Miami is, for it to have made the headlines in that way. Do you get what I mean? So I just think it's the high profileness of both of it. But in all honesty, they're happy. If she likes it, I love it. If he likes it, I love it. Like, I just think people are in relationships for different things. Not everyone. People get in relationships and they don't want to get married, and that's fine for them. But people will be like, "Oh, why don't you might as well get married?" No, because I don't want to get married. And from what Caresha said, she's dating other people as well, and so is he. So, yeah, they're both dating other people.
I don't think it's even rocket science.
Like,
She's dating Diddy.
that's
She
it.
wants to have fun. Diddy's a rich
That's it.
man, powerful man, comes with a lot of status and notoriety. Who
That's
cares?
it.
It is what it is, isn't it? I mean, I don't think
I'd join the roster
it was ever meant to last. You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
That relationship had the timestamp on it for sure.
And that's the thing, and again, it's because of their terms that they've set. The terms that they set was that this is not we're getting settled down and marrying and whatever. It was never that. It was literally just to have fun, someone to have fun with. You want to go to this, you want to fly out, you're available, because they're friends as well, which is what they talked about, that they're friends too. So, yeah, man, all the best to all parties involved. Yeah, that's all there is for me today. But let's get into the People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is I haven't really got good news, to be fair, but it's a bunch of different things related to the weather, time of the year, things of that nature. And right now, tens of thousands of people, households, in fact, in parts of Southeast England could face Christmas without running water. So basically what they're saying is, Southeast Water admitted that they could not 100% guarantee that all customers in Kent and East Sussex, that water will be restored by the Christmas weekend.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It's
That's
a lot,
wild.
man. It's a lot. So yeah, man, they've had issues. I'm not sure if we reported on it, but the whole burst pipe thing, right? And so obviously it left tens of thousands of people without water, right? So basically, like I just said, they can't guarantee that will be sorted out by this weekend, which is Christmas weekend, unfortunately. Everybody in here has got Netflix, innit? Apart from Mark. Mark's got the Fire Stick.
I don't, you know.
I got someone else's Netflix as well, though.
Same. I have
Apparently that's
Netflix.
illegal now in the UK.
I saw it.
What, having people's Netflix?
Yeah.
It was always illegal.
No, but
wasn't it?
it's set up to have multiple accounts though.
No, you
They
have to be in the
changed it
same
now.
house.
I think you got a better, higher subscription or something.
Yeah, but you have to be in the same house. If it's like multiple addresses now, the IP.
Yeah, but sometimes
Get got.
Are you sure it's the same
there.
house? And if you pay for the higher subscription, then you can have multiple things or something. Or am I making that up?
No, you can, but you know, is it limited by how many people can watch a particular thing?
I'm not
So
sure.
that's why you need to have
Yeah,
the multiple
yeah.
different
Yeah.
Because
thingies.
it's like, it's not for you and your friends, your
Yeah.
group chat. It's more like in the household, you want to watch How to Scandal, I want to watch How to Get Murder.
Yeah.
You can't watch at the same time. So that's why you got multiple.
Different accounts.
You got an account that allows multiple viewings at
Yeah,
the same
but
time.
I don't think it's thing about the IP address. They can't police what house it's in. If you're allowed multiple signings on the account and you get they can't police what yard it's in. Are you saying you're not allowed to do that?
I think, yeah,
You've never
you're
been
not-
allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
because
But
you're
every
sharing
device,
passwords.
doesn't every device have a different IP address, even if it's in the same house?
Yeah, but it's the area though. It's different IP, but it will still show you the area.
I hear where you're coming from. I just don't know if they can police that.
They can. That's why they've installed. They've put it in place.
Oh, so they've done it now.
It's actually a thing.
So what you're saying is now
That's what
you've
I'm
done it,
about
yeah,
to say.
you can't give it to someone unless they're in the same yard as you.
Yeah, I can't give it to you.
You sure?
Let him tell us.
Message me when you get home and give me your details. I'm gonna sign in.
So basically, it's literally
Send it when you get home. I could have sent it to you now. Granny, man.
Basically, it's a new thing now, man. So according to a government agency, sharing passwords for online streaming services such as Netflix is against the law. So the Intellectual Property Office, IPO, said on Tuesday that the practice broke copyright law. So as you said, it's common for people in the UK who don't live together to share their streaming service passwords, despite it being typically against the terms of the agreement, right, already. But now, it's enforced. I don't know how they enforce it.
When's it been enforced?
You said, how long do I have?
Hello? Clock's ticking.
They didn't put a date, you know. I think, okay, basically, there ain't no date. There ain't no date.
I got a loophole because the one I got.
Don't give out your loophole.
Okay, forget.
That's how the next thing he reports on Monday.
That's how you get
They
got.
come to your loophole.
That's how you get got in it.
Exactly.
All right, forget it.
Come on, nah, that's fine.
I ain't got no loophole.
Yeah, but yeah.
You're adhering to the rules.
So what they're saying is the IPO basically has since removed the reference to password sharing in its guidance on the government website. However, the spokesperson confirmed.
The government?
Yeah. They're taking it serious. That's what I'm saying. The government always mind people's business.
It's hardly fraud.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're not serious. But Netflix, obviously, they've not indicated that they're going to take any legal action in it. Like, obviously, they're used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like, what happens there? Well, fine.
I don't think that anything's going to happen, to be fair. But you never know. You never know. But Netflix said they wanted to make it easy for people who are borrowing other accounts to set up their own, right? To transfer.
I know how to set my own account. I just don't want to pay for it.
To transfer their profile into a new account.
Ooh.
Yeah. As well as to create sub-accounts for people to pay extra for family and friends.
So what's the government's business then? Why don't you just let Netflix do what they want to do?
This is what they do all the time. That's what I'm saying.
You still have inflation to be tackling. That's what you're doing.
So this isn't Netflix doing this?
No, it's the government.
No, so Netflix have got another thing that they're adding on. But this first thing is the government.
It's the government.
The government's basically saying it's illegal.
What's it got to do with them?
Exactly. But Netflix one makes sense because then that's a lot better.
Mm-hmm. But Netflix ain't going to be rolling out those features until early 2023. So yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I
maybe
thought it was
a few more
26.
months. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
we're lips in 2023. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
That's so. The government is mind of business, man. You sort of have inflation to be worrying about and all sorts. And you're out here worrying about Netflix accounts. This is what I'm saying. This government is very stupid.
I don't understand how it affects them.
I don't understand what their business is.
This is a Netflix problem. I don't get it.
Wasabi.
Yes. So, more than 20 councils, in fact, in England are not offering food vouchers to children over the Christmas holidays, unfortunately. So a BBC analysis has found out that a number of councils no longer offering vouchers has continued to grow since August. And now, like I said, 21 of them have scrapped the scheme. There's a Food Foundation charity, the Food Foundation charity said it's vitally important that obviously all eligible children receive the holiday support. But again, local government associations are saying that councils just can't afford it no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we've seen the whole thing with Rashford during COVID times, people trying to campaign for certain things, innit? But again, there's just no money. So unfortunately, that's one of the things that's been, it's been dropped out. So I guess people, if you live in one of those boroughs and you want to help out, you got to do it yourself, innit? And go to a charity that will kind of facilitate that. Another thing, and this is quite important because I spoke about this before and gave some details before about this. And this is about the whole, the vouchers, the energy support vouchers.
Oh, yeah.
To help people during this tough time, like with the rising costs and whatnot. What's been revealed is that more than 1 million households with prepayment meters have not redeemed their monthly energy support vouchers. Remember, everybody else who's on direct debits and stuff like that, right? It gets sorted for you, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're on the prepayment meter, you need to do it yourself. Again, before, you have to. I mentioned how you got to check on the last page, turn it over. There should be a barcode or something. You need to follow the instructions, whatever, and redeem it that way. Many people are just kind of overlooking it, and that's £400 of discount basically to help you. You know what I'm saying? So, people need to really look into that ASAP and get it sorted. Again, if you're one of those who actually pay automatically via direct debits and things of that nature, and you're not on the prepayment thing, you should be getting £66 of credit added to your bill like every month. I'm not sure if you guys have been checking, making sure that you're getting that credit.
No.
Okay, good. Make sure.
Yeah.
All right. But again, this is typically for those people who don't have that and have the prepayment meters. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you're following that up. And the very last thing is just to say, people, obviously, hopefully nobody needs the ambulance, you know what I mean, like during the times where there's strikes and whatnot. But people are basically saying today is going to be a very challenging day for a lot of patients because of the whole ambulance strikes and stuff like that. Remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago or so, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we reported on an old lady who fell and fractured her hip, and she was waiting for an ambulance for like hours. Yeah, stuff like that. So again, I don't know, this may seem like a very small thing, but obviously check in on the elderly, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your family, make sure everyone's cool, because this is not the time where you can rely on ambulances. You really can't, you know what I'm saying? The people want to get their money, and fair play to them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people may suffer for it. But yeah, that's it really for the People's Journal. Not much today.
All right. Well, it's Thursday over here, so it's woke or joke. Let's get into it.
All right, guys. So this is going to be a quick one, I think. But obviously, we're approaching Christmas now. It's around the corner. I just wanted to say, obviously, we kind of know, typically everyone kind of knows the reason why Christmas is celebrated across the world, right? But do you feel as though the society as a whole has become too woke for their own good? Do you feel as though they're trying to remove Christ from Christmas?
Oh, I had a conversation with mums over the weekend, and they talk about like the school carols and stuff, the nativity.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, it's not really Christ-centered anymore.
Yep.
I mean, in nativity, you got a kid playing a cow. They don't have cows, but actually, they would have had beef. But do you get me?
What do you mean
they've
they're
got all
taking?
sorts of-
So what are they doing in this carols?
It's just more about like, this is just. I just feel like they're just taking away the whole Christ is born aspect of it.
Oh,
It's
they
just
don't
more
do
about-
like the Bethlehem thing and Gabriel and baby Jesus and all that.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that so much anymore. I
Have
think
they
it's watered
remixed
down.
it?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Some songs, they've actually changed the wording.
Like from
Say
what to
what?
what?
I would need to find that for you. But basically, one of the most senior Roman Catholic priests has come out to basically say, look, this whole woke rewriting of Christmas songs is bloody ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, he's come
Not
out
the
to say it,
Catholic
man.
move.
Yeah, they've updated verses of a song, 17th century carol, including the lines, God rest you also women who by men have been erased. So obviously women by men, they want to change that up. And also God rest you queer and questioning.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
Huh?
obviously it meant different things. You
What
know what
song
I'm
is
saying?
this?
This is a song.
I said bars.
This is a song called God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. Yeah. So all these type of songs, you know what I'm saying?
what
Which
do-
have these things.
What's it going to be? God rest you, gentle people.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they changed the title.
Oh,
but
okay.
just the words in the
Who knows?
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. Also, you remember that song? By
I thought it was like a Christmas carol.
Johnny Mathis, A Child Is Born.
Now, why do you just lead with A Child Is Born? We don't know who Johnny. I don't know who wrote these songs.
It's a classic. It's in like
I
every
know the song, but I don't know Johnny
Okay.
Matthew. What was it?
No, Mathis.
Don't ring a bell.
If you hear it, you know, it's basically every time they rank like top 10
I think I know
Christmas
A Child
songs,
Is
it's
Born.
always in there.
Yeah, I know A Child Is Born. Yeah.
So in the part of the song, yeah, there's a part where there's like a breakdown, right? And he's like, obviously this savior in the world is coming.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what he's going to look like. He could be black, white, or yellow.
Mm-hmm.
They've edited that out now because
What is
obviously the whole yellow, you can't be calling,
Man yellow.
you know what I'm saying? People
Oh, he
yellow.
was calling people yellow. He was calling Asians yellow.
No, but he wasn't really. He was just saying
It could be.
no
just-
one knows his color, his race. You know what I'm saying? The savior will just come again.
Okay. So are they
So
taking
what
out
they
yellow? What are they
replaced it?
taking
What
out?
they replaced it
I think they're
with?
just erasing that completely.
So
Taking
he
black
can only be black or white.
This is
But
what I
you know
think.
the
But I
Asians
think the
gonna-
whole line
How
is
do
gone.
yellow people feel about that?
But then I guess they're saying
How do
you
brown
can't
people feel
call
about it?
people yellow.
Oh, so that's the point I was making.
Exactly.
That's the point I was
But the
making.
point is, like, there was
Imagine they're like,
no
you know what? We're not
intention.
even involved. Put us back in. We'll take yellow. Put it back in. It's crazy, man.
I just think
I think, listen, leave the carols where they are, man.
It's not though, because
But I'm saying that's because I'm
once
Christian,
pe-
so.
this is why all this stuff's a slippery slope. You get me? Because when you start doing it with other stuff, then it seeps its way into other aspects of society.
Yeah.
If you think it's cool to change everything and everything was so bad back in the day, then where do we stop? Then now it's getting to the goddamn Christmas carols. You know what I'm trying to say? I'd rather just.
You're gonna say goddamn Christmas.
He doesn't know the irony in that.
Yeah, it's so funny. You're such a character.
I'm just saying, I'd rather just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Yeah.
Like I've said this before. Obviously, there are things that are gonna get better and they need to change.
Yeah.
But we all made it here. Fine. Get me? We're all excellent examples of great human beings, pillars of our society. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and we're fine. And we came up on all that nonsense that they're trying to change. Just leave it, man. Everybody's gonna be blessed. It's all right.
What's your favourite carol of all time?
My favorite carol.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Christmas carol.
I ain't got a favorite carol.
No?
What's it?
I like a once in Royal in David's Royal City.
What's that?
Once in
What? Not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, no, I think you meant
Christmas.
carols are church songs, aren't they?
Everything I see.
And carols
I
Christian
don't
songs, like
know.
Christian Christmas songs. Yeah, that's Rudolph. We're not singing Rudolph in church.
I know
My
I'm talking
favourite
about
Christmas
church.
carol is
Christmas song then.
Oh, Chrissy, yeah.
Mariah Carey. All on for Christmas is you.
Oh, I don't like
Okay,
that.
cool. Okay, okay.
Oh, that-
I
Are
love
you
Destiny's
stupid?
Child.
That's
I love
levels.
Destiny's Child.
Teach me about
That's a big one,
the church ones then.
So church one's like a little town of Bethlehem.
How's it
Once
go?
in, you know what little town of. Actually, no, you know.
How's it go?
Sorry,
How's it go?
you know how it goes.
Start if I know.
I don't
I'll
want to
finish
sing it.
So if you,
Start it.
Start
and
it.
then
If I know,
we'll
I'll
do
do
like a
it.
quiet thing.
Is it Oh Little Town of Bethlehem?
No, that's another tune.
Oh, is it?
That's another tune.
So I took the melody from somewhere else.
Oh, hold on, wait. Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Actually, no, I'm
Do you have an
confusing
idea
now.
what this?
No,
song is?
I
You know
don't.
Little Town of Bethlehem?
No, I probably do. I just need to hear the
Okay, hold on.
jingle.
Cadence.
Hold on.
What about Silent Night?
Yeah, it's old school. Isn't it?
That's a big one, huh?
Silent Night.
No, that was the tune.
Yeah, I was right.
No, I fell asleep during that one. I didn't like that one. That one.
What-
that one
what-
didn't slap.
What is someone just said something? Oh, Silent Night.
Silent
Why the
Night.
first thing I thought of was the Queen when I heard that?
Because it's
That's
organ.
that's
It's an
that
organ
was the
being
first
played.
thought was the Queen
Yeah, it's
or
organ
something
being
royal.
played. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an organ.
Okay.
It gets you in that. I love an organ. I like Silent Night as well. I like Hark the Herald.
Oh, I like it again.
Hark the Herald Angels.
Ah, that's a classic.
sing glory
Oh, yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's a
a
classic, that's a
tune.
classic.
Primary
That's a
school
big
classic.
tune.
It's baddies, yeah, where I don't know the words, you know. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
know,
you
I
know the
didn't know
tune
Hark
there.
the Herald.
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
The herald angels sing, glory be. No, glory. Is it two?
To
Yeah,
the
glory to the
unborn.
newborn
Is it
king.
unborn
Oh,
king
is it
or
not
newborn king?
newborn? Yeah.
Wait, unborn. You're celebrating his birth.
Yeah.
The heck, no, it's glory to the newborn
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
What is the baby in the manger one? What? Baby, there's one that says something about baby in the manger.
Sounds familiar.
I can't remember it. I'm confusing two other songs.
The little boy Jesus lay down and see it.
Yes. How does it start though?
What's that?
Oh, in the manger.
Oh, wait, in a manger, no crib for a
Oh, that
bed.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a tune.
In a manger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Yeah,
that
that's
is a
another one.
tune.
Primary school as well. Used to sing that.
What other ones are there? Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time making these.
Maggie Sky is Donny Hathaway this Christmas. That's one of the best ever.
No. Oh no.
What?
What's
Chris Brown did a remake.
Nah, man. The best one is Last Christmas.
I gave you my heart,
but the very next day you gave it away.
Gave it away.
That's a very vital part.
The funniest thing is my son walking down the road singing that. He's 3 years old. You know.
Yeah, that's two jokes. I love that. What was song? What's the one about Santa saw the kid saw Santa kissing mummy the kid saw mummy kissing Santa on the chimney. I was singing it the other day and it's so random.
What?
That's an Irish jingle, isn't it?
It is, but what is the song though? It's
What's it like an adultery thing?
Because basically the kids because the kids don't know that Santa's not real in it. I hope no kids are watching this. I'm so sorry.
He's not
But like,
real.
huh?
What?
Don't do this.
Oh, basically, you're saying it was the dad dressed up as Santa.
Yeah, but the kids didn't know that, so the kids are thinking,
Okay.
oh, like mum's a cheat. She's kissing Santa.
I'm
Whole
with
time
you.
it's your
Oh,
daddy
I'm
in
with
there. Don't be silly. But what's the song though?
I saw Mummy.
It's called Santa.
Oh,
Ain't
I
Shit.
Yes.
Santa ain't
How's
shit.
it go- how's it go
Santa
again?
ain't shit.
No, that's do you know that's not it.
No,
No, say that again. Say what you said again.
It was
I
there for me.
saw Mummy kissing Santa
No,
Claus.
but
Last time-
what's the tune?
I don't know, you know.
I
So-
saw
yeah,
mommy
underneath the
kissing
Christmas-
Santa Claus.
Yes,
Underneath the Christmas tree last night.
Yes. Big up, that's the tune. All right.
Yes,
Yes, notes.
Oh, no.
Town Mark, this is radio.
That's a tune. Who said that?
I don't
Big up
know
you,
it.
man. That's a proper tune.
These are funny.
That's the tune. Oh, sorry, my bad. What other Christmas songs are there? I don't know.
Oh, what's that?
There's one. What's the one about the snow in Africa this year? That song's racist. Get it? We need to boycott that song. That's what we need to. Our plight needs to be next year. So by next Christmas is gone.
Well, if it's not broken, Margs.
Hmm?
If it's not broken, right?
Don't fix it.
But there won't be snow. Of course, there will not be snow in Africa
We don't
because of
want
the climate. You, Dave,
Climate change.
go away. What other Christmas songs are there that I like?
Oh, Partridge in a Pear Tree.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
And a
first
partridge.
In a pear.
But I
I
love Destiny's
hate
Child's
that
remix.
one.
7 Days of Christmas.
What's that on the first day of
Yeah, that's the
Christmas?
one.
My
Okay.
baby, that's it to
But that's how we
me.
only acknowledge.
I
feel like
hate
as
that
black
one.
people, we should only acknowledge old rings. I love
Four turtle doves, three French hens, two turtles, and a partridge in
That
a
is,
pear.
yeah, I hate that one.
It's when you have to go from 10 ladies down to 9.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be guided now.
When I think about it, I'm proper Scrooge. I don't like Christmas carols then. There's none of them that
I don't
there's
like
none of them
Christmas,
that
I'll
I
be
enjoy
honest.
like
I
that.
don't-
Like,
I
I
like-
know them and I can stomach them, but there's not one that I enjoy. I'm saying like, yeah, this is
This
my
is my
shit.
tune.
Driving home for Christmas. Yeah.
What's that? Driving home for Christmas. Who is that?
Oh, what's that one again?
Is that Tom
Why'd you get
Jones
your
or one of
Santa
them
back?
man there?
You really got your
Yeah.
Santa Claus back.
Christopher.
That's always in movies, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's all over the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
It's a
I
big
didn't
one.
know
you
Yeah,
know?
Driving Home for Christmas.
Driving
I didn't know
home
that
for
one.
Christmas.
I know that joint.
Yeah.
It's you guys putting on deep voice and then saying the one line, expecting me to catch it. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's
Christopher Rea.
Coming home for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
It's got the
But
yeah.
I can't remember the other
It's got a
words.
yeah.
That's what I remember is that part, and that's it.
Oh.
That's where
It
Drake got
snows
the
in
yeah
Nigeria.
When?
Yeah, in Jos. In Port Harcourt.
Oh, is it?
from.
So
Certain
it can't
parts
snow
of
in
Africa.
Well, as in
Summer cold.
Yeah,
That's
certain
snow.
parts.
like a snow machine.
What? When NEPA takes light, you have to put the generator on.
It actually snows in Nigeria.
Yeah. Because Jos is in Port Harcourt,
It's
in
because
the
of
north, isn't it?
because of where it is.
Yeah, it's colder up there.
I mean,
Yeah. But our cold season in Nigeria is proper. The Hamatan season, proper cold. Like you're wearing jumpers, you get cold, everything.
I haven't been them times, you know.
The cold
what
is
we're talking
dry.
In Ghana was there actually, yeah.
It's proper dry. Yeah, man. I don't really like Christmas. If I'm being honest, I don't. But the Christmas carols, the church ones, I can stomach those. But
oh, Cliff Richard,
I don't like it.
mistletoe and wine.
What's that one?
That's a big tune,
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
yeah.
They play that every year.
Yeah.
Come on.
You have to know it.
I actually don't.
You
You guys don't help me.
I don't know the words. I just fucking know the words to that shit.
Away in a manger.
I know that's
Yeah,
a
I know
tune.
that one.
Yeah.
We said that
Grandma
done
got run over by a reindeer. Is that a song?
Irish again.
They're very violent, aren't they? Actually, let me not say that for my fight. Actually, to be fair, let me listen to what he said, so get back. Yeah, man. I'm not really. I think I'm not as an adult. I'm not really into Christmas. If I'm being honest. I think when I have kids, I'm gonna go ham, like dress up, have the cookies, the half-bitten carrots. Like I'm going in.
Half-bitten carrots.
Yeah, because obviously when the reindeer came
Okay.
to get the present, so you have to have like
Yeah, and you
have
have to
like
buy,
sugar dust.
you buy the cookies and move
yeah.
like Santa
and then the
bit
milk is
bit
like
the
half
cookies.
drunk. Yeah,
Wait. But the reindeer's on the chimney. It's on the roof.
Santa ate
Why do you
carrot.
have
I
to
don't know.
have a
Someone's
half-bitten
eating
carrot?
something.
Yeah, exactly.
kids believe.
That the reindeer was in the house.
No,
too.
no, kids believe in Santa. Kids believe in Santa Claus. You
Yeah.
think they're going to be putting two together and think the reindeer can't come
Thinking,
downstairs?
Mummy, how
do
did
we-"
the reindeer get through the chimney?
Because you have to put like little steps as well all the way to their room and so like Santa came to say hi, but you were sleeping, and then the little steps lead to the presents. I can't wait to do that shit.
It's a lot of cleaning, man.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Hold on, so what's your plan? Do you plan to tell him at a certain age that he's not real, or just let society
They'll catch on.
let them find out themselves?
No, because I don't want my kids. I don't want my kids
let
being
them
like
find out.
3 or 4, yeah. And then the kids and telling them in school it's not real. But like, kids trying shit, man. Kid is broke.
I let him know Santa's. I let him know that.
Sounds not.
Well, he can think Santa's real, but I let him know everything that I got him. Santa didn't give me shit.
Yeah.
Hey, one time, my mum was like, "Oh, Santa."
This from
Mum
Daddy.
said, "Wait a minute." Mum said, "I got that."
He said it the other day. I said something. He goes, "Oh yeah, Santa's gonna." I said, "No, Santa ain't getting you nothing. I'm getting you it. You're gonna have it when you come back. But I got that for you. When you see it, know that Daddy got that for you,
Yeah,
not
because
Santa.
that's the
I ain't
thing.
no
Because
fucking
kids don't
Santa.
understand their parents are the ones getting
Everything
them
your
things.
mum give you, Santa gave to you.
But in this household,
Anything I give you
I'm
was
Santa.
Daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try no. That's it. You want to believe in that
Yeah,
shit?
'cause
That's
that's the thing
fine.
with kids. They don't understand that their parents are working hard to get them these things. When they're babies, they don't know. That's fine. I could do that. But I'll be like, but I think what they do is they'll be like, oh, this is from Santa. But they'll be like, this is from mommy and daddy kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that. I want some. You better tell me you love
that's
me.
nice though, man.
Silly.
But I got to make sure Santa's black though.
They don't see Santa. They don't get to see. Santa be wherever you want to be.
No, they're gonna see me. You know, I'm gonna do.
They're gonna know it's you. Because why are you not there with them at the time? You have to hire a Santa. You have to get one of the uncles to do it to
You mean
dress
you
up.
want your kids to believe that Santa is black?
100%. He's black, number one. But number two, you have to see
No,
him.
I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. There's like,
Not
you see
today,
the Jesus,
bro.
You see
Not
the Jesus one. You see the Jesus one. I hear it. You get me? Because the fact
Black
that,
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm with Black Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm,
but Santa Claus is a made up
I'm all
character.
here for Black Jesus.
That's
You know?
why he can be anything.
Santa
No,
Claus.
it's
No,
not.
this is like now I get where Loons is coming from on the James Bond thing. Santa Claus is a white man.
He's a white man, man.
He's a white man. I'm sorry.
It depends how you.
It's typecast.
Wait, hold on. Chris, is it Chris Claus? No, Christopher. His
Christopher Claus. It could be Christopher Claus or something like
His
that.
real name is Sutton Claus, isn't it?
Saint Nicholas.
Nicholas Claus. Nick
Is it
Claus. There you go.
Nicholas Claus, Sutton Claus, man. Chloe.
No, I think it was Nicholas, isn't it? He's right.
Nicholas is Saint Nick.
He wasn't a black man.
It depends how you look at it.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, listen, maybe by the time I have kids, if we're all doing different Santa Clauses, my Santa Claus is a sexy woman. BBL. She's coming up in the gown with a red catsuit on. How's that for Mother Santa Claus?
Oh god.
Oh, so you're okay with your kids getting fed lies then?
Who, me?
No, Manuel.
What lies?
But
That's Santa.
Claus and that then.
As in being black or what?
Just
existing.
The entire thing, entirely.
I mean, I don't think it's a lie, though. Is it?
You give me Kwanzaa vibes.
Right, hold on. Cool. Give me the brief background then of him being black.
Santa Claus for our rights.
It's similar
The
with
pro-black activists in it.
who Santa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
No, let him land. Let him land.
So basically, I think it dates back to like the 4th or 5th century. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of orphans in a small village in Nigeria, and
Wait, is this your story
You
or is
make
this
it up.
real?
Making
You
it
know
up.
it? Is this
making
the
it
story
up.
you're going to tell your child?
no, this is a real story.
You're saying Santa Claus originated from Nigeria?
Look,
Now you know they would give say making him Santa Claus from Nigeria.
What segment are we on? Is this
What
for a
a joke.
joke?
This is fine.
Keep going,
Keep
please,
going,
please,
because this is
please.
the perfect work of joke.
all right. So basically, small village in Nigeria. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
I think it varies depending on who you speak to. But there was an elder in the village, right?
Yeah.
And he saw that a lot of the children didn't have certain things, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
And he would go out of his way,
Yeah.
get certain crops, certain food, products, and give it to them, and ask them to give it to their parents, cook them food. And it became a tradition that after he left, as in died, they would continue
Yeah.
in his name and stuff like this. When the white man came to Africa now, he saw these practices. Like he does everything else, starts stealing. He goes back, start calling Saint Nick.
There's a few problems. First of all,
This
you're not
story
teaching your kids stranger danger.
This story is a damn lie.
You're telling us to be taking random crops and presents from people.
The gifts have changed over the years.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what I'm worried about? Is that I knew why you were telling that story.
Yes.
Because you used to ask what story you're going to tell, right? But he was saying it so convincingly that I kept having to remind myself that this is made up. So I'm worried about how many things you sit there and tell me that you made up that bite. Because he said that with a straight face.
It's made up clean.
It's a joke.
All I can tell you, all I can do is just relay the story to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Someone said in the chat they heard the story before.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. Who said this?
What? I just saw it. Hold on, who said it?
You better celebrate Kwanzaa and keep it moving.
Yeah, man. So they came.
Brent, you're out of order for that.
What's that?
The Santa picture is gone.
Picture.
Oh.
I'm not involved.
But yeah, man. Big up Black Santa, Black Jesus, and all the other black stuff.
Oh, Miss M, your child is smart. Said my son asked how Santa would get in without a chimney. That's a child you can't buy carrots for. Child would be like, who ate that?
It's an easy answer, man. Magic, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? he can fly.
Do not call your child nigga. Imagine magic nigga. Come on. He ain't flying. Santa ain't flying. Cause that do you know what that does? That makes them scared then.
Of?
Because then what if Santa comes to grab me?
To give you a
Why
hug.
Santa's... Oh man, these lies are getting out of hand.
Two people have said that they've heard the story.
Thank you very much.
Say
Kevin
my story
and
from.
Fernand.
Thank you very
those are
much.
not
Quite
reliable.
credible.
What do you call it?
Both of these guys,
Cosigns.
typically are opposite sides
No, they're not.
of the argument.
No, they're not.
Fernand
No, they're
and
not.
Kevin.
No, they're
No, they're
cahoots.
Once in a
For real?
while.
No,
Most time
no.
Sometimes Kevin goes too far for Fernand.
Yeah, and he taps out.
No,
And he taps
I think initially they was
Too
on opposite
far.
ends. Then they found common ground.
Yeah, but then
And
sometimes
now
Kevin
they're
still
together
goes
now.
There's a
too- and
bromance.
Fernand's
There's a
like-
bromance now.
There's a bromance now. They're together
Come
now. They're definitely together.
Fernand's like, help me help you, Kev.
Yeah, man. The white man stole it, man.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
don't know.
they give it back. Like they did the
They
bronzes.
ain't give nothing back.
You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
that.
Apparently, Saint Nick was Turkish. Someone said in the chat.
You're taking this too far.
Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying. See?
To be fair though, actually, yeah, that's true.
No, Turkish is
It
not
could be.
Nigerian though.
It's close.
That's close. Brent, you hear
It's not
that?
white.
Brent, you hear that? Turkish and Nigerian are close.
Can you give him context?
No.
Oh, I want to know.
Let's move
No,
on
I'm
to the
joking.
next one.
I'm joking. Those are different thingies, man. You know what I'm saying? The Saint Nick from Turkey. You know what I'm saying? That was a copy of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think next time I get excited about Christmas properly will be when I have kids. I'm gonna do the absolute most. I can't wait. I can wait. But yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, man. Welcome joke.
Your story was a joke.
I mean, there's two very.
Do you know,
viable
it sounds like one of those old tales that is told within the community.
Yeah, because it happened
It didn't.
at some point. It did.
It's like Chinese whispers.
But there's no Chinese.
Nigga
people
whispers.
involved,
It gets changed over time.
which are very truthful.
Debatable.
Yes.
What's up?
But anyway,
Hold on, is this walk or joke?
You make a joke. Yeah.
No, but wait and said what side we stand on.
It's not a joke. I told him it's a joke.
no,
Hold on, what's-
the initial thing
what's
was.
the question again?
Oh, about them changing the
Yeah.
song lyrics.
Do you feel like they're trying to like find different ways of taking Christ out of Christmas, and kind of
But hasn't the religious aspect of Christmas just been diluted as years go on?
Yeah,
anyway?
it has.
It's more of a, what's the word
It's
you all
capitalism.
use? Pagan holiday, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a
now?
pagan holiday.
Yeah.
It's, to be fair, it started as a pagan holiday anyway.
yeah it started.
And then they brought it in because the Christians were people were partying over there, wanted to get involved. And they said, let's celebrate the birth of Jesus around this time. But it's a capitalist thing for me. It's so capitalist now, it's just ridiculous. The what's it called? The concentration on presents and blah blah. It's not even your birthday. Jesus' birthday. I don't know. I think it's just a capitalist holiday now.
Because in the religious context, Santa Claus and them and there,
Why you
definitely
take my
not-
spanner
yeah.
for?
that's an outburst, boy. That's a,
Like in my head, like
Wiley.
you were likely to stop playing just because. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna let him do this.
Oh man.
I didn't know you were taking that long to realize.
No, I'm clicking through and I'm thinking, my thing looks. I'm clicking on people's names. I'm saying, why can't I put people on timeout? Where's my options
Have
gone?
you been removing comments?
to be fair,
No, no.
I think everyone should have a spanner though.
You're in this room, yeah.
Everyone in this room should have
Nah,
a
there's too
spanner.
many spanners. There's too many.
No, it's not.
You don't need them.
Only because you had. Okay, wait, don't give Marcus his back. Give me Yusuf one. It's not too many then, is it? He said it's too many,
Give
you
me a
know.
spanner, man.
I'm looking. I'm thinking. That's what I just put a dot in there to see.
Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking, is that like something on my screen?
No, I had to
That
Oh,
meant-
well, there you're trying to flick a bit of dust.
I had to check. I'm saying, wait, where's my spanner, man? Brent's strange. This is crazy.
That's
Oh man.
Well, I'll just, there's a spanner emoji. I'll just type something.
Oh yeah.
Stop that at the end of it.
I'm actually so done. That is 2 jokes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the end.
Is
of
that
Walker
it, right?
Joke, man. Yeah.
Right, let's get into our
Let's
next
move on.
headlines.
All right, so this is a bit of a light-hearted one. I just wanted to, big him up and whatnot. R.I.P. to the man who invented the chicken tikka masala.
I was gonna say you want to big someone up when they're dead.
That is a random.
Well, I didn't know him when he was alive, so
You can't even have a chicken tikka masala.
no. But a lot of you,
How is he
benefit
still?
from
Hold
it.
on. What age is he?
Wow,
77.
he invented that.
Because I would assume that dish would be older than 77 years.
I
old.
thought it was
Or
like in the
his-
ancestors.
Whatever lifespan he,
Yeah.
whatever age he created it at up until now, I would expect it to have been.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there was a version before, but when he came to to England, to
Yeah.
Scotland, he's from Scotland. Basically, the story is one of the customers asked, "Is there a way of you making this chicken tikka less dry?"
Okay.
Right? And so,
Sorry.
yeah.
As in, he created a ready-made one version,
Yeah.
or
So I think the chicken tikka from his native country
yeah.
doesn't come with a sauce.
Okay.
So the customer's like, "Oh, is there a way of making it less dry?"
First
So
of all, you eat it how you eat it, otherwise you're rice and stew.
yeah. And so this is what he said here. He said, chicken tikka masala was invented in this restaurant. We used to make chicken tikka, and one day a customer said, I'll take some sauce with that. This is a bit dry. We thought we better cook the chicken with some sauce. So from here, we cook chicken tikka with a sauce that contains yogurt, cream, spices. Yeah.
But everyone's posting the spanners.
It's so funny. And this is the equivalent of beehive coming for you.
So yeah, man. That's basically that story anyway. But yeah, he's passed away, and bare people, hundreds of customers come out paying tributes to him on social media and everything.
So is the chicken? It's not an Indian dish.
Yeah,
It doesn't originate from India.
I think it does. So I think he's a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
He was making the typical Indian dishes.
Yeah.
But you get loads of white people coming in, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
innit? So one of them come in and said, "Oh, this is a bit dry for me. Can you make this with a sauce?"
So then chicken tikka masala is not.
It's not Indian dish.
not
Don't
Indian
exist
then.
in India. Maybe
Yeah.
now over time because, but it's not.
Okay, yes, it's not.
official dish.
Okay, yeah. So I was thinking, imagine like me, because in my mind it's like saying crediting someone with jollof rice or rice, like fried beef stew. I'm
Do
like,
you know what it is? I think, again, this is just pure speculation here. I think it might have been just chicken tikka, but then he's made the masala.
Made the masala, yeah, because you can get chicken
Okay.
tikka without the masala. And
Yeah.
it's just thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's masala by
The
itself?
sauce.
I think it's the
masala is
sauce.
the sauce.
oh, okay,
sauce.
so he created the
The
sauce.
chicken tikka's
Yeah.
dry. It's just the chicken breast is just dry.
Yeah, yeah. So he's
Okay.
basically.
But
Oh,
they
pick up him
they
then.
done that like they westernized the I don't know Torah.
Curry, yeah, they-
They're a little bit bare food though. A lot of food like Chinese. What we know Chinese over here. Go China and
Yeah,
and
they don't eat
think
that,
of-
innit?
Ask for
Go
something.
China and think you're gonna get your
Hong
special
Kong fried
rice
your
and-
sweet and sour Hong Kong chicken special fried joint. Nah, it's different.
Man said,
Yeah, for real.
you not have that.
Yeah, it's literally that. But like a lot of places that's happened to me. I want to go Turkey, yeah, because I love the grilled food, yeah. But someone said to me, again, probably depending on what spot you go to, but they're saying that they went somewhere in Turkey and wasn't impressed like that.
Yeah.
It's because you're used to what you
to
know, innit?
gentrified one.
Like me, I'm on this taco thing. I love tacos and that. I went to Mexico. I'm saying, yeah, tacos. I'm back.
Taco Tuesday.
I
Bro,
was the same thing.
I
Taco
went to-
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
I went to Mexico. I got the tacos.
Yeah.
I went on a taco search. I ended up finding one I liked.
Yeah.
But they were like too authentic for me. Like this ain't what I was.
Yeah.
This ain't what I'm going for. I want the crap that I got back in England. I know the tacos I'm talking about.
It's like fucking pizza.
Yeah.
If you go Italy, the pizza that we get here, or the deep pan with the this and the third,
It's gone.
their pizza is very it's basic.
Yeah.
Not basic in a bad way, but they just make it thin,
Yep.
tomatoes.
And that's it.
That's it, bro.
Like man think they want the authentic joint, but they don't. We don't
Yeah.
really. We want what we know.
Yeah.
That's right. Apparently, masala is a spice, and the tikka is grilled. So it's grilled chicken. It's basically the process or how it's cooked, something like that. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. I'll pick up him anyway.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Come back. All right. So the next headline. This is a sad one, man. Trigger warning. And a man's body has been found.
What?
Yeah, in an undercarriage of a plane at Gatwick. So it's called TUI, isn't it? TUI.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
So the TUI flight had travelled from Gambia,
TUI.
from Banjul, to the airport in West Sussex. And Sussex police said the discovery was made at the airport at about 4 o'clock this morning. Sorry, 4 o'clock in the morning, but on the 7th of July, 7th of December. A Gatwick Airport spokesperson said, "This is terribly sad news, and our thoughts go out to the family and friends of the deceased." TUI said it would not comment on the incident as it's a police matter. The police said officers are investigating and a report will be prepared by HM coroner. A spokesperson for the Gambia's government said the man was an unidentified black male. I don't know how that helps with anything. Why you need a spokesperson to say that? But anyway, apparently there's been several cases of stowaways, right, being found dead in the UK. And in 2001, the body of a man by the name of Mohammed Ayaz, who was 21, came from Pakistan, and he was found in the car park of a branch of Homebase in Richmond. Yeah, just found it. Yeah. When I was reading, I was thinking, what the hell is this? 4 years earlier, another stowaway fell from a plane onto a gasworks near the store. In 2007, the body of a young man was found in the landing gear of a British Airways plane in LA. And in August of 2012, a man's body was found in the undercarriage bay of a plane at Heathrow after a flight from Cape Town. The next month, another guy from Mozambique was found in the street in West London. So he died of multiple injuries after he fell from the plane, travelling from Angola.
Because my man, they're trying to come over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's a stowaway?
Those guys, basically.
How is it?
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, very sad, man. But imagine you travel from Angola and you fell out in London. You're so close.
But you would have been dead.
When?
You can't deal with that altitude and all that stuff. The plane, they would have been dead anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, you're definitely dead. You can't deal
Somebody
with that.
There must
you
be
can't even
success
breathe
stories.
the air up. Can we even breathe the air up there?
Yeah, but they're not outside. They're in something somewhere.
Yeah, but imagine how cold it is. You're freezing. You freeze to death. When I'm inside the plane and I'm very cold with a blanket on me, it's still cold. How much more you're actually outside?
Sad, man. Sad.
And then how do you stay in that position? That must be so scary.
Yeah.
That's sad, man. It just shows you desperation to want to get out. It just shows you how bad things must really be for that.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
The next story, this is a bit of a long one, but yeah, I'll say it anyway. It's disgusting, basically. And it's a big trigger warning here. This might be the biggest trigger warning that we've had so far.
It's scary because there's no
Okay.
trigger warnings that have sides. It's just trigger warning.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's just funny the way you said it.
And basically, this is to do with murder. So a man who murdered his pregnant partner, her 2 children, and another child has been sentenced to a whole life prison term. Damien Bendall killed his 4 victims with a claw hammer at a house in Derbyshire in 2021. He pleaded guilty to murdering Terry Harris, his partner, 35, her son, John Bennett, 13, daughter, Lacey Bennett, 11, and Lacey's friend, Connie Gent. Sorry, there's also trigger warning of rape here as well. He also pleaded guilty to raping Lacey, which is the daughter, yeah? The daughter who was 11 years old. Bendall, who was 32, admitted the charges at Derby Crown Court on Wednesday, where he was sentenced by Mr. Justice Sweeney. He was given a whole life order, meaning he will never be released from prison, except in exceptional, compassionate circumstances. The judge basically said to him, as the prosecution have said, you carried out vicious, brutal and cruel attacks on a defenseless woman and 3 young children, during which you went around the house attacking them. Miss Harris and the children were found dead at a house in Chandos Crescent in Killarmarsh, crazy name, on the 19th of September, having been killed in the evening of the 18th of September. Prosecution barrister Louis Mabley, KC, told the court the defendant attacked them using a claw hammer, which he used to hit them over the head and the upper body. It was perfectly clear none of the victims stood a chance. Mr. Mabley told the court Bendall and Miss Harris had been in a relationship, having met on a dating app after her relationship with her children's father ended. Police arrived at the house on the morning of the 19th of September, having been alerted by Bendall's mother, as he told her that he had stabbed himself. So in the police body cam footage played to the court, he could be seen speaking to officers outside the house, telling them calmly, I've murdered 4 people and I'm going back to prison. Police initially didn't believe him, Mr. Mabley said, but an officer found all 4 bodies when he went inside. He found John first lying naked on the floor of the bathroom as he was due to take a shower before Bendall attacked him. He then found Miss Harris and her daughter in the main bedroom. Terry was on the floor, but Lacey was on the bed. Forensic evidence indicates that Bendall attacked and raped Lacey downstairs before moving her upstairs, where he raped her again. He also used some kind of ligature around her neck, and this contributed to her death along with the head injuries. This guy's an animal. Connie, who was staying with Lacey for a sleepover that night, was found dead in another bedroom as well. It's just a random person. just wrong place at the wrong time.
Really?
Yeah, that was just a friend of Lacey. Bendall, who the court heard was under the influence of cocaine and cannabis, left the house after the murders, taking John's game console with him in order to sell it for more drugs. He was arrested and taken to the hospital, but the wounds he had inflicted on himself only required stitches. He was then interviewed by police, telling them, "I used a hammer. I did not realize what I did until I walked into my room and saw my missus and my daughter." He knew Miss Harris was pregnant when he killed her because he also told police, bet you don't usually get 4 murders in Killer March, do you? Well, I mean 5, because my missus was having a baby. Yes, so that's the end of that particular headline, man.
That's so
Really need to
mad.
be horrible. You need to be careful of who you're bringing into your homes, man. Horrible.
How do you know that though? Because that's
You
the
don't.
father of your
This-
children.
this is
You-
the thing.
that,
No,
like-
he's not. He's a stepdad. So she met him after she split with the father of the kids.
But
She
then
met
even
him on a
how
dating
then
app.
do you even know? Because
Yeah,
I just feel like you actually never know a person. There's no way to actually entirely know a person and what they're capable
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Because that is wild.
But the thing is,
It
yeah,
needs to be hung.
100%. But the thing is, like, whenever you see these cases of abuse and stuff that happen in households, so many of these guys that are doing these horrible acts are stepdads. Bury them.
It's mad.
But anyway.
Some woman as well I saw on TikTok, and she's trying to get justice for her son. So her son, she thinks the dad and the girlfriend and his new girlfriend killed the child, because the son will always go to see the dad and he'll always come up with some kind of bruises, and
See
she'll
what I'm
ask this dad and he'll be like, "Oh, nothing, blah blah." And then she was with the courts telling them, "Oh, like, listen, this is what's happened to my baby. He come back with bruises, whatever." They weren't trying to do anything, and then they had a mediator or something, which I think was the person who would. I think the person will be in contact when the child goes over there, but the guy didn't want to pay his half of the payment. So they basically, the person, come like you're breaking in. You don't like you're breaking in. And then the dad didn't want to pay his other half, but she even said, "Listen, that's fine. I'll pay the full thing." They still didn't let her. Her son went there one time. She gets a call, and he's basically like, "Oh, the son died. What does that mean?" And then she goes there. When she gets to the hospital, the guy's left. The dad, the father of the child, has left, and your child just died. He didn't wait for the mum to get there. And she was like, the way she saw her baby in the state, everything, they definitely did it. And she's just trying to get like help and whatever, and hopefully the investigations and stuff speeds up. But that is just so horrible, man.
Yeah, very sad. Very, very sad.
Hopefully there's good news in sports. So let's get into the reaction.
He wants to speak to E-Man about some of his boxing takes.
Right now?
No, not right now. I've sent a number, so he'll call him.
Jeez, okay, cool.
What, today? There wasn't even boxing on the ballot.
No, it was based off of yesterday's conversation with Loons.
You love a callback, innit?
You missed it, fam.
You love a callback.
Let him call it. What's wrong with you, man?
All right, so welcome to the reaction, Esther's favourite part of the show.
Love it.
We're going to get into our sports
Let's do it.
headlines. Do you know that football was back yesterday?
You know I didn't know.
Oh.
You guys told you guys to let me know. You didn't tell me. You guys didn't report on that yesterday.
And for whatever reason, yeah, our producers, yeah, our hating ass producers, yeah, have managed, yeah,
Not plural.
huh?
Not plural,
plural.
it's a
Not
producer.
plural, just Brent.
Managed to squeeze in Arsenal women's team in there, but I can't see no headline about the amazing performance by Manchester United yesterday. This is wild.
I think there just needs to be more positive stories about women.
It'd be your own colleagues, innit?
Be your own colleagues. It's all right.
Hate to see it.
I'll read what's in the deck. So our first sports headline is VAR has been wrong 6 times this season. That's a lot. Premier League video assistant referees have made 6 incorrect interventions this season, while 42 have been deemed correct by the key match incident panel. ESPN have reported one of the 6 mistakes includes the disallowed goal by Gabriel Martinelli in Arsenal's defeat at Manchester United in September. Oh,
Why are you trying to be bare fast?
You know what I'm saying?
You hear that? The pace is trying to like hurry, like relax. Slow it down.
I was thinking, as I'm reading, I'm thinking, why is man putting this shit in there for that?
That second and third paragraph. Let's get into that.
All right, let's read it properly. Look, ESPN have reported one of the 6 mistakes includes the disallowed goal by Gabriel Martinelli in Arsenal's defeat at Manchester United in September. That wasn't a mistake. Oh, you reading more again? Oh, Arsenal were denied. Arsenal were denied a 12-minute opener by VAR after referee Paul Turney used the pitchside monitor to disallow the Brazil forward's goal for a foul on Christian Eriksen by Martin Odegaard in the build-up of the goal. It was a foul in the build-up.
Listen, we were robbed. Yeah, facts.
As part of a higher threshold approach, the independent panel also concluded there have been 6 missed VAR interventions from the wider pool of decision making during the first 16 match rounds. 160 matches of all KMI incidents so far. That sounds like I read that word. Anyway, it is hoped fewer mistakes will be made with the arrival of Howard Webb, who has started his role as chief refereeing officer at the PGMOL, whatever that means, and is set to meet key personnel at Premier League and English Football League clubs in the new year. Webb, who refereed the World Cup final in 2010, is set to bring a greater level of transparency to the PGMOL after the 51-year-old received praise for the way in which VAR was used under his watch in the MLS. Is that the one? No, that's the one that's retired. Howard Webb. Is that the police officer one, the hench one?
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah?
The bald one.
Yeah.
I've not checked, but that's who I was thinking.
It is him, innit?
Yeah, I think it is.
He was good. He was one of the best refs in the world at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In other news, sad news, Pele's cancer has advanced.
Yeah, man.
Sad news, man. Brazil great Pele's cancer has advanced, according to the hospital where the 82-year-old is being treated. The 3-time World Cup winner has been in hospital for just over 3 weeks. His daughter said on social media that he would spend Christmas in hospital. The hospital, Israelita Albert Einstein, said Pele's presence. Pele said Pele. What the fuck? Why is this reading like this? Forget what it is. Pele had a tumor removed from his colon in September 2021 and has since had regular treatment. Our Christmas at home has been suspended, wrote Pele's daughter, Keely Nascimento, on Instagram. We decided with the doctors that for various reasons, it would be better for us to stay here with all the care that this new family at Einstein gives us. Just after he was admitted to the hospital in Sao Paulo, said Pele had a good response to the treatment for respiratory infection care and added he was undergoing a reassessment of chemotherapy treatment. Pele is the country's all-time leading scorer with 77 goals in 92 games. Is he joint with Neymar or something?
I don't know. I think Neymar was going to beat it. I think Neymar was one
We're
off.
talking about Brazil all-time
Yeah.
top scorers.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he did equal it, actually. But he didn't beat it. Yeah, I think he equaled it. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he did. But yeah, so he's all-time top goal scorer with 72 goals in 92 games and helped the country win the World Cup in 1958, 1962 and 1970. Cool. What's our next headline? Are you checking? I want to know.
1 second.
You can think. Our next headline is Ryan Reynolds awarded the Freedom of Wrexham. That's the actor. He owns the club, innit? He's
Yeah.
got part of the club,
Yeah. Deadpool.
Deadpool, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, they're currently tied
Tied, innit?
at 77.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Big up him. Anyway, Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds described himself and Rob McElhenney as the luckiest guys on earth after being awarded the Freedom of Wrexham. No one wants the Freedom of Wrexham. What are you going to do in Wrexham? What are you going to do in Wrexham?
I think that's the name of the actual thingy, the award.
No, but the place is it's from the mayor or something.
Yeah,
Wrexham's
yeah,
a place, isn't
yeah,
it? So
yeah.
they give you like a key. It's like a key
Yeah,
to the city
exactly,
or something,
yeah.
like the Freedom of Wrexham. It's like saying
yeah, that's exactly it.
Wrexham's yours. Do your thing. Nothing to do there.
He's changing it though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's brought like a lot of publicity there and he's doing some stuff.
You know, I'm fucked up. I ain't never been to Wrexham a day in my life. It could be lit over there. But anyway, the Wrexham AFC owners were honoured by the county council for their help promoting the city. Reynolds told a council meeting via video link, Wrexham is a home to one of the most beautiful stories on earth. However, one councillor questioned the timing of the award and whether the other club steward were more worthy. Let's take this caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Long story about Wrexham, we don't care. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Can you hear me? Morning.
Who's speaking?
It's Isa.
Isa, what's happening, King?
What's going on, Isa?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
I'm good. Yeah, I wanted to. I was listening to yesterday's episode this morning, innit? And you know when you're in the emotion, when you're feeling the emotions, you want to push back on some of the points that are made, innit? So it's mainly like Loons' points as opposed to like your points, innit? But
He'll take
I
it for
felt
loons.
like the team yesterday. Say that again.
I said it's fine. He'll take it for loons. He man's used to this.
Yeah, but to be honest, I feel like Ema might be on my side on this one, innit? But I felt like the team yesterday was a bit Fury heavy, innit? Like a bit biased towards Tyson Fury, and I thought might need to put a bit of pushback towards that. So I wanted to kind of firstly challenge some of the stats that Loons was dropping, because some of that stuff about the rankings was just not right at all.
Have you watched No Behaviour?
AJ's. Have I watched No? Yeah, I watched No Behaviour as well. Yeah.
So you know that Loons will say things and present them and just say facts and like he'll talk very confidently like it's true. It's sometimes easier just to let him go. Like, it doesn't mean we believe everything he said.
Of course. But in our case, the new black in it, I felt like someone should be pushing the black.
All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to call in, quick one, not to keep you too long, but just put some stats that challenge the perspective in it, and just in terms of the hierarchy in boxing, in it. Firstly, in terms of Tyson Fury, both Tyson Fury and Wilder turned pro in the late 2000s. AJ turns pro in 2009. AJ turned pro in 2013.
Yeah.
So they've got 4 or 5 years on him as a pro fighter, and 20 plus fights more. But he has more top 10 ranked opponents on his wins than both of them combined. That's a fact. So when I'm not talking about rankings and saying that he's fighting guys that aren't ranked, that's just objectively not true. His CV, despite the fact that he's been pro less time than they have, and has had less fights, he's got more ranked wins on his CV.
To be
Secondly,
fair, though, sorry. To be fair to Loons,
go on.
Loons gave examples of fights that AJ had before he even got the belt. So I don't think he was really
and that's
talking
what
about
you're meant to do,
afterwards. Huh?
Yeah, but that's what you're meant to do at the start of your career, though. Like, you're not meant to fight
exactly.
the best.
Yeah. So it's not like he really had proof, like for AJ fighting like bums like around now. You know what I'm saying, as a champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like the kind of general consensus about AJ now is that he's washed up and he's not really got it no more. And I get that obviously based off his last few performances, it's not the results that we wanted, but he's going up against man. Like, if you look at Usyk is probably going to go down as one of the all-time GOATs. Like, if we're looking at his CV, both as an amateur, professional, there's going to be Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight champ, unified heavyweight champ. Like, that's no one else has ever done that. So him performing the way he did, granted he didn't get the result that we wanted, but in the space of time that he's been boxing, when you consider that he only started at 18,
that's true.
Versus Tyson Fury that used to go to the gym with his dad, when he could barely walk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to put it. And even though I'm Team AJ, if they do fight, I do think Fury wins. But I think that there needs to be a bit more perspective as to where they've both started and what they've both done in the space of time that they've done it.
I think,
you know what I'm saying? But then,
sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, I think you're making some very good points, man, and everything you're saying is 100% correct. But I think when it comes to boxing, all that matters is what happens in that ring. No one really cares about your amateur background unless when you win, we look back on your story and your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 100%. AJ didn't have that amateur background, and you can see those flaws in his boxing technique, right? And he has done amazingly well, right, for someone who had that start. But up against Fury, up against Wilder, is he going to win? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%, that's fair enough. I think up against Fury, I lean towards Fury, and I think it's hard for him to win. Against Wilder, I generally think it's 50-50. Like you said yesterday, Wilder's got the equalizer, but Wilder's shown that he doesn't like when people bully him, and AJ can scrap, like AJ can, you know what I'm saying? AJ can bully him, innit? So I don't think it's as clear cut, but you see, another thing I wanted to talk about.
Go on.
Go on, quick.
No, I was just going to say, when you said AJ can bully him, right? AJ can, but will he? Because my biggest critique of AJ against Usyk in that first fight was that AJ didn't bully him. AJ didn't use his advantages, his size. He should have bullied Usyk. And somebody like Wilder, who's just as tall as him, got the reach just like him. I don't think he's going to bully Wilder.
But
you know
I hear what you're saying, and I agree with that. That was my biggest critique as well. And I think part of that is because AJ listens too much to what people say, and he wanted to show people that he could box. And he throws away. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know, he might listen to TDA and he might hear this. So I think it's important that people say like, yo, like these are the strengths as well. But I think another thing for me, which is where it's like, I don't know if you might are familiar with the Great White Hope in it, when that campaign in the early 1900s where like Jack Johnson, who's the first black heavyweight champion, was knocking out all the white guys, and they hated it so much that they launched a public campaign to find a white boxer that could beat Jack Johnson. Like this, it's a real life campaign, isn't it? When you look at how people report boxing, even to this day, you can see that there's a Great White Hope narrative around Tyson Fury. And like his accomplishments are propped up. Even the way people align him with Muhammad Ali, I find that disrespectful because he ain't done half of what Ali's done. Like but they're trying to push him in that lane. Even comparisons of Lennox Lewis, isn't it? But one of the maybe this is my conspiracy theory hat on, but his whole like depression era. Like I don't want to talk light on his depression because I don't want to say he didn't suffer that depression, but if you actually look at the details around that, he failed a drugs test.
I knew he was going to say that
a month before. So you know about this. He failed his drugs test a month before he was meant to rematch Klitschko. And then he just kind of disappeared for a year and a half. And in December 2017, his drug test was backdated to the time that he was allegedly suffering depression.
Crazy.
And then he came back into the sport, and just no one ever mentions that he was banned for a year and a half. Because they handled it in such a way that it was so quiet, no one even knows this. But it could have been handled in a different way where he beat Klitschko, he was meant to have the rematch, then he was publicly banned for a year and a half for failing a drugs test. And the whole conversation around him would be different. Because if that was AJ, and AJ beats Klitschko, then he fails a drugs test, would the media be so quiet about that? And would he get a backdated ban? Would he be allowed to walk away for a year and a half? Like, it would be so different.
That's true.
So all of this stuff plays into how we talk about both of these guys. So like for me, it's like when I hear it sometimes I want to add a bit of pushback because it's like people don't even know why they speak about Fury the way they do. But his career has been handled in such a way that we're gonna hide all the dodgy stuff. But then when it's AJ, all of that stuff is magnified. Do you know what I'm saying?
So it is. I think it's also it's not exactly the same, but I think the parallel is kind of similar. You know, like how we were talking about women earlier, right? I think it's because we love AJ. I think that's what it is. Like, I don't feel connected to Fury at all. You know what I'm saying? I got so much love for AJ. And so I think that's why you hear more critique. You know what I'm saying? Because we only want to talk about him. We only want him to excel, to thrive. And you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it may sound like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think you 100% made some very good points because you're right. Nobody talks about Fury with the whole cocaine stuff, the PEDs. No one talks about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the ban,
and the ban, exactly.
He's legit banned from boxing.
There you go.
But everyone thinks he was suffering depression.
Yeah.
That's a crazy...
And he's pushed that depression thing like in every interview. Every single thing he says. Depression. I came out from depression. You know, this, that, and the third. I could have died. And, you know, I hear you, man.
Yeah, no, obviously... Shout out Tyson Fury, but he's definitely not the GOAT, man.
So what? Let me ask you. Yeah?
I just want...
Sorry, go on.
You can ask.
I was just gonna say. So, do you think, like, styles make fights, right? Do you still think Fury beats AJ? Do you not think that AJ, perhaps, especially now, a heavier Fury who's slower, right, and he's older, this may be the perfect time for AJ? Like after he's got a few wins under his belt.
I think Fury has the speed on him, and he's got a reach advantage. And if Fury comes in at 270 like he did against Wilder, he's got strength over him as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think Fury has shown that he can scrap in late rounds, whereas AJ guesses out. Like if you look at AJ Usyk the rematch, on the official scorecard, AJ was winning at the end of round 9. AJ lost the fight in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't lose it the whole fight. He lost the last 3 rounds. He gave rounds that he can't, and those are the championship rounds for a reason.
Yeah.
So in a matchup against Tyson Fury, I don't see how he finds it in the last 3 rounds to take to Tyson Fury if he can't against Usyk. Obviously, he might come with one of those shots that just takes Fury out. There's always a possibility, but Fury's never really shown that he can't get up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gotten up against Wilder numerous times. So I don't see where AJ gets the power to sleep him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Obviously, I want AJ to win, but I can't, like, objectively, I can't say he wins, innit?
Yeah.
I think it's more 50-50 with Wilder right now, considering they're both nursing losses, innit?
That's true, but remember, Wilder got that first round win against, what's his name? Hellenius. So he's going to be confident.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hellenius is not anything, in it. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like he ain't been important for years. Like, he's
true. That is true.
Yeah.
But the thing with AJ is, like I said, I love AJ, man. But I just feel like his defense just gets me, like, anxious, man. And I feel like Wilder hitting AJ, I don't think AJ's gonna get up.
Yeah, if Wilder lands clean, that's where it gets tricky. Like, AJ has to avoid that right hand, like, for the whole fight, which is
tough.
I don't know that he can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because look at Ortiz versus Wilder.
Yeah, but
remember the second fight?
Luis? You talking about Luis Ortiz?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that fight. Yeah.
One-sided fight, but that one punch.
But Luis Ortiz is like 50 years old, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
He's another old man. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are all bums that's on these man's CVs. They look amazing against bums. That's another thing. Like,
no, but Ortiz ain't a bum.
You're fighting guys that you shouldn't be in with.
Ortiz is not.
Ortiz is like he's at least 10 years older than he says he is. Like, he's an old man. Like, he shouldn't be in it. He shouldn't be in the ring, in it. But yeah.
All right, man. Thank you very much for your call, man.
That was dope, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I actually wanted to put his name up, but I didn't know how to spell it.
Why should you ask me?
I was going to, but
it's ISA.
you can finish.
Yeah.
Shout out Issa, man.
Thanks for that.
For knowledge.
100%.
That was great, man. Let's get into Out Ere.
Wait, you talk about
No.
I'll talk about something.
What?
You say what?
I'll talk about something, man.
Passive aggressive, man. Look at this.
This guy's a terrorist.
I'll talk about something. Rashford goal. It's a big goal now. You're talking about that. Rashford goal.
Man United.
You didn't see that goal?
Forget them.
No, that's a good goal.
No, you know the biggest thing though?
Goal.
I didn't see it. I just heard that it was cold.
Watch it now, quickly.
All right, cool. I heard it was cold. I watched some of the first half.
He got the ball in his own half and ran the whole way and scored.
Swear
Trying
down.
to do Messi.
Well, you haven't seen it?
No, I've not seen it, you know.
His mind's in the right place.
I thought you
though.
haven't seen the goal.
His mind's in
He got the ball in his own half. He just kept running and banged it in. Bottom corner. Nice
This
tech.
would be.
But yeah, I think it was a Carling Cup game, innit? Against Burnley.
Yeah.
They won 2-0. I'm not sure who scored the first goal. I think it was Ericsson.
Ericsson scored, yeah.
Yeah, referee did it, man.
Nice move.
Fresh up from the World Cup. You know what I'm trying to say? And people are saying, if he's doing this, why didn't Southgate play him a bit more? Obviously, the man's confident right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He needed to play him. He needed to play him. Like I said, I wanted to see him from the beginning rather than try and wait to get me. Like, obviously, you're going to go with your strongest, but I just think he looked like he was in good form, man.
He was for sure.
Get me? But obviously, he favoured Saka. But nah, man, it's good that he's got his mind right. No, not yet. I'm coming. Let's get it. 1 sec. Let's see.
Brennan, are you playing anything?
Yeah, I'm looking for the.
Okay,
It's good that he got his mind right, man. I'll be honest with you, man. It's good to see. But we got, even though it's only Carabao Cup, man, we got to take that seriously, man.
Why?
Get a little trophy in February, just.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm annoyed that Arsenal never do well in the Carabao Cup, you know. Like, I understand it's like the least cared about trophy, but it's kind of always there to be, it's up for grabs, isn't it? You know, Man City win it almost every year. For the past, like, 5-6 years.
Oh, shit, go on, Rafa. Okay, then. Is this what he's doing, yeah?
I'm thinking, what, you want to skip past that? I'm not even a Man United fan.
He looks confident, man. The commentary is cold as well. Marcus!
Everyone's saying every celebration, but he wanted to do what Mbappe did.
So what does Mbappe do?
Mbappe does
Okay.
Listen.
Oh, he said he wanted to do it.
He
and
wanted
then
to do it. You see him? He was like, he went, nah. You can see it.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, so big up him. The commentary was cold, though.
You know, Arabic commentary is elite, bruv. The passion that they put behind it, fam, is insane.
Yeah, no, it's jokes. Yeah, no, United done good. We beat Burnley 2-0, and we are through to the
I'm not sure what round this is. Arsenal out anyway.
quarters, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's quite quick, innit? It's only like 6 games. It's over a few games. It's just a quick one. It should be dealt with quite early, so there shouldn't be too much left. And Arsenal are out. City are out.
I see out?
I think. I don't know why I'm saying that.
City and Liverpool are playing in it, I think, this week.
Oh, that's what it is. Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Liverpool or City are going to have to go out. They're playing each other, yeah? You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I said that then. Liverpool or City are going to have to go out. So it's going to be the good
Was
opportunity.
it Chelsea and Man City? Hold on, let me double check.
One of them. Someone's going to be... It's going to be a decent opportunity for United to win something. And anyway, like I said, it's not the most desirable title, but you get something under the belt, get it done faster than that. You get me? Can't go wrong.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
No, Man City and
and
Liverpool.
Liverpool tonight.
Huh?
Today. Man City and Liverpool today.
8 p.m.
Oh, it's perfect then. I know what I'm watching.
Yeah. And then what? Arsenal ladies beat who?
Let me find it.
No, we don't have to go into it.
You know how to read. The deck's in front of you.
No, I just want to know.
If you want to handle it,
Zurich.
if you want to handle it, handle it.
I'm not really
by
fast.
all means.
I'm not really fast. Yeah, Arsenal ladies beat Zurich
9-1.
9-1.
Yeah.
All right. That's fantastic.
And they're the top of the yeah. To be fair, that's what it is, there, man.
Great win, great win,
They're the top of the Champions League.
Yeah, great win.
Well, their group. Their group of the Champions League, yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing with you, man.
Also, we got to quickly big up Beth Mead.
Who?
Beth Mead.
Sports personality of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah, big up her. What does she do?
She won Sports Personality of the Year.
No, what does she What does she
Footballer.
do? Oh.
England and Arsenal.
Okay, yeah. I'll hear
Second place, Ballon d'Or as well, she got.
Ballon what?
Ballon d'Or. Yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
Ballon
Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or. Feminine.
Ballon d'Or is good.
That's called Ballon d'Or Feminine.
What do you mean?
That's what it's called.
Oh, that's a full name.
Yeah.
What, the
yeah, for the
women's
women.
called-
For the women.
I thought women's one.
It's a Dior.
Door.
Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's it, man.
All right, big up her, man. Let's get into Out Ere, man. I'm not E-man. When I say it's gonna be short and sweet,
I mean that.
I mean that shit. You get me? So today's recipients of Out Ere are. I don't know if I should give it to Aldi or the people of South London, Catford, to be precise. Because I understand we're going through a crisis, cost of living, you know what I'm trying to say, like, and it's hard out here for people. You gotta do to get by. But some people don't agree with people teething and things, do they?
No. Depends. Depends.
But if you need food to eat.
No, depends. Like for me, if I see someone stealing, I ain't gonna care.
Well, the people in Catford, South London have been stealing, man.
I haven't helped them still.
Huh?
I haven't helped them.
Hey, they've been teething up the Aldi. And it's been rife. I think it's gone up like, I want to say 19%, 18%. Shoplifting has increased 18% in the year to the end of June compared to the previous 12 months. It's a real life crisis, but Aldi are combating it. How many of you have gone to Aldi and seen the little yellow security boxes on the Maltesers? The Haribo Tang Fastics. Hey, 12s. They're looking down everything.
Hold
now.
on, what's this box thing?
There's like some security tags that they're putting on.
Oh, okay.
On the goods. So if you walk out with them, then the shop goes beep,
On
beep, 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 beep,
Haribos.
beep, beep, beep. Tang Fastics.
The worst ones as well.
No, they're cold. No, I like them, man. You want a sugar rush?
Back in my in my youth I used to eat them, but now I think about it, it's too much sugar, bro.
Now I'm
much
getting
sugar.
older. I prefer the Tang
You're
Fastics.
giving me a sweet that's ready for the sugar. Then you're gonna coat it in sugar,
sugar.
on top.
Yeah, no, the Tang
It's
Fastics.
insane.
as well.
It's
Isn't
insane.
it thingy as well? It's not even sweet. It's like sour sugar.
Yeah.
No,
as a kid,
no.
don't get me wrong, they're my number one as a kid. But as I grew up, I thought, nah, this is childish.
Now,
Too much.
This is childish.
the older I'm getting, the more I'm appreciating.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
I can't do it. I
'Cause
can't do it.
I never used to like them, but there was too much before. But now it's like it's an acquired taste.
Is it? Yeah, it definitely is.
I'm telling you. But
It's an acquired taste.
well, I'm telling you now. Look, King the King the snack bar. They're locking down everything. But you know the wickedest thing though? They're doing it to earn more serious stuff as well, like baby formula, cheese, butter, milk. Like these ain't high priced items. You get me?
Baby
But they're-
formula is expensive.
Well, what I'm saying though,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, like it's not like high priced items. They put it on the lure pack in Sainsbury's. Remember a lure pack went up to £10?
Exactly. They did to put it on there because that's a flipping expensive.
Well, that's
I'd still love pack if I could.
that's a high priced item. They're putting it on joints that are 85 pence. So this is what I'm
Very-
talking about now. Yeah. Obviously, you got to stop.
They
innit?
treat them like animals. That's
Obviously,
how
look, you can't let the people them just teeth up your things, innit? So you
Yeah.
got to put something in place.
of
Yeah.
course.
But are they kind of like hating? Like these are like cheap products, and the people are you're only gonna teeth fantastics if you need them. Like you don't
Nah.
teeth in King the Breno for no reason,
but
Killy.
you don't need
Like,
any.
come on, man.
You don't need any of those things.
But sometimes you need a treat, man.
Like for
Treat yourself.
example, you might give someone more grace
Something
for
sweet.
stealing soap, shower gel, toothpaste, necessities. You're stealing up fantastics. You're not really down
Bro,
bad.
it's
are you?
cold out
No, but
here.
sometimes you
I
need
need.
something to
I can't
pick you
afford to
up.
No, I
eat.
get
I need
it.
a sugar rush. I need
little pick
energy.
me up.
I need a pick me up. Tang
No,
Fastics.
I hear you. But what I'm saying is, I'll give someone more grace for stealing essential
Bread.
items
Bread and thing.
than
Milk.
than stealing
Yeah,
sweets
fantastic.
and chocolates and them things.
But you know, is it sometimes?
Yeah,
You
I
know, I get you.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. If I was to steal, right, I am picking bread. I am picking milk and whatever. But I'm picking a box of Ferrero Rocher.
Also, bread's harder to steal because obviously it's a bigger object.
That's true. You know, you got to
Fantastics
steal
are
the roll.
easier, you know what I mean?
You got to steal the ready-made rolls, the baked rolls, for your pocket. Because when you put your pocket, they don't want that back. They can't want that back. I mean, mad.
Man, they're saying it's a local issue, man. So Catford, it's going down. They're down bad. I
South
just
London.
think that like they're usually used for like the more expensive items and stuff like that. And I think putting it on these little items that cost
Yeah,
pittance,
85p. That's very rude.
is very
It's condescending.
it's just cheeky, man. You're just being very
You're treating people like they have
Petty.
That, yeah.
What's the number one item you wish you could steal? Like something that you go to pay for, and you're like, I don't want to pay for this, man. I wish I could steal it.
If I could steal it, I'll just steal it. I'll still steal. No.
That's not the question.
Purely entertainment, guys.
Mine.
No,
the
these
reason I bring it up
Thank
because
you.
These is
mine
facts,
are.
I'll
take.
If I can take, I'll take. I want to steal.
If I could take, I take. That's not even the question he asked you. He just asked you one damn hypothetical.
Water.
Ooh,
I drink too much water and it should be free. I don't want to pay for that. It should be free.
mine is electric toothbrush heads. Too expensive, bro.
What do you mean? That's a luxury. No one told you to get an electric toothbrush.
I get mine on Amazon.
Normal toothbrush is too much.
You don't want to
work.
do the work. Yeah, you might not want to do that.
Like that. What? Why for that?
Yeah, I've done it again.
Why?
So why for that? Yeah, man. I'll be honest. I don't blame people when they go and steal. Like, remember when I worked in like a supermarket and people will steal stuff and they steal like a nice biscuits. I'm like, do you know what? What's essential? What's not essential to the goose is essential to the gander. Like, just take it, man. Sometimes people need a treat. They'll pick me up. I steal the Ben Jerry's ice cream. You can't tell me that's not essential.
Yeah, no. If
So
you
you
was
got to
going
treat
like,
yourself. You just, I fancy something nice.
Hold on. So when
I'm
you
a thief. Don't
wait.
mean it's kept.
What about salmon?
wait, what?
How defo? Salmon is so expensive, yeah.
What
I
type
get
of
it.
random food is that,
But
bro?
sometimes you're pescatarian, but you can't afford it.
Salmon.
Salmon
Go forth,
expensive, you
man.
know.
Let's do them vegan pizzas.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Shit is expensive.
I'm just saying, if it's high value products, yeah, like you're right. The baby formula is high
Stupid
value. It's high.
expensive.
It's peas. You get me? That could range from anything between 10 quid, 18 quid, or whatever.
Yeah, because I think it was like
it's not,
16 when I was younger. And imagine now.
Yeah, so okay, cool. So baby formula is 1 million. And then
Baby
obviously like the necessities that people going for, like the milk, bread, all these things and all that. Like even though people, because they're necessities and people need them, I understand why you would want to protect them because they're going to be more sought after.
Yeah.
You get me? I just think this is really petty putting it on Maltesers, Haribos,
Yeah, it's insulting, man.
Flakes, Twixes.
It's insulting. They're telling the people that we have no respect for you. It's so, do you know how rude? They're basically calling them your peasants.
Yeah, just let it be in it.
85p.
Because 85 pence, man. If someone were to let it be, man, it's cold outside as well, you know, like inflation, just everything.
What's that? Sorry, what's that?
Just everything, just the cost of living, just the way we're living in today's society. Like I just
If
think
you're putting security tags on everything,
if you're putting
you do not
security tags on
respect
85p items,
Yeah, no, that's
You don't
that's
respect
ridiculous.
the people.
That's the waste of the security tag. That tag
The
costs
tag costs more than the item.
item. That's insane.
Yeah, you gotta take it with the tag.
That's insane.
Run.
it's Audi that's done out here, man. Catford,
Yeah,
keep stealing,
Audi's
man.
done out here.
Keep stealing, Catford, man. Audi, you've done out here, man.
Do you know what?
Gotta be
Do you know
petty. Huh?
Kevin amazes me, man.
What's he done
How
now?
is he talking about South is soft?
That's where he's from, South.
Yeah, but he's like, I think what I'm shocked by is that his views no bounds. There's no
Hold on,
limits.
Carmex was £5 before cost of living crisis.
Was it?
So
You're only shopping in the wrong
what's it now
places.
then?
Must be £10 now, Ben.
What? Small Carmex
It was never £5.
£5. Where?
Carmex was never £5. You must be buying it from Harrods.
Epnionics, where did you find small
Carmex.
Carmex for £5
Carmex
before cost of living
£5.
crisis? That's insane. Carmex is like, what, £2, £2.50, £3? Like,
It'd be like £3.49.
you might find a shop that give you a young 150 before.
Yeah, home bargains. Get home bargains.
£5?
Get a good deal.
The game is the game.
You better use vegetable oil for your lips, boy. That's so dead.
Audi, man, you're being petty, man.
Yeah, they are.
Let the people steal, man. You get me? That's like a form, like it's community. It's a form of community. Like turning a little blind eye to them teeth and the little Maltesers and Tang Fastics in this climate. Is that doing a bit for the community? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, don't be vilifying these petty criminals.
That's so funny.
Nah, Audi, man, you've done it here, man. Be better. And it's not even it's not like a nationwide.
Like outcry. It's not like a red alert.
No, this ain't like a
Carmex. Okay, I get it.
This ain't like a what's the word? This ain't like nationwide policies. Like all Audis ain't doing this.
It's just the Catford
There's
one.
just trouble in Catford.
Well, that's it then.
You get me?
Says a lot about. Anyway,
Well, I didn't say it. Esther did.
I didn't say nothing.
Let's get into our outro.
Let's do it.
To wrap up your points a lot more.
You must be on crack. I know you lying over there. But guys, as always, we appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Do like this video. Do not. I know you use that word tussling, but don't take your tussle out on us. Don't take it out on the like button. So like the video. You guys are doing well actually. Now big up the mods then. Is it Brent? Do you think this is the mods doing, or what do you think this is? People just listen to us.
Do with the mods.
It has nothing to do with it. I guess everyone's losing their wrenches over the weekend, boy. But we appreciate you guys as always. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it, drop in your group chats, do all that great stuff. Follow us on social media. The day after TNB, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you want to send voice notes and text in, the number is 075 64841073. Also the number to call when we're live on air. Big up all the callers from today. If you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. We are out of here.
12 o'clock.
And we are giving you 1.5 hours
How do we end up
tomorrow.
at 12 p.m.?
Huh?
How do we end up still at 12?
Yeah, we're doing 1.5 hours tomorrow.
Yeah. See me tomorrow. God alone.
God, no. Dumb. See ya.
Good Brent's face.
Ben is sick of all of this. Brent, cut the camera off, please.
All right.
No, come tomorrow because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So.
Oh no, I'm coming.
Brent, now, what's going on?